It's Opie and Anthony. Joe Rogan in studio. What's
Hello.
up, Joe?
What's up, brother?
And Ari, of course. You guys playing what, Caroline's tonight?
Yeah, we're doing a midnight show, or I think it's actually 12:30 at Caroline's. We're crazy. We go on late. We don't care.
We don't care.
We don't even care. We go on sleepy.
Sleepy, yo.
You fly in just now?
No, we got in yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do anything fun? Why do you
Play
look
pool.
like... Is your hair really low or something?
Maybe I shrunk. I'm getting old.
There you go. There we go. It's kind of creepy, man. He's like, he could kill somebody with his pinky, but he's sitting way down low. I'm looking way down at him.
He's humble.
Hi.
All right.
That was a humble fellow.
You do anything fun last night?
Played pool. Nothing.
That's it.
Nothing interesting.
It's kind of boring. You didn't lick toads or anything?
No. Oh, yeah, you were talking about that?
Mm-hmm.
It's 5-methoxydimethyltryptamine. That's what it is.
See, I told you.
There's different stuff that comes from frogs, and there's one a frog that produces 5-methoxy-DMT, and then there's a toad that produces actually NN-DMT, which is the real deal. But it's, you got the way to get it is to get it from a lab, because you want to make sure that they synthesize it correctly.
I told you.
Of course he does.
Well, what
Why wouldn't
DMT
he?
is, it's a human neurotransmitter. It's the most powerful psychedelic known to man. Your own brain produces it. It's actually responsible for dreaming. When you're in heavy REM sleep and right at times of extreme stress when your body thinks it's going to die, that's when your brain pumps out the most DMT. And it's responsible for near-death experiences, UFO abductions, all that stuff. I've done it about 7 times. It's pretty intense. I mean,
it makes sense. Near death, right, man?
Well, yeah, near-death experiences, and it's responsible for UFO abduction experiences, because the idea is that an endogenous dump of DMT is that it's stored in a pineal gland, and the pineal gland is literally your third eye. It's exactly where the third eye is in eastern mysticism, like right between the two eyebrows, and it actually has a retina and a cornea and a lens in reptiles. And it produces DMT. And DMT, even though it's the most powerful psychedelic drug known to man, it's in every single ecosystem all over the world. It exists in plants and grasses, and it's everywhere. I mean, it's really the craziest drug to be illegal everywhere, because everyone's got it in their system. It's like everyone's holding. That was like Terrence McKenna's line. Yeah. And it's pretty intense stuff, man. If you do it, you will talk to intelligent beings from other dimensions. For real. I mean, it sounds crazy. You would think that if there's something like that, it would be on the front page. I mean, you look at Barry Bonds on the front page of the Post. Oh, he lied!
Yeah.
You know, like, what did you think? You don't get to be 45 looking like that. Everybody's going crazy. Like, this is ridiculous. That guy's cheating. And whatever he's taking, give me it. All right? That guy's 45. He looks like he's 20. Give it to me. I'm going to shoot it right in my penis with a turkey baster. All right?
Yeah, but his head's a little too
looks
big.
great. Whatever. I have a bigger head. You get a bigger hat. You got some money.
Just get a bigger hat? No,
I'll take it.
Well, I saw the story, and I'm like, I know Joe knows all about this. So let me just play it out here. Here it is.
I told you earlier about a man accused of licking a toad to get high.
Well, he's an
We
idiot.
did some more digging and found out that one of the only places you can get these toads is in Lawrence.
Well, the toad's venom can get you high. It is also very dangerous, but others insist the toads are just good pets.
They live for 15 years, so you can also build a really good relationship with them. They're a long-living pet.
They are called the Colorado River toad, and Persephone's in Lawrence is one of the few places which sells them in the country. Clay County prosecutor Dan White says there's a reason you don't see these guys all over.
It could certainly make you sick. It could kill children or possibly animals in your house, so it's not something you really want to be around.
So it's
First of all, you don't lick it. He's an idiot. They don't know what they're talking about. You take the toad and you put it like either on glass or on anything like a windshield or a mirror, and what you do is you massage the toad and you get them to excrete whatever they have in their skin, and that stuff comes onto the glass, and then you scrape it up. And then you smoke it. You don't lick the toad.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God!
Because this is why. It's because it's not orally active. See, DMT is not. There's a chemical in your gut called monoamine oxidase, and you need an MAO inhibitor if you take it orally. Like in the Amazon jungle, they figured out how to do this with like 450,000 different species of plants in the Amazon. They figured out how to take the root of one, which contains DMT, and the vine from another, which is an MAO inhibitor. It's called harmine, and they mixed the two of them together. These Indians figured out how to do this and literally go to other dimensions in the jungle. That's why those dudes don't want to live. They don't invent the wheel. They're not not working on nothing from
They
Amazon.
don't care.
They don't care at all. They're just going on DMT trips every day.
Where is if you have a toad and you want to get the stuff off it? Like, how do you?
That's a good question. I don't know.
His feet or stomach are on the glass. Is it on his back? Does it come off of?
I don't know what part of it comes off of his skin, and you have to
kind of
massage him.
probably dab him on the glass.
But it's not dangerous.
Dab 'em.
It's a human neurotransmitter. It's actually one of the most transient drugs ever exhibited in the body because your body brings it down to baseline really quickly. Your body brings it down to baseline in like 10 to 15 minutes. It's really crazy.
What's that mean, down to baseline?
It means, like, say if you have it, you're high, you go to that dimension, whoa, it blows out, and then whoosh, 15 minutes later, you're back normal. And the crazy thing is, it's just like dreams. You know, you wake up and you're like, I had the craziest dream. It was me and my buddy Mike, and we were kids, but we had a sled, and my mom was there. And then 5 minutes later, you're like, what the hell was my dream?
Yeah.
That's exactly what a DMT trip is like. It's like gold dust slipping through your fingers. It's very, very intense.
Here's the last part of the story.
But now some people are accused of actually ingesting the toad's venom on purpose. It acts as an hallucinogenic drug.
We don't discuss that in here. That's not what we sell them for. We sell them purely for the pet reason.
But lately, the toad's popularity has picked up. The store is now selling 2 or 3 a week, many online, but some to students right here in Lawrence. So is toad licking, as it's called, become popular among students? It certainly doesn't seem so.
To lick a toad to get high? I don't know. I think it's a little absurd. Sounds dangerous.
It doesn't work
I've
that
never heard
way.
anybody talking about that at all.
It surprises me. Like, why? I don't know why. They could probably get a better drug for the same amount of money.
The crazy thing, you can't get a better drug. It's the greatest thing ever. But it's first of all, it's not orally active. You can't just do that. The only way it's going to be orally active is if you take something with it. And if you take like a pharmaceutical MAO inhibitor, you're dead. You don't even know how that's going to work. That's very, very, very dangerous.
That sounds
because that could make you open to all sorts of other stuff that you take. You don't even realize.
He's very knowledgeable.
I'm a psychedelic adventurer.
I'm amazed by his knowledge when it comes to this stuff. What was the last drug you did?
I did a weed breath strip about 10 minutes ago.
Weed breath
While we were waiting.
Yeah, you want to see him? Yeah, I have these.
He was talking
breath
about
strips.
weed lollipops.
Yeah, I took it to a new level. These are breath strips. Check these out. One of those things will put you on Pluto for 5 hours. Yeah, it's pure THC, broken down and made into breath strips.
Look, here, pass that to Anthony.
Wow.
Yeah, for real.
Joe's carrying illegal drugs.
Those are legal, by the way.
Oh, those are legal.
In
Med
California.
strips.
What the hell?
Do they have a smell to them?
Come on.
What does it smell like?
Everybody take with me and let's get this party
Smells a little
started.
minty.
It'll
almost.
kick in by the time we go over to the XM show. It'll be crazy.
Oh, this would be. Wow, yeah, it's got some kind of a.
It's very difficult to tell what it
to it.
is. You're just smelling the breath strip. It's pure THC. It doesn't have it doesn't smell like anything like the plant.
Dude.
How long does it take?
It takes about a half hour, 45 minutes. To start
How
kicking in.
effed up do you get?
Oh,
with
if
this?
you're not used to it, if you don't have a THC tolerance, you're doomed. You're doomed. You're babbling. You're in the corner in the fetal position crying about your mommy.
Does it make you
I like it doesn't even say may. It says keep out of reach of children, will cause dizziness, will impair driving, and the ability to operate machinery. Everything else is may impair.
It's
This
very,
will.
very powerful.
Wow.
How much are they?
Very cheap. It's like $10 for 2 of them. You know,
He's always got something new. I
That
love
is
it.
something
Last time
new,
it was
man.
the lollipops.
the lollipops
You're
are
done
great
with the
too.
lollipops,
No, I
right?
love those. I got soda. I got pot soda. I got everything.
Hot soda's terrible.
It's great. I love it.
The worst tasting of all
You're
time.
crazy. I think it's delicious nectar.
For someone who does his share of drugs, you seem very with it. Very.
Well, I
what's the word I'm looking for? Like
Coherent.
I mean,
I don't do drugs to
If you would-
escape. I don't do drugs to get messed up. Like, I don't do drugs like because I hate life. Or I do drugs because I find the state that psychedelic drugs put you in very fascinating and very introspective, and you can learn a lot about yourself. And you can learn about a lot about life because it removes you and your ego from the equation. You get to look at things from like a newborn's perspective. That's why I do it. I don't do anything like I don't do coke or meth or anything dangerous, anything that's addictive. I have never done coke. I've never done speed. I've never done heroin. I won't do anything that can hurt you. But psychedelic drugs, they're very different. With this big blanket that we put on everything, we call everything drugs. That's a broad term that encompasses everything from like NyQuil to DMT. You know, I mean, they're all drugs. I mean, they all affect your consciousness. It's like, how do they affect your consciousness, though? I'm not interested in anything that messes me up. I'm not interested in anything that gives me brain damage or anything that makes me, addicted to it. I'm only interested in things that can alter my state of consciousness for the better. That's why.
When you take this stuff, do you sit in a room at your house?
Most of the time, when I write, whenever I write, I always get high before I write.
Well, that's
and when
obvious.
I go in my isolation tank.
All you have to do is see Joe Rogan do a stand-up, and you're like, wow, he goes to a different place to write this stuff. And I told you many times, I love your stand-up because it's very different than most of the guys out there. And you'll see for yourself at Caroline's. Look at that, right into a plug. But go ahead.
Wow. So how long are you in an isolation tank for when you take
Couple hours. And for people who don't know what the isolation tank is, if you ever saw that movie Altered States, it's a sensory deprivation tank, and I have one in my basement. And what it is, it's filled with water that's like 11 inches tall, and it's got 800 pounds of salt in it. And it's heated of doing stuff, and you don't want to put anything in your body, you don't want to abuse anything. You don't have to. I mean, you can achieve an altered state of consciousness completely naturally that's not addictive, it's not dangerous. And this isolation tank, they have a bunch of them. There's tank centers. There's in New York, they have them. There's a place, if you Google where to float, there's a website that'll tell you what these places to go to. And this tank,
Why the saltwater?
because it makes you buoyant.
It makes you float.
Incredibly buoyant. 800 pounds of salt and 11 inches of water. I mean, it's incredible density. And you lie in it, and because it's 93.5 degrees, you can't feel the water. You don't know what's the water, what's the air. And once you relax, you get comfortable in the position, you literally feel like you're flying through space. It's total sensory deprivation. You don't hear anything. You don't see anything because you're enclosed in this capsule.
Pitch black.
With the total pitch black. You don't feel anything because the water is the same temperature as the surface of your skin. There's no sensory input. And the absence of sensory input, your brain becomes like supercharged. It's insane. It's incredible. It's literally like the first 20 minutes is like going on a seminar on your life. It's like it starts showing you all these things that are bothering you in your subconscious, and you have a chance to like think about them and rationalize them and trying to figure out where to put them in. And then once you get more comfortable with the experience, then you kind of cease to be you. Then you sort of become like one with everything, and it gets very trippy. And that's when the hallucinations come and the visions. And
how long are you staying there?
I go in for hours. I go in usually about 3 times a week is what I like to do, and I go in for about 2 hours.
All right, I'm a beginner, and I'm going to do this next week. How long should I go for?
An hour. An hour's fine.
My buddy,
it's very relaxing too. You get out, you feel great, you feel refreshed. There's no come down time and if you ever feel freaked out, like, oh, this is creeping me out, you pop open the top and you're done.
Well, I'm sorry, just one question. What if you itch?
Well, that's the thing. You're gonna get a little weirded out when you first get into it because there's a reaction that your body has when you're not moving at all. Because you lie in this thing and you stop moving, and your brain just gives you busy work. Like, yeah, your nose is itching you, dude. Come on, scratch it. But your nose isn't itching you. Your nervous system is just freaking out that you're not moving.
You're not doing anything.
So you have to do it like 3 or 4 times to get really comfortable with the experience.
My good friend, Brother Weeze from Rochester, he was huge into floating. I don't know if he's still doing it.
It's amazing that people don't know about it.
He would talk about it on his radio show all the time.
He has a tank? Weeze has a tank?
No, I think there was a center up there. It's been a while that I've talked to him about it, so I'm not really sure where he's at.
It's so good for everyone. It's so relaxing. It gives you an introspective and objective point of view on your life that you can't get anywhere else. It's an environment that doesn't exist anywhere else on the planet.
You should sell these things. You're a great salesman for these things.
Yeah. I've gone.
Now I want to go to one.
I want one. I want a tank for Christmas.
Well, Joe and I were corresponding there for a while, and he was giving me info on these tanks. I was going to get one of these.
You should
now
I got
a new place with a room. I don't know what to do.
You got a room. You don't know what to do with? That's it, dude. Fill it up, man. Can it support all that weight with all that water? If it can support a waterbed, it can support a nice.
Yeah, I'll have to ask my building.
Oh,
but
dude, yeah,
because
I've
been thinking of kind of turning it into some kind of you're gonna laugh, like a meditation / reading /
Well, that is what it is. I have mine. I have a couch set up, and I put a laptop in there in case I have crazy ideas. I come out and I write them right away. You got to wash off though because you're covered in salt. You have white all over your body.
Do you feel bloated when you're done? Like you've had too much sushi.
But wait, a laptop. That's pretty cool, man. I like that.
Yeah, I have a room downstairs that's set up. It's just this room that I trip out in.
How long after you get in the tank do you start tripping out?
For me, 15, 20 minutes because I'm so used to it. I've done it so many times that my body just knows, here we go. And I just plug in.
So, how do you know when it's time to like leave the tank?
Sometimes I just stay in there for a long time. Sometimes John Lilly he set up John Lilly's the guy who created the tank. He's also a pioneer of interspecies communication. He used to take acid and trip and talk to dolphins and literally figured out like a gang of things about dolphin communication and language from tripping acid and communicating with dolphins in an isolation tank. He put an isolation tank right next to this aquarium where these dolphins were living, and he would communicate with the dolphins while he was in the tank. But he figured out a system so he could defecate and urinate while he was inside this tank, so he could stay in there for like 10, 15 hours at a time.
Wow, that's kind of. Oof.
Yeah, that's a little.
How would he take care of it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a filtration system somehow.
Doesn't your skin get waterlogged though?
Two men in a tank.
But it doesn't really hurt you.
But there's another question. Yeah, but all right.
Damaging.
But so you go into your tank and you're very relaxed. Do you have like a system where like some kind of alarm that goes off knowing that you've been in there an hour or two?
Well, if I do it, sometimes I know. Like, say if I have a set at like 9:30 at the Improv or something like that, and I know I get in at like 6, I gotta get in by 6. If I get in at 6:30, it could get wacky. I might be in there for like 3 hours, and I might be late
really
for my set.
stay that long, man? Wow.
Yeah, I like 2 hours. I like to go in there right before jiu-jitsu. I go in there and think about. I can go and do jiu-jitsu in my head when I'm in the tank. It's an unbelievable experience.
You ever go in there on drugs?
Yeah, mostly pot. but mushrooms too. Yeah.
Oof.
You ever went totally sober though?
Oh yeah. Totally sober is fine. Totally sober is a psychedelic experience in itself. I mean, you don't need to do anything.
I'm gonna float next week. If
it's
I can
amazing,
find one.
man.
They have
takes
places
a few
in Manhattan.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna
it
check
takes
it
a few. A lot of them are like spas and stuff. They'll have them, but it takes a few times to really get relaxed. And a lot of people that are using them in these spas, they don't really know what it does. They think, oh, it's relaxation. It's wonderful, relax, and it is relaxing. But it's also a very intense experience because in the absence of sensory input, you'd be amazed at how powerful your brain is. It's like, say if we're having this conversation, say if you're talking to somebody, you got a really important thing you're talking to them about, but there's this guy next to you and he's screaming and yelling. Like we were at dinner last night. Remember those people at dinner last night, Ari?
Yeah,
where the guy was trying to talk to us. The waiter was trying to talk to us, and there's this guy. I played soccer when I was 18. He still thinks he's 18. And they were so loud. She was disgusting, and they were drunk, and it was really loud. And it was so hard to hear the guy talking. I couldn't listen to the waiter because I was so distracted.
Yeah.
Well, you're constantly computing like distance and social cues and space, and you're constantly thinking about where you are. And in the absence of all that, your brain becomes a very different thing than it is when you're moving around in regular life. Right. It's not normal to like separate your brain from sensory input. And when you do, you go into these insane visions. And a lot of people believe it brings you closer to source. It brings you closer to what human beings really are. In absence of your body, in absence of culture and tradition, all the things you've learned, what you are is like a soul or an energy or a thing, and it tunes you into whatever that is.
That
feels like
cool,
Kane from Kung Fu.
No kidding.
Just wanders the earth.
But he does study this stuff.
Kick ass.
Well, it's just
and then he just he's very philosophical.
This wasn't a quick Google on his part. He's been studying this for a long time.
Well, I've been doing.
He's gone deep into this stuff.
Gets out of the tank and just can drive a salty foot right into someone's mouth.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for about 9 years now.
Imagine if he wasn't doing all this stuff to relax his soul.
I know.
You would be just killing people all day long.
Well, I have very bad genetics. You know, if I wasn't doing martial arts and stuff, I think a lot of people that are in prison, a lot of people that are in bad places in life, they have bad genetics. You know, a bad environment and bad genetics makes a violent person. But all that's just energy. You know, if you figure out a way to channel it.
Now we got a ton of people that are just asking more about this floating. Where do they float?
Go to Google where to float and put it in Google, and there's a website that will show you all over the world, different websites or different places where you can go.
All right.
Different cities, there's a lot of, I mean, you might have to drive a couple hours. Trust me, it's worth it.
And everybody listening in New York, stay away from all the places where you can float in New York because I want to do it next week.
I'm sure you could probably get in. That's the amazing thing is it's not hard to, it's not like, you know, everyone, you know, it's like there's yoga classes and Pilates classes and they're packed up and you got to, book in advance, but nobody knows about this.
You like the yoga?
Insane. Yeah, I love yoga.
Yeah, I'm starting to get into
amazing.
That. A little bit.
It's hard to do, man. It sounds so faggy. Like, oh, I'm taking a yoga class. Oh, why don't you just go blow a guy? Can I say that? No. Cut that out.
Number 2.
I've worked out my whole life. like yourself, I always try to stay in shape with all sorts of different like classes and weights and stuff. And I started doing yoga a little bit, not a lot yet. And it's brutal how hard it is. Brutal. If you're doing it right, especially.
Yeah, and you see some little 90-pound Chinese chick, and she's doing it.
She's just rocking,
pouring sweat. Like, what the hell?
Just by getting in a position and holding it, you're sweating like you've never sweated before. What about the farts, though?
Oh yeah, that comes.
The
out.
whole room is just nothing but a symphony of fart. I don't know why, but yeah.
Especially if you don't eat right, you know, if you're not eating healthy. Yeah.
Do you find that you break more when doing Warrior One? A lot of times I find that when I'm doing Downward Dog, I don't fart as much. But Warrior One,
yeah, well. All right, we got to take a quick break. We got Ari, of course, and Joe Rogan here.
Tonight at Caroline's at 12:30. Really, really great show.
12:30 or 12:30? Okay, 12:30. Good.
Show up at 12 and just cause noise.
Joe's stand-up is very funny and very, very interesting. I'll say that every time you're in.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
First time I saw him at the Comedy Store in L.A., I was blown away. I had no idea because I just knew you at the time from
I'm a whore. I've
being
done
the
too
guy
many
on
things
TV.
for money. I've confused a lot of people. A lot of people don't even know I'm a comedian. I'd say like 80% of the people know who I am. I go, what, you do comedy?
It's very interesting and clever comedy, I love that about you. All right, more with Joe Rogan next. It's Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Joe Rogan in studio playing Caroline's tonight with his buddy, his pal, who's also very funny, Ari. 12:30 tonight at Caroline's.
And you can see Ari's butthole. Can I say that? On my website, you got to see this video. It's insane. If you go to joerogan.net,
how about you
Ari
say this,
had some.
Hold on. How about you say the same exact thing, but kind of keep it very kind of vague to the point people understand what you're saying?
Ari has a very interesting bottom. And the way it's a very long story. It's all explained on joerogan.net, but there's a video that my employee, I have a video employee, a guy who takes videos for me from the internet. Ari was going #2 in a in a green room in Austin, Texas. You ever do Cap City Comedy Club?
No.
Great place. Anyway, Ari was doing #2, and he flashed his buttocks to my friend, and apparently he got some problems down there. And we got video
to push one out in like 10 minutes.
We got video.
Came out except.
It's just no excuses, my friend. You got a real issue. And if you go there, it's very shocking. It's a very shocking little.
Can we see it?
It's too much.
You should go to the website.
Just go to Joe Rogan
because it's healed up.
JoeRogan.net because I have a feeling they might have dumped out a little too much description. But let's just put it this way: it's a very good video of Ari who's sitting on our couch.
Is your hiney a mess? Just to say that, is it problems?
I would say yes.
When I was younger, I had hemorrhoids. Can I say that?
I don't know.
There's very few heinies that I could pick out in a lineup. I could pick out Ari's. Okay. Let's put it that way.
All right.
You'd go, oh, there it is. Jesus.
Also, people are talking about your 2 girls, 1 cup reaction video.
Yeah.
What makes yours different?
Well, it's kind of funny, and then on top of that, I also showed my employee who showed me 2 girls, 1 cup. I showed him the BME Pain Olympics. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Yeah, Body Modification Extreme is a website, and these guys, like a lot of them, they call themselves nulos, like they nullify themselves to chop it off. And that this video is all about that. It's all hatchets and fillet knives, and you just
stop it.
Why do they do that?
Because they're broken, they're damaged, you know.
Broken.
You gotta get up.
Broken.
Oh man, I can't even listen to that.
Well, you know, a lot of people have a problem with their sexuality. You know, Nikola Tesla destroyed his sexuality. That's like a quote from his biography that he destroyed his sexuality, and somehow Nikola Tesla's like the greatest inventor ever.
Yeah.
He invented alternating current. He invented like hundreds of different things, and you know, Westinghouse and a lot of these big companies just totally ripped this guy off. He was born, or he died broke, and you know, the government came in when he died. He lived in New York, and they just came in and just took all of his notes and all of his information. But he created the Tesla coil and alternating current and all sorts of amazing inventions. He was a crazy, crazy dude. And he said that he was getting all of his information from aliens. That's the thing. He believed that he was tuning in to aliens, and they were communicating with him and giving him his information.
Yeah, he was supposedly making death rays and force fields and things like that.
Well, he created a way to broadcast electricity for free. And when Westinghouse found out what he was doing, they closed down the project. But he figured out a way to send electricity like radio through the air, and anyone would just be able to tune in electricity. And they were like, we can't make money off that. What are you doing, stupid? And they yanked it. I mean, that's one of the reasons why it's not in today, is because they have never figured out how to make money off of it. But they can broadcast electricity. I mean, it's really, really crazy stuff.
Hate to walk through that stream.
Whoops. But Tesla,
there's a lot of
he
people,
was very distracted.
There are a lot of people that believe aliens or whatever, people from another life form help you out with, like,
it's probably DMT.
With your creative mind and as far as inventing stuff and things like
this
that.
DMT stuff, if you take DMT, you will communicate with something. And it's so beyond description that me talking about it is like trying to explain a kaleidoscope to a blind man. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Like, there's no way you could explain it. I mean, it's so beyond anything you can explain. But something communicates with you when you do this stuff.
Let's go to Lee in the Bronx. Lee.
Yeah.
Come on, Lee. Let's go. We're having a good discussion.
Just get out of your tank.
In the ball.
Yeah.
Yes, I was Lee from Brooklyn. I was watching YouTube yesterday, searching for the DMT, and I browsed around Joe Rogan. I got interested in stuff, and I kept on getting into it. And I found a video of a young lady. She was giving a tutorial how to extract the toads, the DMT.
Right.
She has a different method on how to, the way she did it was she did it anally. Just put it that way.
She did it. She put it there. Yeah. Well, if you do that, I guess, that goes directly into the bloodstream. I mean, that's why people sniff cocaine, right? Because it goes directly through your nose into your bloodstream.
Right. Let's say hi to Kevin in Buffalo.
Wow, that guy just...
he just wrecked our trip,
See, that's the problem with drugs is the people that do them. It's like, that's what I say the problem with pot is that pot propaganda is so powerful that there's only two types of people that get into pot. People who were informed and who read about the propaganda go, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. All these government and university studies and medical studies show that it doesn't do any harm, but why is it illegal? And they start looking into it, and then they find out the history of it, and then they have some friends and say it enhances your creativity, and they try it. So there's that group, and then there's people that, I just want to get effed up, man. And they know about the propaganda, and they don't care if it gives you brain damage. They don't care. And those are the types of people that are the problem, because that's the stereotypical pot drug user,
Right on. Let's say hi to Kevin in Buffalo, listening on The Edge. Kevin, what's up?
What's up, man?
Hey.
I was wondering if you guys are going to have a contest, win a trip with Joe Rogan.
I don't want to be responsible.
God, what a great idea.
That is a good
If we could get that done through the lawyers, how great would that be?
Oh, through the lawyers, yeah.
We'd have to do
it in South America.
Condone drug use.
We have to go to Brazil.
Yeah, we could have a contest where you get to win a trip with Joe Rogan. Where are we going? Nowhere, really.
We're going to a totally different place, my friend. It ain't Maui.
You don't need a plane for where we're going.
You don't need a passport either.
Let's say hi to Roger in Queens. Roger.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, man. Before you guys go into another subject, I wanted to share my experience of something that I had once smoked. I did some research while I was in college, and I found this drug called salvia. Did you ever hear about that stuff?
Yeah, I've done salvia. Salvia divinorum. Yeah.
Of course.
Stuff, at the time, apparently, it was completely legal.
Yeah, it's legal now still. You can get it at head shops. You can order it online. It's only going to be legal in 2008 in Chicago or in Illinois. That's the first state to make it illegal.
Oh, that's exciting.
What is it about?
Salvia is a naturally occurring psychedelic that they missed during the reason why psychedelic drugs are illegal. There's a bunch of them that aren't even active in human beings. They were made illegal during the LSD craze in the 1970s because they realized that LSD was having a very profound effect on culture, very profound effect. It's very difficult to sneak political debates by people who've done acid, because they're just like, what? No, this is stupid. This is a lie. And it's impossible to program them. I mean, that's the real problem with psychedelic drugs. And salvia was one that they missed. There's a few that they missed. 5-methoxy-DMT is still legal, and it's unbelievably powerful. 5-NN-DMT they found out about because the Army Research Labs in the 1960s, it's one of the ways Terrence McKenna found it, was one of the guys that he went to college with was working for the Army back in the day, and they had like a huge, like a barrel full of this stuff.
Yeah. And
it's the most unbelievably potent psychedelic drug, and the Army was experimenting with it. And as soon as they found out about what it does, they're like, nope, illegal, stop. It's amazing that people don't know about it. I mean, it's the most incredible experience. I mean, we are such an experience-obsessed society. I mean, everybody wants to go whitewater rafting, and people want to talk about, my uncle climbed Mount Everest. It's all about experiences. We all want to ride roller coasters and see the craziest movies. There is a little powder, and you smoke this little powder, and it will change the way you look at everything. You won't care about UFOs. If a UFO landed right out there, I'd be like, wow, yeah, they're probably from another planet. Whatever. It's not DMT. DMT is 100,000 times crazier than that. It's like mushrooms times 1 million plus aliens. That's what it's like. And literally, I mean, it sounds, it's crazier than you could possibly imagine or describe. My words do it no justice.
You would take it on a plane?
No, it's not something, it's not recreational. And it's not something you could take on a plane because you have to smoke it. You know, and you wouldn't want to be around people and noises or anything. You'd want to be in total darkness,
desert or
silence, and you want to just experience that.
Can you have bad trips on DMT?
Sure, you can have bad trips in anything, but bad trips are usually you trying to resist and your ego trying to control the situation, and you realizing what a piece of poo you really are. You know, like your ego protects you from a lot of your terrible behavior, and it justifies a lot of things you do. But man, when mushrooms or DMT or anything that removes the ego, it just shows you what your life is really like and who you really are. That's where the bad trips come from. Bad trips don't come from happy people with wonderful lives or loving families or nice to everybody. Bad trips come from people who are doing bad things, or they're insecure, or they have real bad problems in their past that they're squashing and they're not dealing with, and then it just wham, just comes right up to the surface.
You're going to be a messiah someday, you know that. You're going to have a following. It's kind of creepy, man.
The government's going to come in and
they're
kill you.
They're probably already watching.
But
set his compound on fire.
I've been wanting a compound for years.
This might be a little hack, but do you believe in aliens?
There's certainly something other than us. It doesn't make any sense. If you look, there's 100 billion stars in this galaxy.
Yeah, I just do the math.
There's 100 billion galaxies in the known universe.
Right.
It absolutely.
It has to be something.
But what we have to consider is that biological life on this planet is dictated by our gravity. It's dictated by the distance from the planet, but from the sun is dictated by how much water we have on our planet. There's no telling that there's not some sort of a different kind of life. It's very possible that there are billions of or infinite different types of life that we just don't understand it, and it might not even be detectable to us. It's like the way I describe it is like the fart. He's sitting around wallowing this. We can detect a fart because you can smell. You go, oh, gee, what the hell? Who did it? Who did it? And you go crazy. But there could be something around us all the time.
Oh, that's creepy, man.
We just don't have the senses to pick it up.
There could
never
be
even thought of it like
an
that.
infinite amount of possibilities of all sorts of different experiences and things that are around us all the time that we're just not aware of.
As humans, we're just pompous to begin with. We think it's just has to be our way and that's it, and there's no other things or anything else going on.
Well, we shield ourselves from that because the real reality is, like, look, just stare up at space. I mean, everybody wants to talk about Britney Spears. Should you take her kids away? We're in a rock flying through the universe, and that rarely comes up. You know, everyone wants to talk about Barry Bonds, and above you is the craziest thing you could ever look at ever. And people will take, like, road trips to go to Niagara Falls. We gotta go. We gotta go to see the waterfalls. Amazing. There's nothing more amazing than space, but nobody looks at it because it's too crazy.
Yeah.
The idea that above you is infinite.
Right.
Infinite.
You can't see much. That's the problem. It's like space. They all look the same. At least Niagara Falls, there's some water. You can go to a gift shop. What are you going to do? Just, get in a car and ride to the moon and then
gotta get to a
die because you
telescope.
can't breathe?
He brings up a really good point, though, because when you're out in the wilderness where you're away from city lights and you do look up in the sky, you can only do it for a few minutes, and then you start kind of subconsciously get freaked out.
You're very small
and
is
you're
what
like,
the problem
all right,
is.
let's go to Starbucks, or let's go eat. Like, you want to get back to, like, just what you know.
Especially if you're
I
big.
mean nothing.
Yeah.
I
really
mean nothing.
He's right.
Well, you're part of everything. You don't really mean nothing. You mean everything, but you are everything. You know, it's like it's a suit. It's just our own biology tricks us into thinking that we're important because that's the only way to stay alive. If you really were intelligent enough to rationalize your real position in this whole thing, you would be so humbled by it that you wouldn't really have any ambition. You wouldn't want to keep going. You wouldn't want to get laid. You really wouldn't want to do anything because you'd see how pointless it is. It'd be really silly. But your biology and your ego shields you from all that and go, "You're a winner, Trump. You go out there and get those buildings and build that mansion and fly that jet. Look at me. Look at that watch, son. You can afford that watch. Get that car and drive. Look at everybody. Envy me." But really, you're just flying through space
on a rocket.
You know, you're the head monkey with the brightest fur. You know.
At the mercy of whatever cataclysm might be around the corner.
Oh, for sure around the corner. You ever watch like one of those documentaries on Yellowstone, how ready that thing is to blow?
Yep.
Every 600,000 years, a caldera volcano that's just the base of it is 600 kilometers wide. They didn't even know it was a volcano until they saw it from a satellite. It blows every 600,000 years and it kills everything in North America. It happened 600,000 years ago was the last blow, and it's rising at like a steady pace, like at record levels. It's going to go, and if that doesn't go, there's 100,000 near-Earth objects flying through our solar system that are like, 5 miles long, solid rock.
Just constantly crossing our orbit. We just don't happen to be there at the right time.
Yeah. How many parties have you emptied out?
Yeah, no.
I want to know how many.
But I'm a happy person. I like to have fun. These things. It's like if you've had enough of these experiences, well, what is life? Well, life should be a bunch of positive experiences. It should be a lot of fun. So that's what comedy is. I mean, comedy is like spreading fun. It's spreading love, spreading happiness. You go on stage and everybody has a good time. You say thanks for coming out. Everybody cheers. You have fun. It's a positive experience. And that's all you have in life. Really, is positive experiences with your girlfriend, your family, your friends, your buddies. That's really all life is.
What sucks? We're lucky enough to have a life, and you'll live your whole life not knowing anything.
Yeah.
When it comes down to like looking up at the stars, like what is all that? Is there other life forms? Is there other things just around you? Yeah, we never will get the answers to any of that stuff.
That's the craziest thing about DMT, because DMT is literally like having a meeting with God. It's like having a meeting with divine, unbelievably wise, incredibly loving energy, like whatever it is, the source of everything. And it leaves you so humbled that after it's over, you have it's like literally like you're still you still look like you still wear the same clothes you are, but you're not really you anymore. I mean, you literally have been changed. You have experienced something that very few humans experience. And the thought to me that people can go through their entire lives and not know about this is an incredible waste of time. It's like your life could be so much more positive and so much more interesting and fascinating, and you would be so much more humble and aware of what you really are and where you really stand if you just have this experience.
Can you get this drug at
totally illegal?
Dwayne Reed?
It should be. Well, that's the crazy thing is you can get alcohol everywhere. You can go to Dwayne Reed and buy a jug of wine and get effed up. You know? I mean, we have drugs that are available. I mean, how many times you talk to a girl? Oh, I don't do drugs. Meanwhile, she's hammered, smoking a cigarette. I mean, everybody. There's drugs, caffeine. I mean, I'm drinking a coffee right now. It's sanctioned. It's a sanctioned drug because it's great for capitalism. It keeps you going. It keeps you working. But there's drugs out there that are actually good for you. There's drugs out there that are actually good for your mind, and they're probably an important part of human evolution. Terence McKenna believed that psilocybin and psilocybin mushrooms are the very reason for human evolution in the first place, the reason why we evolved from the lower hominids. He believes that the change in the atmosphere made these monkeys come down off the trees and start experimenting with new foods. And one of the things they experimented was eating things that grow on cow pies and eating these mushrooms. And it's also one of the reasons why in so many different religions, cows are holy. In Choctaw Hyuk, which is like one of the oldest known civilizations, they all worship cows. There's a really complicated, really advanced civilization from 5,000-6,000 years ago, and it was all about cattle worship. And that's because that's where the mushrooms came from.
Can I stop you for a second?
I think the monkeys' minds were expanded by mushrooms.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? The growth of the human brain, this is the stoned ape theory is McKenna's theory, but the growth of the human brain doubled in brain size in 2 million years, and it's the biggest mystery, without question, without contest, in the entire fossil record. And this is evolutionary biologists all agree on this. It's something they don't understand. Within 2 million years, the human brain doubled. That's insane.
I think I know why, though. Because for a long time, they were probably just walking up to tigers and just slapping them. and something in the species said, this is not working. We better get smarter.
We got to try another way, right?
Well, it's funny that you say that because you know what? We have genetic memory. I mean, that's another point. Like this guy, Rupert Sheldrake, wrote about this, that, children, when they grow up in New York City, they're not afraid of child molesters or, clowns or muggers. They're afraid of scary monsters. Everyone's afraid of scary monsters. And what that is those leftover memories of people getting jacked by cougars, and mountain lions and jaguars. I mean, because that's what our enemies were when we were living in the trees, That's why chimps live that's why, like, when you're in a house, the master bedroom's always upstairs. That's all leftover stuff from the chimp days when we had to get the little skinny branches to hide from the big cats. That's all that stuff that's in your memory.
I thought
it was just you didn't want your guests rummaging through your bedroom.
No, it's a fort. You want to keep the animals from coming up. You want to be able to fight them from the
high
top.
ground.
I want to go back to the cow thing because, like, we all heard about how civilizations like worship the cow.
Yeah.
And the average person, meaning just about everybody listening right now, go stupid people worshiping cows instead of maybe like trying to figure out where that came from and if there is something that makes sense about that.
It totally makes sense.
Yeah, but to me, I'm like, what? what idiots.
Well, psilocybin grows much more easily on cow manure than much more easily on manure. On when animals, vegetables, and a plant, when it gets pumped through the double stomach of these cows, it makes it very easy for spores to grow on these things.
Yeah.
So it's very common for mushrooms to grow on cow dung. And if you were a primitive man and you had no access to science, you didn't understand what spores were, you don't have a microscope, you would know that these cows produce something which made the most beautiful experience possible. Made your ego dissolve, made you think of everyone as being one, made you love everyone, made you completely humble, make you really spiritual and holy, and it's coming out of this cow's butt. You would worship that cow. You wouldn't think of it as like, oh, it's stinky cow poo. You'd be like, no, that's God. That's the source of God. You pluck that out and you eat it, and it blows your mind.
A bit of observation here of an observation. I'm looking at instant feedback. People saying Joe Rogan is the only guest where you need to Google the entire time you listen to him. People are Googling their asses off right now from name to
Terrence
dog.
McKenna's stoned ape theory is one of the most fascinating theories I've ever read about human evolution, and it's all about psychedelics.
All right, let's go to Keith on Long Island. Keith, what's up?
Hey, how you guys doing? I love the show, man.
Thanks.
Listen, I got a question. I understand about the mushrooms and enhancing and all that stuff, but my question is metaphysically, like I understand about the planets and how space is so grand and infinite, but what about like when someone dies and they come to see you in your dreams? Is that real? Is that your psyche?
That's a real good question, man. It might be you trying to deal with it in your subconscious. It might be that there's something. It's very possible that that's where we go when we die, that dream state that you have to go to. No one understands what dreaming's all about. No one understands why you have to do it, but you must dream. If you don't dream, you die. It's not just a matter of lying down and closing your eyes. You have to go into REM sleep. If you don't, when you fall asleep, the reason why people were up for like days at a time and you drive and you like instantly fall asleep, you go to sleep like that. It's like you owe time. It's like you owe time to the dream state. It's very possible that what we think of as consciousness is just one state of consciousness. And there's many different states that we go through in the middle of the night that we're not aware of when we're awake. And that consciousness might be more potent, might be more powerful than this consciousness, the waking consciousness. We're just arrogant in assuming that this is what life is all about, that the wake is what is important. It's not necessarily true. It's what's important while you're awake, but it might not be what's important.
My dreaming, it's
pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, I was just saying, but the dream part isn't the part that will physically screw you up. I've had dreams where I've woken up and gone, oh, that was the easiest solution to a problem I ever had, just opening my eyes, because I was in some deep crap about a second ago.
Right.
The cops are after me. I had murdered somebody. I was totally panicked, going, "Oh my God, they found the body!" Like this. Sometimes I have these dreams where the cops will come and knock on the door and go, "Do you know about this person?" I'll be like, "Oh my God, 10 years ago I killed someone and buried him," and like they're finding out, and I'm so screwed. And then I'll slowly wake up and look around and go, oh, I'm out of trouble. Just like that. That was easy.
No lawyers.
Yeah. No lawyers. No prison.
That's so true.
No taking it in the shower.
No fake beards.
And it's such a great feeling when it's over.
Yes,
God,
awesome.
you nailed it.
And that's
true.
like
that's
the part of the dream where in reality you're like, please get me out of this. And sleeping ain't going to help. You're going to be in jail.
It's totally true. But that aspect of it, though, the explanation about that is that aspect of dreaming where you can recognize it seems like regular life is when the DMT is ebbing from your consciousness, when it's going away. When you're in full-blown DMT mode, the craziest thing about DMT is when you do it, it's unbelievable. It's you can't imagine yours. Terrence McKenna's quote was that the only thing you have to fear is death by astonishment. But you also feel like you've been there. That's the craziest thing, because you are. You're there every night when you're asleep. You just don't remember it. But while that's wearing off, that's when we have these wacky dreams. That's when we have dreams. When that stuff is slowly starting to leave your system in the middle of the night or whenever you're dreaming, it ebbs and flows. And when it's slowly starting to, that's when, your cousin has a gun and he comes home covered in blood and you got to get him to Mexico. And you're like, oh, no. That's where those dreams come from.
I've only done it 7 times.
it's not something you do all the time. It's very. I haven't done it in a year.
It's hard to find, right?
Yeah, it's very hard to find, and even if you can find it, which I can, I stare at it and go, no, not today.
Yeah,
I got stuff to do. You know,
be ready for it.
I got to go hang out with my girlfriend's mom, and there's a lot of stuff I got to do, man. It won't make it's something that you got to do, and then you need a long time off where you got to think about that experience.
Yeah,
we're not talking about like getting high. We're not talking about getting drunk. Like, oh, dude, I went to a concert, I got so drunk. It's a completely life-changing experience, and it's not something you should take lightly.
Getting back to dreams, ever since my dad died, and I was way close to my dad. I know a lot of guys are close to their dad, but we had a really special bond. And I dream about him, and at times he hugs me in my dreams. It is the creepiest, realest thing. And I've been in situations in dreams where you hug another person and someone you might even maybe your girlfriend or your girlfriend or something.
Then they turn into a Vespa.
It's not the same feeling. It is
real.
It is the creepiest feeling where it wakes me the F up. I'm like, I can't deal with this. This is effed up.
That happened to me once.
It just feels so I can't explain it to anybody, but it just feels so much different than anything else I've ever dreamed of. Anything.
Yeah.
I mean, because I've had friends that have died, and you have a moment in a dream with a friend or something, but it's just odd. You just kind of wake up knowing, that was a dream. I was just thinking about that guy or whatever in my sleep. But this hug from my dad I can't explain.
Well, maybe it's the love for your dad is like so pure. It was so. Love for your friends is never going to be the same as the love for your dad or your mom. It's so powerful and pure, and maybe you can communicate with that when you're in your dream
I don't know.
state.
I can't rationalize it when I'm awake. It's like every once in a while it happens, and it creeps me out to the point I wake up instantly, no matter what.
I had one like that with Phil Hartman. And it really helped me forget, and not just forget, but get over his murder. And I ran into him in the dream. I ran into him like in a park, and the only difference, he was exactly him, but he looked great. He looked like he was like healthy, like he had been eating right, but he had gray hair. It was really strange, but it was him. Like he was like talking to me, and I go, dude, your wife killed you. I what was this like? He goes, yeah, she got a little mad, and he like starts laughing.
Oh, wow!
And he goes, "Listen, sit down. I'll talk about it." And he pratfalled. He went to sit in the chair and fell and rolled over and started laughing. And because that's what Phil was like. He was like always like he would make light of anything and everything. The guy was really, really funny, like off stage, much funnier than he was on stage. He was always worried about his image, about being the family man. He was worried about divorcing this chick because he was really worried about his image, and he was worried about his money and a bunch of other stuff. But off screen, he was one of the funniest guys I've ever been around ever. But he was laughing and joking in the dream, and when I woke up I was like, wow, it was like Phil told me don't worry about it. Like that's what it really felt like go on with your life, I'm okay.
Do you hate Andy Dick like Lovitz did? Like, because he kind of blamed Andy Dick, or you did not have that?
No, Andy did. That chick was crazy. She was gonna shoot him no matter what. It didn't matter if Andy Dick got her coke. She would have got coke from some other guy. She was with some guy that night that got it to her. I mean, you can get coke. I mean, Andy is Andy. It's like that's like blaming a child that you give a gun to. Oh, why'd you shoot somebody?
Yeah.
It's Andy.
I just got to talk about one more dream thing. A lot of times I dream they're like sets. I have set places
that you go to over
over and over, like houses, certain places, cars, things like that. And few times I'm able to actually in my dream go, holy crap, I'm dreaming. Like I'm in my dream and I look around and go, like something so ridiculous happens that I go, oh man, I'm dreaming.
Isn't that awesome?
Which is total freedom. And you know what the first thing I do is? I go on a rape rampage. I swear to you. Dude, I know I'm dreaming. I can do whatever I want with impunity, and I just start, the first girl that's even near me, the clothes get ripped off, and I just start, like,
that's awesome.
Complete rape rampage.
You don't make them consent at all. You want it against their will. You don't want them.
You know why? Because I know that if I start identifying that it's a dream, I'm very close to waking up.
Yeah.
So you got to get that over with quickly.
Well, there's
no talking. There's no
that going. There's methods to keep that going.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
There's books on lucid dreaming.
Lucid dreaming. Yeah.
One of the things you're supposed to do.
You really were raping, and then went.
And you wake up.
Hey, no, it's a dream, officer.
Come on, folks.
Come on. Ow, this mace really feels authentic.
There's a method that you use that it only worked once on me, but it does work. Where I was practicing it for a while, where I'd walk into a doorway. I saw it in a documentary, and you knock on the door, you go, am I awake or am I dreaming? and you knock on the door, and you do it throughout the day, like all the time. Do it so it's like a pattern, so it's normal. Well, in my dream, I walked up to a wall, I go, am I awake or am I dreaming? And my hand went right through the wall.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, snap. I thought I was awake. I really thought I was awake. I mean, I was going through a normal life. So then I started flying. I said,
flying is all. If rape isn't involved, then flying is a good second best.
Oh, it was awesome.
There's also that you were talking about. Am I awake or am I dreaming? If I'm unsure in a dream, all I have to do, and it's a weird thing, I have to look out a window in utter terror, and if the most horrific thing appears on the other side coming to get me, I'll know I'm dreaming. But then it's so screwed up because I just created this beast that's not going to be chasing me throughout the rest of the dream. But that's one way to do it.
You know how I know? I'll take my clothes off and stand in a mirror, and if I feel good about myself, I know I'm asleep.
Hey, Joe, you ever feel like you left your body?
Yeah, Salvia did that for me.
I once as a kid, I felt like I absolutely left my body while I was sleeping and went into the bathroom just to do whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember it to this day, like I truly felt like I wasn't going to walk into the bathroom physically. It was the weirdest. It only happened once, and that's something I always go back to from time to time as well.
I had a weird dream that I remember from when I was like 4 or 5 years old, where I was cross-legged, like sitting like an Indian or like a yoga guy, and I was flying through my hallway. And I don't remember any other dreams from this time, but I remember that dream, that one dream of like flying around, like outside of your body. Who knows what kids are more tuned into? Kids are less programmed, We're programmed by
a couple
patterns.
Dreams from when I was really young too, but only a couple.
Yeah,
when you were really young, and then like this many years later, and you remember
why?
it.
Yeah, why that one?
That's really odd.
But at the time, I really felt like something
was it a dream?
Way different. I can't explain it.
Well, did it happen while you were asleep? Like
I was definitely asleep. It was the middle of the night, and it could have easily been me dreaming that I'm walking to the bathroom. But I truly felt like I was actually walking to the bathroom without my body.
Well, this experience that we have while we're in heavy REM sleep, they believe is also responsible for alien abductions. Because no aliens come to people when it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, Manhattan, you're on your way to work, you're walking down the street, you see a UFO. That's not when it happens.
Right.
It happens when you're asleep, over and over and over again. And they believe that this is the same thing, that this incredibly real experience. That you're like, no, I'm telling you, it happened. They came into my house, and you think of it as a physical thing. It's all going on. It's the same thing as this crazy dream of you being out of your body.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of states of consciousness that we go into in the middle of the night.
We got to take a quick break. This is really, really interesting.
It's crazy,
the
right?
phones are just ridiculous. We're never going to get to everybody, but we'll try.
Hold on.
The important thing, Joe Rogan's at Caroline's tonight. Very funny guy. We're getting pretty intense here.
We're getting deep.
We're here to learn. I'm here to talk about my penis.
But his comedy makes you think a little bit, that's for sure. So it's Joe Rogan and Ari at Caroline's tonight at 12:30. We'll continue with them in just a bit. It's Opie and Anthony. It's time for football picks on the Opie and Anthony show.
I guess I'm out. I didn't do very well.
No, you suck. Football picks sponsored by Dish Network. Time to get more TV from your TV. Sign up for Dish Network today. I gave the picks back to my brother, and you want me to read what he wrote?
Yeah.
Or just... All right. He starts off by saying, got to take some risks this week.
Got to take some... I picture him behind a desk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here it is. Got to take some risks this week.
So I'm taking the Lions over the Giants. Eli looked like a freaking child last week with all of the delay of game calls. I'm banking on Kitna getting the job done at home and have him starting on my fantasy team this week. Tough call, though.
Doesn't he know Giants can just step on Lions?
Shut up.
All right. That didn't work
Joe
very
would
well.
appreciate that crap, though.
Yeah, but
and has a great way of picking games. He just looks at the names and goes into kind of a trippy place.
I decide what, kind of worked a little the first week. Last week, horrible.
Yeah.
I figured a giant could step on a lion.
Yeah.
I can't figure fights out, and I do the commentary for the UFC. I'm wrong at least 50% of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just a coin toss.
Some of them
for you.
are real obvious, I mean, some of them, like there's a line, and the line's there for a reason. But especially mixed martial arts, you never know what the hell's going to happen.
Yeah.
Two dudes are swinging bones at each other.
Yeah, it's just one connects, the other guy's down.
There's guys who have certain qualities, and those qualities, like, it's not just, styles make fights. It's like some guys are just really good at keeping you from taking them down, and they'll smash your face in. But if those guys go up against a guy who's a really good kickboxer, then they're in trouble. if that guy goes up against a really good jiu-jitsu guy, he's in trouble. And it's like, who's going to impose whose game on who first?
Yeah.
Who knows, man? Anything can happen.
That's why picking this stuff is just silly.
Impossible.
It's just silly in the end, but
yeah. Fun to gamble on it though. Makes fights so much more fun. You got money riding on it.
Yeah,
oh, they shouldn't even keep score. Just have fun.
Let me just
safety first.
Let me get this out of the way.
First.
We got the Chargers over the Jaguars, according to my brother. You want me to read what he wrote, or just keep moving on?
You can move on then. We got no time for his crap.
He's saying it's going to be a great day for Ohio in general. He's taking the Browns over the Ravens and the Bengals
That's
over
like
the Cardinals.
saying it's good smelling poop.
Yeah.
A great day for Ohio. Ohio's horrifying.
And then he's got the Saints over the Texans, the Rams over the 49ers, the Vikings over the Raiders. That's my brother's football picks, all sponsored by Dish Network. Time to get more TV from your TV. Sign up for Dish Network today. We don't have time to play the Jimmy Dean thing. Maybe later because it's hilarious. We got a few more phone calls for Joe Rogan, who's going to be at Caroline's tonight at 12:30. Pat, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Pat. Hey, Pat.
Huh?
What's going on? Listen, I have one first question for Joe Rogan is, I saw him on The Weakest Link. He definitely looked like he was stoned.
I don't think so. I was bored. I was probably falling asleep. I thought that show was terrible.
It was the dumbest
idea. The lady was mean and everything. Like, that's your thing. You're
her
mean.
little catchpatch.
She was like insulting my shirt. I'm like, oh, this is great.
There was no rhyme or reason to how they
insult her
kicked
back.
people
They
off.
cut it out.
It was
Yeah.
just, oh, really?
Yeah, they cut it out. Yeah, I went after her. Yeah, they cut it out.
Really?
Yeah, I just said I think this whole
So
thing
weak.
of you being mean and like,
Right.
I think it's stupid and played out.
That would be a
That's what I
great
said.
half-hour show, just a show
Yeah.
of people
I was
insulting
like,
her
this
back.
is ridiculous.
You're
I was like,
mean for no reason.
I didn't understand it before I went on. I wasn't sure if that's what she did. I thought it was just when, like, you got to eliminate. You are the weakest link. I thought it was like she was like, strict, but she like insults you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you're like a comic? You're going to cut on me? Like, what are you doing, stupid? I go, this is played.
What are you,
I go,
a dom?
I go, you know what? I would rather we just move on with the show because I think this whole you being mean is stupid and boring.
Where did that come from? Where the hosts have to be rude?
She had this look on her face like, what?
Yeah,
Like,
I must have been like, wait a minute, this is my job.
You should have kicked her. They couldn't have cut that out. 1 minute she's fine, the next minute she's just headless.
It just seems so stupid. And then they did another one with a comic, right? Didn't they have some guy who was doing it for a while?
The Everyday Show.
Yeah.
He was
Ray
okay.
Combs.
He was okay
Was
about
he?
it.
Ray Combs. Ouch.
Hey, Pat.
It's totally funny because the guy iced himself. Isn't that sick? It's the best thing about it.
That's a very
gallows
hung
humor.
himself joke.
Literally gallows humor, yeah.
Hey,
Son is a comic in New
Survey
York.
said, boo-hoo.
Pat, you got a question for
One
Joe?
too many on that?
Hey, Joe, what do you feel about deja vu?
That's a good question, man. A lot. I don't know what it is. Who knows?
For your time, man.
Yeah. I mean, it might be. Just a little. You know how you get like a little flash at home where the lights go a little brighter and then dim, like a power surge. It might be something like that. I mean, our human bodies are really some sort of a complicated electrical system. Deja vu could just be a quick like blip.
I heard that one theory on it is your brain absorbing the information that's coming in at the moment reroutes that information through the section of your brain that deals with memory.
Wow.
So that as it's coming in, it's already becoming a memory, so you kind of feel like you've already done it before.
That makes sense.
So you get this deja vu feeling.
Do you ever get whenever I get a feeling like that, though, I always make sure that I'm extra cautious about what I'm doing. Like if I get like, what am I remembering here? Why am I remembering?
Yeah.
I go, okay, let me just make sure I don't do anything stupid. And, get hit
But
by
then
a
it
bus
goes
right
away.
here. Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, I never did that. That didn't even seem remotely familiar.
Like a warning light going off. Like, be careful. Okay, we're all right. We're all
But
right.
it's always stupid stuff. I never get deja vu while I'm having sex or something hot.
Yeah, no
It's always when a clerk is going, the item is not priced correctly.
Yeah, you're like, wait, that happened before.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you say, did this happen already? And they go, shut up. No, it didn't.
No, of course not.
Have you ever done it on stage? Have you ever had it on stage, deja vu?
Yes, when I felt like I was bombing. Accurate.
But Jimmy will not be bombing at the Brigada come January.
Good. Very nice.
18th and 19th, tickets on sale now of January, and Saturday has 40 tickets left, so the Friday show is the one to go to. And tonight and tomorrow, Providence, Rhode Island, Comedy Connection.
Powerful Jimmy Norton. And I think Jimmy and I might be doing some stuff together in the future.
I want to do some gigs with Rogan. Yes.
That'd be cool.
As long as I go on first. I don't want to follow Joe.
You don't want to follow Joe?
No, no. I say that with love, too, and respect.
All right, let's go to Sarah and Brooklyn.
Animal on stage.
Sarah?
Hey, how are you?
Hey.
Hi,
Sarah from Florida Street.
What's going on, guys?
What's cracking?
Well, I was just commenting on Opie. You were talking about you dream about your dad. My dad died when I was 13, and I still dream about him. And it's the weirdest thing because it'll be a dream where it was like a government cover-up or something, and he didn't really die. He's just like, you know, he went on a weird vacation or something, you know. So it's I don't know how to take it, but
I've had those before too.
Well,
whenever a relative dies,
you don't want it to be real. You know, you want it to be back.
Maybe he'll come home soon.
I've had the ones where I go out to California.
Oh, you know what's the creepiest thing? As a comic, as soon as she starts, the first thing you want to do is make some sort of molestation joke.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
She's talking about
Yeah, I
she's
know.
13 when her dad
Isn't that
died,
horrible?
and your brain goes, "Don't do it.
Just stop."
That's the first place I want to go if someone says two Jews walk into a bar.
Please let this end well."
Yeah. Let's go to Arizona. It's Jim on the Opie and Anthony Show. Jim, what do you got?
Yeah, I was going to ask Rogan if he ever heard of a drug called Chantix.
What is it called?
Chantix?
Yeah,
No.
it helped me to quit smoking.
Oh, is it like a pharmaceutical drug?
Yeah.
No, I've never heard of it.
It's called like Citafel Freebase, something like that. But after a week of taking this stuff, my dreams just got so intense and so outrageous that it blew me away. I mean, I dreamt my brother was murdering people and asking me to help him bury him underneath his house.
Wow.
Take it easy.
Whoa.
Pete Bundy.
Yeah, well, yeah. Who knows what those things do? And what is the what's the original purpose of this stuff for again, sir?
It cuts off the craving for nicotine. You just tell your doctor you need to quit smoking.
Oh,
Supply of
wow.
this stuff.
Hey, you know
And it makes you hallucinate?
It just makes you dream. When
How?
you hallucinate, it's pretty wild.
How crazy is it that cigarettes are legal? How can the government ever pretend they're taking care of people when 400,000 people die a year because of cigarettes? It gives nobody any benefit whatsoever, and you never hear a peep out of any of these criminals. They never talk about, let's
industry.
end this, let's stop this, let's keep
tobacco
our kids
farms.
from dying like horrible deaths where it's literally like you're drowning to death. That's how you die when you have lung cancer. Like you have fluid in your lungs. This guy whose wife is a nurse was describing it to us on Saturday. Ari, how creepy was that when he was describing it?
Super serious.
It's so scary. He was telling a friend of ours who smokes, and he's like, it's the most horrifying death because they have to strap you down. Because you feel like you're drowning.
And you keep wanting to rise above. And
You're trying to get
above the level of water, but you can't.
Oh man!
You
Good
can
luck,
imagine, and that's how they all end. Nobody ends like in their
Joe,
sleep,
go home.
peaceful.
Just go home.
And you can't even ice yourself. You can't even get like a lethal dose of morphine to kill
something.
it off.
Yeah.
Hey, why does melatonin give me nightmare? I take that once in a while. I can't take it often because it makes me too sluggish the next day. But it always gives me bad dreams.
It's related to DMT as well. It's all thought to be a part of that whole chemical soup, 5-methoxy
That's
DMT,
weird.
and then DMT, melatonin. There's a bunch of different things that your brain produces.
That
while
is
you're
a natural
sleeping.
thing, though, melatonin.
Yeah, totally.
Because
natural.
melanin gives me nightmares.
Wow.
Tryptophan is in there too.
Michael from Long Island.
Before I finish my question,
Hold
I saw
on, hold
Anthony's
on.
lips moving.
Yeah,
Of course. You're enough.
As soon as I went, Mel, it's like, ding, ding, checking in.
Yeah, the light bulb went off instantly. Michael, what do you got? We're running out of time over here.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Hey.
I was watching a show recently that said that the humans today are descended from aliens that came millions of years ago. What's your opinion on that?
Oh, there's not a whole lot of evidence of that. The whole idea is based on Zecharia Sitchin's work, where he deciphered the Sumerian text. And the Sumerian text, Sumer is the oldest known civilization ever. It's where Iraq is today, which is one of the reasons why Iraqis are such douchebags. They're like the townies of the world. It's like that's where civilization was created. That's where mathematics, government, astrology, astronomy. It's a very fascinating, complex civilization where they had a detailed map of the solar system with all the planets in the correct orbit, including Pluto. We didn't know about Pluto until 1930. Now it's not a planet anymore, but whatever. Back then they had, and everything they learned.
They could prove there is documentation that goes back that far.
Oh, there's
for all that stuff.
Yeah, there's stone carvings of the whole solar system. I mean, there's not just that. There's genetic engineering with it. It's the originating symbol of the caduceus. Those two serpents intertwined that means pharmacy. That originated back then. It's thought to have something to do with the double helix of DNA, that they understood like a lot of very complicated things, like really incredibly complicated things. And they not only that, they had a detailed depiction of the creation of Earth, including the collision that they know now happened. This is like the scientists believe there's Earth 1 and Earth 2, and Earth 1 existed before the collision. It was a bigger, different planet, and we were hit by another planet, an intruder planet, and that's also what created, like, there's a thing called Bode's law, and Bode's law is if you know the size and the gravity of a planet, you can dictate how far away the next planet's going to be. Works on every planet in the solar system except for Mars and Jupiter, and because of Mars and Jupiter, in between there should be a planet, but there's the asteroid belt. And the asteroid belt is this gigantic belt that used to be a part of a planet. That's one of the theories. And they knew about this. They wrote about this 6,000 years ago. And they say that everything they learned from the Anunnaki. And what the Anunnaki literally translates is those from heaven to earth came, as those who came down from this other planet. And the idea is that they're on a planet called Nibiru, and Nibiru is on an elliptical orbit that comes inside Earth and Jupiter between Jupiter and Mars in that area. It comes around in that area every 3,600 years, supposedly. I mean, that sounds ridiculous, because it seems like if that was really like 3,000 years ago, if there's a planet that comes through, wouldn't there be some writing about that somewhere?
We would have seen it. Those guys were dopes.
But the fascinating thing is how much they knew. Find out, that this civilization 6,000 years ago popped up out of nowhere, and that's where mathematics came from. They invented the wheel, first government, first astrology. They named all the constellations, Leo and Cancer, and they had all that back then. They had all the depictions of the lion and the scales. All that stuff is from way back then. It's really, really amazing that this civilization just sprung out of nowhere. And this one scholar, Zecharia Sitchin, believes that this is where it gets really crazy. The reason why human beings were created is to mine gold for these aliens, and that they need gold to suspend gold particles in their atmosphere to protect it, because their atmosphere eroded just like ours did. Well, it sounds ridiculous, but in 2000 they had this symposium of all these different scientists got together, and they were coming up with ideas to, if we lost the ozone layer, what we could do to shield ourselves. And the number one idea was suspending reflective particles in the atmosphere.
Really?
Yeah, like gold. And gold is one of the most unusual metals. It's very rare, in that you can take a little tiny piece of gold and you can cover a huge surface with it. That's why they use gold for plating, gold plating on stuff. And that it's the same as with gold powder, and the gold powder would disperse. If you could get gold powder, you could get so much more of it. You could spread out so much further than any other kind of metallic particle.
Imagine if they did it wrong, though, and they're trying to fix the atmosphere, just dropping blocks of gold.
Or no, just condensed gravity made it a big torpedo of gold. It's crushing down in Manhattan.
Giant gold hole in the middle of the street.
It sounds crazy, but then if you look back and you go, well, why is everybody fascinated with gold? Gold has been our #1 currency in this world for thousands and thousands of years, back when, you could give somebody a soft metal that you can't even make a knife out of it, and they'll give you a donkey. Really? Why would that guy give you a donkey for that metal piece of rock that's useless?
We saw the effect it had on women. If you hand it to them, they go,
yeah, but what is that?
I find
currency.
I find it creepy that there's no one anywhere close to what we're doing as humans on this planet, and that freaks me out.
Yeah,
like you don't see, like we joke about it in very basic terms, like why isn't there an elephant at the bus stop waiting to get on the bus with us? It's humans, and then who's in second place?
Yeah.
We even had a huge discussion about that, and we couldn't come up with anybody close to us in second place.
No, there's no
people
second
went
place.
with dolphins. People went with ants.
Yeah, but still.
But
Yeah,
that's what creeps
nothing.
me out. It's like, why are we so much more advanced than anything else living on this planet?
Well, what
and it doesn't
Sitchin
make sense
says-
to me. So it makes me think something went awfully wrong with evolution, or possibly we came from somewhere else.
Well, we're the only animal that looks like dogs. If you look at dogs, you can get a poodle and a Great Dane, they can mate with each other. You could have Shaquille O'Neal and Bridget the Midget, and they can mate with each other. How crazy is that? That's the same species? How is that the same species? It doesn't even make any sense. If you get a tiger and a lion, they can't mate. They make a liger. That thing's useless. That thing is sterile.
Yeah.
But humans can make other humans out of anything. We make functional human mixes out of anything. If you look at it, humans created dogs through genetic engineering for selective breeding, and the idea is that that's how human beings were created, that they took a lower hominid and they accelerated the evolution. And that's what aliens did. And they're coming back, and they want their gold.
Ow! All right, we really have run out of time. You just made the last hour very interesting,
man.
Joe.
Yeah, always a good time.
And
man.
a lot of people
Always
want to
love
know how
coming
they
down
can join your cult. Just go to JoeRogan.net.
JoeRogan.net. Sign up for my mailing list.
Read Roganetics.
Roganetics.
L. Ron Rogan.
United Carolines, Joe Rogan, and Ari. It's a great show. It's
Where you at there, Mr. Norton?
Well, let me give you the number at 212-757-4100 to see Rogan tonight. Get tickets early.
I usually go see you, Joe, but I don't know because I got a hockey game to go to, and then I got
UFC Saturday. Let me know.
And then I got Anthony's gig tonight.
Flannery's.
Flannery's.
Gonna be a Flannery's. It's at 14th and 7th.
What time?
Yeah, about 11 o'clock.
Well, Brother Joe's doing the U2 thing, and then
we're getting all the
band back
all
together.
the guys when we're gigging.
You gonna get hammered?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, you kidding?
You did not just ask Anthony that.
And tonight, tomorrow.
And by
sounds
the
like
way,
fun.
this is just a recipe for disaster. I have the Ferrari 430 tonight.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a weekend, boys.
Oh, radio host killed Stone going backwards on LIE.
He'll live on in our dreams, though. Right, Joe?
And in the MP3s on the internet.
Yeah. All right. Did we get everything done? No.
Tonight, tomorrow, Rhode Island for me and the Comedy Connection, and then 18-19 of January, Bogota.com.
All right, we're going to go continue having fun at XM. You guys have a great weekend.
Bye, folks.
Are we live?
Yes, we are.
I'm still getting situated here with the earbuds.
Situated.
Are we on?
I see Stalker Patty
you hear
is
me?
here for the big Friday walkover in the cold.
Hi.
It's not
cold.
that bad today, though.
No, you know something? I really thought it was going to be worse than it is.
Yeah.
And it's not. But you go down one block and that wind could whip up to like 80 miles an hour.
You know, I live on a really windy block, too. I don't want to worry anybody. But
Who cares?
Oh, no, the wind is to die for.
We feel like we're in the Windy City, don't we, Jimmy?
We certainly do.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll say, oh, how windy is it? And he'll go, I know.
I feel like I'm in Chicago. By the way, now that he can't hear us, what a creep Joe Rogan is.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
What's wrong
Rogan,
with that guy?
just laying there in his isolation tank with his probably larger than average cock.
Right.
Fucking
Bobbing
pounding
up
the
and
tank.
down like a buoy.
Just jerking off and thinking about aliens.
Not all. His
What
dick
a-
probably opens the lid.
What a lunatic he is. Thank God he can't hear
His
us.
fucking massive karate cock opening the lid.
Like a subsurfacing.
Yes, a periscope.
The only reason I looked interested was because he could kick my teeth in.
You know something, though? That is some of that good, deep,
Oh, here it comes.
taking conversation.
Joe, that was an amazing 2 hours of radio. I got to tell you. I got to hand it to you.
I can't hang with
That was
Rogan
fun.
because he makes me want to get high again.
Yeah, see,
You know,
he makes it sound
it's
fun.
not that wet. It's not. I'm not trying to get high.
Miss,
to
is
like
that yours?
escape.
Is that
That's
yours?
what
Yeah.
the problem is with getting high. People do it to try to escape. I'm
Tell
trying
these
to dig
kids
in
how
deeper.
cool it is to get high, Joe.
Listen, kids, don't listen to everything. There's a lot of
Joe Rogan! Joe Rogan!
Exactly.
Thank you.
Joe Rogan.
Thank
Joe
you very
Rogan.
much.
For fear. What?
Hello. Hi,
I
madam.
used to be on TV. Hi.
You know Joe Rogan.
Do you remember, ma'am, teacher lady, do you remember this guy from TV?
What happened?
You remember this guy from TV?
They're on the radio.
Yes. Chris Hansen gave him cookies.
Get away from them. They're awful
Look
people.
at she's dragging her kids away
Drag
from
the
us.
children. She dragged the children away.
He strutted off away. He went cookies with like a little strut.
Yeah, she wasn't. She was none too happy with that.
Fuck her and her
Little
straight
joke.
hair.
Ugh. Are we there yet?
I know.
This
Oh, look at Jimmy
walkover
Stewart.
stinks.
Look at this older gentleman.
You
What
gotta
the-
look for your toolbar. That's what it is. Yeah, you gotta. Did you plug it in the monitor? Wow, he really does, kind of.
Wow.
Ladies, where are you off to today? Where are you off to?
Show, unfortunately.
Oh,
no.
the strike and all.
Oh, the
yes.
Broadway strike got you,
Yes.
huh?
You guys are fooling us here.
No, we're not.
No, we wouldn't fool you.
What did you
Why
miss?
would we
What did-
fool you?
What did you want to see that was that the strike canceled?
Jersey Boys.
Oh, yes.
Jersey Boys.
Wow.
Jersey Boys, Mamma Mia, and...
Wicked.
Wicked, that's it.
Yeah, I know.
Where are you guys from?
Hilton Head.
Oh, North Carolina or South?
South.
Okay.
healing.
So what are you doing instead of going to the play?
We haven't decided yet. We're going to Soho and look
shit.
at galleries today.
Just people singing for no fucking reason.
Be careful.
It doesn't make any
A lot of
sense.
gays down there.
Entertaining.
We
could
Know
suggest a
exactly
few
the words.
peep shows
Shit
if you
happens
want.
Over and over again. They do it day in, day out. That's what's fascinating when your vagina shuts down. Musicals and stuff like that become fascinating.
I wanted to ask her, why does your head taper like that? But I felt it would be inappropriate. There's no nice way to say that. Miss, your head is tapering.
And she's just walking around in a fucking moo-moo. What is that thing? What is that fucking Mrs. Roper dress she's got on?
How you guys living in New York about the musical thing? And these, how boring and fucking what a murderous assault on your attention span most of those things are. Amazing.
Musicals
Yeah,
suck.
the whole singing every word thing is ridiculous. I can understand you throw a song in there every so often, but singing every word thing just blows.
Hey, I got an
I always
idea.
hated the fucking West Side Story because of that shit.
Let's get Stalker Patty high today. Hey, Patty,
Nah, she would have a heart attack.
come here.
No, I'm on medication.
You want to get high today?
No, thank you.
I don't
Have
get
you ever been high?
I just drink coffee. That's it.
She gets
that
high
keeps
on
me
cock.
going.
You get high on cock?
You have a very sexy,
No.
very sexy stance.
Yeah.
I'm cold.
Wow.
You got the stance of a pear.
That
Thank you, I
that
appreciate
secretary
that.
spread thing is really taking its toll,
Yeah.
Patty.
Yeah, Joe made
What happened?
Jimmy made her come once.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Then I
For the
pictured,
days when he had to prove himself to us, not anymore,
then I
obviously.
pictured her in a coffin, and I made myself come.
Patty, have you ever done drugs?
No, I
Not-
have health issues.
But you were a child of the 60s. Didn't you have some drugs?
I was only 9, 10, 11 years old in
See,
the 60s.
child of the 60s. That's what I said.
I was too young.
All right,
What was the
chiclet
craziest,
teeth.
What was the craziest drug you did?
Smoke a little pot?
I took vitamins. My friend gave them to me, and I thought that was crazy enough, and I was 16.
Vitamins.
How awful.
How awful's right.
You're crazy.
All right, we'll see you guys upstairs in a few
Delivered
minutes.
rectally, maybe.
Heading into
Yeah.
XM.
She's terrible.
She should take vitamin C because she's a cunt.
See you upstairs.
Nice.
Joe Rogan checking out the XM studio for the first time. I think he's loving it.
Fucking badass.
Everyone digs it.
Now it's
awesome.
Now it's truly a hangout.
This is so sweet. The couch set up. You got a stripper pole. Huge desk here. I mean, you can fit like 10 comics here. This is awesome.
We
got a whole band here.
We haven't figured out how to use the other side of the studio. We've done it once or twice, and we realize we get way too comfortable.
We
and
start to
casual.
fall asleep.
But sit in one of those chairs really fast. I'm not even kidding.
By we, I mean me.
The one that's already reclined over there, Joe, to your right.
Oh, cool.
Just sit in that for 2 seconds. You want to talk about floating? Look at, oh my god!
Oh, this is nice.
How great is that?
Sensory
look at that.
deprivation show.
How do you do a radio show sitting in that thing?
This is very comfortable.
Yeah. All right, get back over
Big
here.
screens everywhere, man.
But they fucked up the couch thing, by the way. That couch is the worst couch I ever sat on.
Why?
Sat in.
Oh, what happened to the other one?
Yes,
Jimmy,
it's
go sit in
gone.
that real fast. The recliners are probably the softest recliners I've ever sat in. The couch sucks.
Wow, this is really great if you're having your fucking teeth pulled and you're in a waiting room.
I feel like I'm waiting for a bus at a bus stop.
It's fucking. This is a terrible. The other sofas were so comfy, and this is like an L-shaped wraparound.
It
But
really is bad.
I've never seen a fucking tinier sofa corner. Who can relax on this? This fucking stinks.
Yeah, it's too bad.
It does kind of suck.
Because the recliners are really good, but the couch is so stiff.
If you're gonna have an L-shaped
bleachers.
sofa,
Huh?
an L-shaped couch
Yeah.
should have like a lot of depth to it.
Yes.
I've never seen a more shallow. I'm a small guy, and right now I'm sitting, and half of my asshole is not on the sofa.
It's
My
like an-
asshole is split.
A barely upholstered 2x4.
This is fucking awful.
How much of a relief is it to come over here and just go buck wild after you do the regular show?
I know.
Oh, I prefer the CBS show. It's so fun to dance around the words. Why say cunt when you can say C?
By the way, to put something to rest, we truly did not do XM yesterday because there was an equipment problem with the master computer and delete and all that shit.
Yeah.
I know yesterday's show was a little weird at first, but in the end, we did not do the show over here because there was a major issue with the equipment. Also, I was thinking about taking the day off to begin with because of that story I told about Jay, our old friend Jay. He was coming into town, haven't seen him in 6 months, and I I wanted to leave early to begin with because I wanted to hang out with him for like 4 hours while he had a layover.
What, some insiders knew some information?
They just babble to a point.
Hysterical.
You got to say something to stop everybody. That's exactly what happened. Exactly.
Everyone knows everything.
And we didn't rerun the first part of the show because it was just so weird and it just was who gives a crap stuff. We decided to like throw something else in there.
Don't worry about it.
And we're going to be doing more of that as we move forward. If there's segments that are just god-awful, we are going to take them out and put something that's a little more entertaining
Until there's no show left to play.
That's right. We'll just be playing the fucking commercial breaks. And, something else I should have thought of before I tried talking.
If you want to hear the Opie and Anthony show in its purest form, then make sure you tape it every day. And then you're guaranteed to hear, the show in its entirety. But for replays and such, we might, fuck around a little bit. So just deal
We're
with
allowed.
it, man.
Are people getting upset?
They get a little antsy.
They're our listeners are intense at times.
But it's cool that you guys actually have interaction with them. I mean, even if they're wrong and retarded,
I know.
It's cool that you're taking them into account and you're listening to what they're saying. And you go, no. That's not what's going on.
Yeah,
but
there's
at least
a
you're listening.
complete interaction. Yeah.
But now they'll argue.
So rare.
They'll now argue about what I said and go, "Oh, I could hear it in his tone that he's just like covering his ass and blah 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 blah." It's like, oh,
Really?
all right,
Weird
whatever.
in your tone.
But I'm done with it. That's exactly what happened. I'm telling you, and simple as that. If you want to continue, trying to figure shit out, then have fun.
That's when you find out how dumb most conspiracy theories really are when they come against you. You're like, what? I said, what was I doing?
Yeah, wait, what?
Shut up.
You shifted your weight to your left foot. Come on.
I saw the look. I saw the look.
Hey, a bunch of things.
Thank you.
A bunch of things we want to do. Joe noticed the bleachers too. Here's what
fucking amazing.
Here's what we could do with the bleachers. We've only done it one time, and we have a pretty good crowd because we did the walkover today. You guys can walk with us every day, even if we're not broadcasting it, by the way. And you could come in and sit on the bleachers. We did it once. You bring the bleachers in, and they're right behind you.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty sick.
It's a little tight in this room, too. That's nice.
Well, we take out the couches and stuff. They roll out. We roll the bleachers in, and they sit right there, so you have a complete live audience.
That's pretty bad.
We might, maybe we'll do it around, we'll just get settled, and maybe we'll, switch it up a little bit today. Just to show you what this place could really do.
This is awesome.
We got to do Jimmy Dean Sausage Guy for Joe. Also, Joe in Pennsylvania has something. Joe, what's up?
Oh, this is John.
Whatever.
Hi, John.
John, what's up?
Hey, I was wondering if Joe Rogan ever dressed sexy to get some extra drugs.
Dress sexy? No, sir. I make a reasonable income. I just pay for it.
You linger longer for that one, Joe.
What's that, brother?
That was a Voss store. Rich Voss dressed sexy. Wore tight short shorts. Because the drug deal. All right, guys. So you go ahead and ask another question while I'm explaining to the guests what you just said. Sorry, no need to have an interaction, sir. It's all about you. And
Christ.
I'm just a fucking actor in your play. Go right ahead.
Hey, Anthony.
Yes, sir.
I was kidding, sir. Sir, I was being sarcastic. I was being. That was your cue to hold off. Well, shoot me, why don't you? Okay. Hey, Anthony. So, Joe, what that is...
He's still doing it.
Yeah, I know. He's this fucking guy. So, but don't hang up on him. I like his gumption. Go ahead, sir.
No, I'm not going to hang up, buddy.
No. Go ahead. It's all right. Go ahead. You see how this hurts? Now I'm going to do it to you. Makes you feel small and insignificant, doesn't it?
Can I speak now?
Holla.
Yeah, go ahead.
I sent an email to Steve for Anthony. I was wondering if he got it.
He did, actually, and he fucking deleted it because it was offensive.
No, it's
he kept trying to answer, and you kept emailing in the middle.
I love that.
So
I gave an email
Thanks,
to
Stan.
Steve C. for Anthony, and I'm like, what?
Steve C. doesn't even come in with the fucking things that we need for the show. Why would he have
emails
sent?
do I get?
We shut down our email accounts.
You don't let people email you anymore?
Long time ago.
I try to keep up.
I'll tell you why.
I don't want anybody to feel like I'm obligated to keep up, but I try.
Because I couldn't answer everybody.
You can't. It's impossible. People get mad.
And my OCD kicked in, and I'm like, oh god, I got to answer all 300 emails today. And then the next day it was another 300, and then it was never ending. And
I have my personal email. That's it.
Yeah.
Here's the rule of thumb I use.
Sorry.
I delete all the spam, and I answer anything with a cunt.
Wow.
And then I had a clever.
That's good.
Let me just sit for a moment.
Yeah, let that just.
That was one of those ones.
Sit there.
That was one of those ones you swing and then like lay rich, you just kind of throw the bat to yourself and think it over after you miss.
Oh wow, we got Kevin Smith checking in today.
Oh good. Sorry about the C word, Kev.
Did we know he was calling?
Yes, it's on the list.
I was trying to make it sound natural thing.
I mean,
Thanks for going for it.
He's just improv and calling the show. Kev wants to just talk about something he heard.
I like to think the show's just, oh wow, Kevin out of nowhere is calling us.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's chat with him. I didn't know Rogan was stopping by. You know, we like that feel. We're waiting for him to be put on hold.
I wish I lived here. I hate the cold, but I wish I lived here so I could come on all the time.
Yeah, this would be a great hang for you.
I would love it.
We're going to do something with Stalker Patty a little bit, too, I think.
Cool.
I think it's time that she needs more money. We got something good for her today.
I guess we could plug this in the meantime because he's...
Why is he talking when he could talk to us?
He's not. They're on hold.
Rather talk to Travis.
Saturday Night Virus, special edition starting at 7:10 p.m. Smodcast with Kevin Smith. Also, this Saturday, 9 p.m., Big Kev's Geek Stuff. Go to bigkevsgeekstuff.com.
But all that, just put it aside.
Yeah.
Because at 11 p.m., Master Poe takes control of the microphones for The Arena. Master Poe will be talking about the martial arts and fighting and... well, whatever else Master Poe wants to talk
And
about.
it's The Arena? That's what it's called?
Yes. We got a new description for Master Poe today. Who came up with it? The video game.
Oh, he's the video game boss.
Right.
Oh, when you get to that level?
Yeah, you reach that level.
There he is right there.
It's like, oh, did you defeat Poe? Did you get past the Poe? Yeah.
He looks like he should be in, The Matrix, of course.
That or Reservoir Dogs.
Right.
He's wearing his Reservoir Dogs suit today.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Mr.
I want to be Mr. Black.
No, Mr. Yeah.
Master Poe, tell us about your show. What's the show about?
Good morning, guys. What I'd like to discuss is mixed martial arts, street fighting, traditional combat, put it all together, what works, what doesn't work, and what arena. Because you have mixed martial arts, I love it. It's great. These guys are in incredible shape. They can kick a bag harder than I've ever seen in my entire life. They can punch somebody and knock them out with no problem. I want to talk about mixed martial arts in the street. Would you get on the ground on the street if somebody has a knife? Or would you, do ground for pound while you're on the floor or while you're in the street? So it's a combination of what works and in what arena.
That's really true, but it's really better to just get really good at the stuff that works the best on people who know how to fight. Because the stuff that works the best on people who know how to fight, that's the real stuff. That works everywhere. That works in the street. That works in the gym. That works in a fight. It works.
You know what sucks?
That's what people are doing in mixed martial arts.
I hate that.
There's a lot of people that have crazy ideas about taking people out at the knees, and I'll just poke them in the eyes. And I have a friend of mine who weighs 135 pounds. He's the nicest guy in the world, but he's convinced that he's going to kick someone's knee out and punch someone in the eye. And to the point where I'm worried about him. I'm like, you idiot. You can't defend yourself. You're fucking fragile. You little tiny thing. And so I've often thought about doing it, but I don't want to do it to him. Like tell him to come out with me in the yard and go try to hit me. I just want you to just come out to me.
And you'll show him and humble him.
I'm not going to hurt you. I promise you I won't hit you. I'm just going to strangle you real easy. And it's going to be shocking. It's going to make you feel real weird.
Joe, I don't know how to fight. That sucks for me.
You sound like fucking,
I just don't know.
You sound like Jeff McCullough in Dog Day Afternoon.
It's true.
I don't know.
The way
how.
I learned how is by doing it, man.
Yeah, but I never got into many fights.
You don't have to get into fights. I don't get into fights.
No. Here's the other thing. I would probably take a class. Here's my personality. I'd probably take a class. I'd learn whatever I need to learn, but then in a real life application, I'd probably just freeze up and fucking freak out and just pull out a gun and shoot him in the head for the dumbest fucking thing.
I can give you the perfect analogy.
I need something in between running and killing somebody.
The best analogy for you is because you love games. You're a video gamer.
Yep.
It's just like a real live video game. It's just you have to force your body to actually learn the moves.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
And then but you got the adrenaline pumping when it's real life. You know, this is like I'm going to either get my ass kicked or I got to kick this guy's ass.
But you get used to conflict and training all the time and constantly doing jiu-jitsu. You get so used to like really aggressive conflict. It's just normal.
Yeah.
It becomes a normal part of life. And if you were really good at martial arts, you would fucking love it. You
Yeah.
would love. You don't know what it's like to strangle a man.
I would
To
love
completely
to strangle
control-
people, Joe.
You would feel so much more relaxed just knowing that you could do that.
Just
it
knowing I
relaxes
could.
You. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think you like guns so much, man?
Because it
Yeah,
relaxes me to
fuck
know
yeah.
someone
To
comes
know,
in my
think,
house,
that's all
their
you
head
need.
is
Yes,
gone.
exactly.
But I need something between running away crying and shooting someone in the head. That's like those are my two options. That's my fight or flight option.
Go with Indian burn.
Indian sunburn
Indian
on the
burn.
wrist.
How's the needle?
How's this feeling, Pally?
Or I say pink belly.
Pink belly?
Yeah, go pink belly on him.
Or just hang out with big friends.
I really have to learn how to fight.
A
I
huge
think.
part of men's problems in life. You
Yeah.
know, because once you know how to fight, you don't feel like you're scared of it all the time.
Yeah.
So you don't invite it as much, and you're friendlier to people.
I always
it makes
got
it easier.
like punched. I always got punched in the head growing up. Like if I rarely got into fights, but when I did, like I would try, but probably they smelled fear on me and just like
Punch you in the
wailed me
head.
in the head. I would always get punched in the head.
Did you fight back after that, or would you just go down?
No, I would fucking go down. I'm bleeding from the eyeball. I remember this one kid out in California. We're in front of the fucking Vons, and I knew him from school, and we weren't friends, but we were by no means enemies. And he goes, "Hey, Cumia, let's slap fight." And I was like, all right. So, put up a little whatever guard I know, and I go reach in to fucking slap him in the face. He fucking right-hand fists me right in my eye and put me on the sidewalk, and I'm there with my head going, bing, and blood pouring down my face, and just looking at him going, laughing at me.
Did you cry?
I was like,
a slap fight?
fucking down for the count. Yeah, he wound up like I went in to slap him, and when my head went forward to slap him, he was waiting there with this right hand fucking right across my eye.
Whoa, what a douchebag.
A total douchebag. And
wouldn't it be nice to shoot a double, take that guy down, and fucking strangle him to death?
See, yes,
Wouldn't that be
I would
nice?
have loved
Just sink that choke in.
You don't know
Fuck
for
you.
years that bothered the shit out of me. Years I fucking went, I want to kill that guy. It's still, you're
Clearly
right.
it still
I'm
bothers you.
still
What do you
talking
think
about it
about?
and bothered by it. I have a Gabriel Mayers, his name was, and I still want to fucking punch him in the head.
Just keep in mind we got Kevin Smith on hold.
Oh, no. Okay.
We're trying to get to him. But
Let's talk to Kevin. I have one question for Joe. One question, because you're a guy who can really fight. What's the most satisfying time somebody either A, like screamed at you in a car and had to get out and realize that you were going to when's the most satisfying
murder him.
time
I
came into play?
avoid almost all bullshit. I don't get into arguments with people in cars. Like, oh, whatever. The only time I ever get in a situation with someone is when I feel like I have to defend myself.
Or a guy
like I'm
talking to
getting-
your chick at a bar being obnoxious. Like, when's the most satisfying time that you were ever able to use that, even without fighting, to just brush somebody away?
Just people, for the most part, you could avoid stuff.
On stage of the Comedy Store in February?
See people. Yeah, that was one. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Wait, what happened?
On
There's been a
stage at the
bunch of
Comedy
them.
Store in February, a guy named Carlos Mencia, and
Oh, yeah.
then on stage, and
You guys have a little beef?
No.
I heard something.
He's a swell little little thing.
Let's go to
I
Kevin
can't even
Smith.
talk about it anymore. It can't even come out of my mouth anymore.
Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Listen, man, you don't need martial arts or any of that bullshit. If
No.
you get into a confrontation with somebody and somebody tries to kick your ass, I've always found it best if you offer to suck their dick.
That's a
One
good
of
call,
two things
dude.
is going to happen. Either they're going to take you up on it and you're out of the situation, or they're going to think you're so fucking pathetic you're out of the situation.
No, Kevin.
Sage,
You forgot.
sage
He
words.
forgot the third option, which is you suck their dick, they come in your mouth, and then they beat you for being a faggot.
God damn, that's awful.
Yeah, that's about as bad as it gets.
Hey, Kevin.
How are you guys?
Very
good,
good, man. You got the Smodcast coming up?
The Smodcast, of course, airs
Yes.
on what is it, 202?
Yeah, 202.
Yep,
Very good.
202. You and
202
Scott
tomorrow
Mosier.
night.
Yeah.
So that's happening. But we announced our Zach and Miri cast.
Oh,
Yeah, you couldn't announce it on our show a week or two ago. Now it's official.
Now it's official.
When are you going to give us a little scoop?
I think I gave you a scoop about my fighting technique.
Yeah, that is true.
I call it my bullfrog style.
Bullfrog style.
Now, has this movie been filmed yet?
Not yet, sir.
All right, good, because I know we had discussed some stuff. So who else is in the cast?
Who else besides Jimmy Norton?
Yes.
Seth Rogen and Elizabeth Banks.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, pretty huge for us.
Very cool.
And the
Fucking huge.
the gist of the story?
These two cats are so broke and they got nothing. They got no prospects in life. They decide the best way to get out of debt is to make a porn flick.
Nice. Powerful.
Yeah.
What's it called, the movie?
Zach and Miri make a porno.
Oh, perfect. Wow. Awesome. That's funny that if you know the title, you don't have to ask what it's about.
No. True.
Yeah.
You're wrong, because if you ask what it's about, you find out it's a meditation on the Holocaust.
Kevin. Hey, Kevin, what was the last drug you did?
Last drug I did was I got stoned. Last poker game I played in Jersey, this dude Frank had a bullet with him, and we smoked some weed.
Yeah, we've been talking about drugs a lot this morning.
I've never gone harder than weed. Everything else scares me. Remember Len Bias? Remember he did that coke and his heart exploded?
Yeah, old
I
lefty
was in Maryland. I grew up in Maryland.
Me
It was
off
huge.
coke forever. I mean, I was in high school at that point, and any curiosity I had about it went out the fucking window. Have you guys heard about this new drug that they're rocking in Florida called Jenkem?
Mm-mm.
There's a drug called Jenkem, and it originates.
That's that
in
African stuff? Yeah.
Yes, where
Sewage?
basically they take a big old empty bottle of Coke or Pepsi, a big 2-liter bottle, and they pack half pack it with shit and urine, and then they put a balloon over the top of the bottle, the opening, and then let it ferment for like 2 or 3 hours in the sun. A lot of work to make this drug. And then you take the balloon, you hold the balloon closed, take it off, and fucking inhale it, and it apparently makes you very high.
Why?
A lot of kids are doing it.
Pretty crazy. Yeah, I saw that in Africa.
Its street name is butt hash.
Right.
Butt hash.
How long does it keep you high for?
They say that it immediately knocks you out, and when you come to, you have this bizarre sense of euphoria from an hour to all day long.
Does your breath smell like shit?
Of course it does.
Oh, yeah, everything smells like
shit. The big
shit.
after effect is that the kids complain that their breath smells like sewage. We talked about it on Smodcast this week.
Is it
fucking amazing?
What is it? Just inhaling methane or something?
Yeah.
Essentially, it's getting the methane high, man. But you're kind of left with the taste of raw sewage in your mouth for days at a time. But can you imagine wanting to get high so badly that you're like, I'm going to take the time to whip up that concoction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin, quite frankly.
The article that I saw, and it was horrible. There was these little African kids just digging into raw sewage with their hands and pouring it into little, water bottles, making this stuff.
And depending on what area of Africa it is, you could kind of I can't agree with it or condone it, but you get your head around it. That's a cheap high.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about kids in fucking Florida, dude.
That's pretty
you don't
crazy.
have enough for a dime bag. You're like, I'm willing to inhale shit and piss.
The kid in Africa in the article that I read said that when he had the hallucinations, it made him see his mother, who had just recently died, and he could talk to her and be with her.
Oh, so that's why
what
he...
the fuck? He lives in Africa, he's smelling shit, and his mother's dead, and he's 5. And he's just wandering in the fucking jungle with a little water bottle full of shit.
Full of shit for him to get a buzz
That's
off.
fucking crazy, man.
It's like a whole nother world over there.
Whoa, holy shit it is.
How about one of its nicknames is, did you ever see that clip online, the video game, where the dude was like, Leroy Jenkins?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no. Fan says yes.
Obscure.
Yes, it's a classic, actually.
It's a pretty fucking funny clip, but they call it Leroy Jenkins here in the States as well.
Wow. Yeah, I would think the little kid should dig and plant a seed.
Is it World of Warcraft or something like that? Is a game where you can get together online, a bunch of people could do it, and in this online reality, they had a funeral for one of the characters died, and then, you're supposed to observe some sort of armistice while that's going on in this game.
Really?
Some dude came in with weapons and just slaughtered everybody.
At a funeral?
Oh,
so sad.
That is
great.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. People get so furious about that shit.
Did he just write pwned? Your funeral's been pwned. Noob.
I had a real online problem for a long time. I played Quake online, 8 hours a day. I couldn't stop. I was so
You know what I've
addicted.
been playing? This isn't going to sound nearly as manly, and this is why I have to suck dick to get out of fights. On Facebook, they have a game. I'm so embarrassed.
Oh, no. I know what you're talking
On Facebook, they have a game called Scrabulous.
Oh, no.
It's an online Scrabble game.
Oh.
That's as hard as I get.
Are you at least dominating?
That's my street cred. I'm like,
Wow.
I'll fuck you in Scrabulous.
What kind of graphics card you need to play that one?
Pretty much the same graphics card they used on the Atari 2600.
Yeah, right. Are you a good Scrabble player, Kev? I happen to like Scrabble.
I'm a Scrabble fan, sir. I do enjoy it, but I'm very I'm competitive.
spellers.
I don't know. I used to in the beginning go for the big words to impress. But
No.
that's how you lose the game.
Yeah,
Have you ever played
like-
Jimmy Kimmel?
What's that?
Have you ever played Jimmy Kimmel?
No.
He's really good at it.
Is
he? Is he really?
Yeah, he's obsessed with it.
Fucking people that are good at
Very
spelling.
good at Scrabble.
God, I hate it.
I'm not better than Jimmy Kimmel, I'm sure, but I play a little Scrabble.
I get all stressed out when the little hourglass is running out of sand, and
you still have a word?
I don't have a word because I don't know how to spell.
Right.
So I'm like sitting there going, "That is my fucking weakness, man. I can't spell worth a shit.
I can't spell worth a shit either, and no matter how many times Microsoft Word corrects me, I never fucking remember it. I
Yeah.
just see that little red
That's me
line
too.
underneath it, I go, oh yeah, I fucked it up
Fucked it,
again.
yep.
It's an I before an E, douchebag.
Like,
I spelled weird right twice in the last 5 years.
Oh, weird is one of those words that just fucks me up. Important or
Receipt.
important? What the fuck is it, an A or an E?
An A!
All right.
Easy one.
No, it isn't.
It is.
This is very important. That's why I say important.
Yes,
So it's not like
How about,
important.
like,
And
inadequate?
they both look right written down.
No, they don't.
No.
Yes, it
no,
does. That's why I
no.
fuck it up. Leave it.
I was
Don't
with
tell
you
me
with-
what I feel.
I was
Necessary always fucks me. I get fucked by necessary and access.
Yeah, shit like that.
Is it
Is it
two
two
C's or
C's,
one?
two S's?
Yeah, what the
Or
fuck
an
is
X?
that?
It's 2 and 2.
AXES. I got access. Do you?
With Scrabble.
Thank God for things like just
Dumber
even
friends.
Yahoo. I've been I write an email or something like that, or I'm trying to write something and not look like an idiot, and I'll just pop it into Yahoo and just hit it. And it'll usually tell you if it's right or wrong. I know you could go to the dictionary.com or whatever, but I just usually have Yahoo up, so I pop it on there. And sometimes I get it so wrong that it doesn't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Doesn't even know what I'm trying
That's
to
the
say.
best.
Do you know what word always gets me? I know it's I before E, I think, except after C or whatever, but I receipt.
But not always.
I know, there's little silly rules. I receipt I can never get, but I'm a good speller. I have to put that out there on the table.
You are.
Yeah, yeah, they call me the fucking the spelling kid.
I don't remember
Where
ever
the card
hearing
at, Jim?
you called the spelling kid.
Yeah.
Don't you love guys that make their own fucking nicknames?
That's right.
I'm like the
No,
spelling kid.
actually, my nickname for myself was Kid Spells It Right, but it was the I instead of IS it was IZ. You know, just to kind of ghetto it up. I want to thank.
All I know is for the many times people be like, "Why do you do Opie and Anthony? Those dudes are juvenile in grade school." I've never felt that until you guys started admitting you couldn't spell important.
Look, stick it up for us.
Motherfuckers may be right. These dudes have the spelling skills of a 6-year-old.
Let it be
I'm
known.
sorry. It
Ed
just
was the only one that didn't know.
That's right.
We're still smart.
I had to have a weakness somewhere.
True.
You know,
Finally found it.
I know everything.
I want to thank Kevin Smith for making us talk about spelling for 15 minutes.
Well, you know, the
Did you
real
say Emmett
problem
Smith?
is...
Not even try to take it there.
Did you say Emmett Smith or Kevin?
Kevin.
Oh my God, I just heard Emmett Smith.
There's all sorts of holes in our language that we haven't fixed. We just
W-H-O-L-E-S?
keep spelling things the same way.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Can't we just spell everything phonetically?
Well,
Yeah,
a lot of times
exactly.
it doesn't work.
Love that.
silent letters and what the fuck?
Yeah.
2007 for real.
Yeah.
Silent letters still.
Silent
That
letters.
makes zero
For
sense.
what?
Yeah, for
Exactly.
That's just to
Subtle.
fake out. You know, they keep silent letters to just fake out the foreigners.
who? It's shitty
Oh,
code.
is that
Yeah.
it?
That's how you flush out somebody who's not.
It's shitty coding. That's what it
Shitty
is.
code.
It's shitty communication coding. That's all it is.
Maybe
It's
Kevin.
just bad Microsoft Word
Got to
from
be
like
debugged.
1994.
Maybe on the set, me and you play a little Scrabble. What do you say in
I'm
between
all for that,
scenes?
sir. I'll bring my travel Scrabble. The small
No, I don't.
shit.
Travel Scrabble sucks. I like a big fucking. I don't fuck. I the little magnetic ones. They all get crooked. Drives me nuts. Fucking magnet ones
Not
suck.
for nothing, but I got important people like Seth Rogen in the movie, dude. I don't want people to see me playing Scrabble.
I gave that guy Stoner of the Year award at the High Times Awards.
Really?
Yeah.
Stoner of the Year.
I was,
All right.
I was honored
Hey,
to give him Stoner
Kevin,
of the Year.
Kevin, it's time to tell Jimmy what his part is going to be in the movie.
Yeah, because I didn't know.
He's got to prepare
I
now.
don't want to ruin it here, but I tell you, it's not a big part, but it is he is apt for this role.
Okay, is it a sexy?
Places.
Do I walk in shirtless and say something dramatic to a woman and she comes?
Will he be on screen more than he was in Spider-Man?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Will words be coming out, or am I playing the part of like a guy in a mall who
Words
sits
will
there?
be coming out.
Okay.
Memorable words.
Wow.
Powerful.
Memorable.
Nice.
Memorable.
Who's that Banks girl? Who is she?
She was in Spider-Man as well. She played Betty Brant. But she was in, did you ever see Invincible, the Mark Wahlberg movie about the football dude?
My friend Doug was in that. It made me sick to my stomach, so I couldn't watch it.
She was in that. She was in
She the blonde girl in that?
40-Year-Old Virgin. She was the chick in the tub. Who's
Oh, God, that girl was hot.
She was in Scrubs. She was in Slither. Did you ever see Slither?
No, but I know who you're talking about
It
now.
was a good fucking movie, man. She was in that. She was in Wet Hot American Summer. She was good.
What's Slither?
I never saw it.
Slither is the movie. It's kind of like it's a piss take on, but not a complete comedy piss take on like a monster from space movie, like an Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the closest thing I can.
Yeah, I remember seeing the
And it's a
trailer
2
for that.
thumbs up from Kevin Smith?
Yeah, it's totally worth watching.
Fuck yeah. Write that down.
Got a sense of humor to it.
Fuck, I gotta start working on my skills.
Yeah.
He's all worried. No, I don't want to disappoint
Now
Kevin.
he's all worried. He's a romantic lead in the new Kevin Smith movies. Fucking bone up.
All you have
Work
to
on my
do is bring
skills.
yourself, sir. That's you're fine.
Does
Your skills are there. You're cast for your skills.
Does the part require like opening your eyes really wide to show emotion? Because if it does, I'm the fucking main man for this movie. Just act surprised in every scene. What?
You do have the look of somebody who's recently had a facelift. That's
Yes. I look like a burn victim with good skin.
You have the wide-eyed skills of a young buckwheat, sir.
A burn victim with good skin. Like somehow they fixed you, but your skin was too small.
Yeah, my lips never came back, and my fucking eyes open way too wide. It just gives everybody the willies. I really am awful. But I know how to be angry on film. Like when I'm angry, I just shake my fist a lot. I'm fucking good. Let's do this picture.
What about crying? Dropping performance clinics, sir.
Well,
Like
and
Lee Strasberg.
Joe asked about crying. It's fucking easy. I look and I actually will enunciate boo-hoo.
That's crying.
You know what's weird with crying in movies? A lot of actors, like great criers, Demi Moore, great crier. Denzel Washington's a great crier. A lot of them cannot actually tear in movies, so it doesn't look like they're crying in their face. I've never dry-faced cried. My face is always wet when I cry. And there's a lot of actors cannot do that.
How strange is it that we
the come
really
on.
appreciate
Yeah.
people?
No, that would be smile.
How crazy that we really appreciate people who are really good at faking shit. Like that's like a huge skill.
That's why I love
like to
my wife,
fake
sir.
emotion.
That's why I love my wife, sir.
The sir was such a huge part of that line right there.
Kevin rules.
Made it. Yep, that made it.
Oh shit! Yeah, we are. We're just like
Crazy. We're obsessed with people who are great at lying.
if you're, and the better the liar,
Yeah.
the more we
The
appreciate
better you
it.
can go into some crazy psychotic state. Like your father didn't just fucking die, and you're sitting here crying like a crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're putting yourself in that place for the film.
Yeah.
You're fucking nuts.
You're a liar.
Yeah, you're awesome at faking it.
Well, movies
But
actually
the best ever at faking it.
If they do it in cutaways, it's real easy to cry. There's this thing called a mentholated blower. It's essentially that thing like you thing you stick up your nose and inhaler to
Yes.
if your nose is blocked. Basically, they drill a little hole on the other end of it and then blow from one end to the other into your open eyes and
Oh.
immediately tear up.
What kind of cheesy
That's
ass
awesome.
shit is
Wow,
that?
that must be-
and they're putting Barry Bonds in jail. What the fuck? That's like steroids for acting.
I know.
He's a fucking liar.
It is, man. And you know what's also good about it? It doesn't just make your eyes wet. It gives you the fucking runny nose of crying. as
Wow,
well.
the whole deal, the whole package.
Yeah.
But then you
That's
still
awesome.
got to do the mouth thing and and make your funny crying face,
lip quiver,
make your funny crying face.
You know how I do it?
The lip quiver makes everybody go, okay, calm down, calm down. Even if you hate a dude and his lips quiver, and you're like, calm on, dude.
I do it like Caligula.
Relax,
It's like
bro.
the ultimate like tail tuck. Like your lips are quivering. What I'm doing? I'm sorry. Like, all right, man, it's okay. It's
Calm
okay,
down, dude.
Yeah.
It helps if you've got a few extra chins, too, because you get that jowl.
The jowl starts
And if you can get some
rumbling.
spittle and not even pay attention to it, you know, you don't. No good.
yeah.
Done. Just you're letting it dribble down your face. You don't care.
You know
don't
who
even touch
does
it.
a good, like, really out of his mind crying because there's spit strings and everything, and when he's talking is Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah,
He will be crying and shit's flying out of his mouth, tears, snot.
Isn't he a Scientologist?
I have no idea.
Isn't he one of those?
But
I believe.
Well, he
he
always
is.
plays
believe he is. Well, there you go.
the
It's crazy.
retarded whatever in a
That's
movie.
the
Like
first
he's a
lesson.
retarded
When
soldier.
When you're auditing a class in Scientology, the first thing they teach you is how to cry convincingly.
Really? That's because when you see how much you're giving them, you'll know how to react.
How crazy is that whole process where they hold on to the e-meters?
The little meters, yeah.
Coffee
Anything
cans
that
with
keeps you off
strings.
a building with a fucking sniper rifle, I'm okay.
You ever see the picture of
sure,
young John Travolta holding on to those things, and he's like, hey, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Well, the craziest rumor that I ever heard about Scientology was the Richard Gere gerbil rumor. Was that the reason why Richard Gere, that which is the craziest fucking rumor of all time. The Richard Gere gerbil rumor is like unbelievable. This is before the internet. I mean, I grew up in Boston. My friend grew up in L.A. We're both the same age. We both heard it at the same time.
How did that happen?
It's fucking insane.
Like a messenger with wings on his heels, running across the country with a scroll. Hear ye, hear ye.
There's no rumor like that. The Rod Stewart sperm rumor was the only other rumor that was close.
That's up there. And it was also Rod Stewart, it was Elton John, and later in life it was John Bon Jovi. I always heard that story.
I never heard Rod Stewart.
What was the Bon Jovi one?
Same thing.
But that one was
He
true.
was sucking so many dicks at a party that they had to pump his stomach from all the
Yeah, Rod Stewart.
I heard Bon Jovi had AIDS.
Those rumors persist even pre-internet because and travel because it captures a child's imagination.
The gerbil just made everybody go.
A gerbil in the ass, you gotta tell somebody else.
How did the gerbil thing pass like that, though? How did that happen? That's just
amazing.
That is amazing.
It's amazing. It traveled the whole country.
Like what?
Everywhere.
Were people writing letters and licking envelopes and going, "I gotta send this to my friend," like regular mail?
Richard Gere is
down from father to son, mother to daughter.
Yeah,
that's right.
Housekeeper,
rodent to rodent.
Richard Gere was a really handsome man, and any opportunity that America had to hate on him, oh yeah, that's what I heard. And it just shows you how many haters are out there. They just spread it like wildfire.
I still believe it.
You think so?
Yes.
Really?
100%. I think when he went to Buddhism, Scientology released it.
My friend Steve used to work in the Miami hospital. He used to work in he was a resident. He's an ophthalmologist, and he worked in the intensive care. And he said he saw everything up people's asses. Everything. Light bulbs, guns stuck up guys' assholes.
We've seen the x-rays, man.
Oh, fucking insane. Yeah, guns stuck up your asshole. Stuck.
Loaded?
Yeah, yeah.
Of course.
Like pistols. They're shoving a pistol in the ass and it gets like wrecked in there.
If you're going to do it, it should be loaded.
Yeah. We had x-rays. We had a shitload of x-rays that some guy brought in of guys with things up their ass. And one was a bowling trophy.
Yeah, that was our favorite.
The bowling trophy had hooked itself. Because he was on his back throw. It had hooked himself on, like, his pelvis bone. So he couldn't get it back out. It was like a molly bolt up his ass.
Oh, my God.
And,
was it at least the first place?
Molly bolt. I can't even listen to that.
Yeah, he had to. I know. Isn't that just painful?
I know.
They had to do a little finagling to get that out of
Another
it.
trophy I could understand. Like, if he had just won something and the arms were raised, at least you could kind of understand the physics of wanting to put a raised arm trophy in your ass. But when an arm is hooked back, that's a recipe for trouble.
Yeah, you're gonna get into some trouble in there.
Maybe it was his dad's bowling trophy. He just wanted to shove his dad up his ass.
Yeah, like look, Dad.
Sort of a reverse Oedipus.
I was in an emergency room, not personally for a problem, but for an impacted fecal matter problem.
Powerful.
My wife had some thyroid surgery, and for a week she was taking Vicodin. Apparently, one of the side effects is it prevents you from shitting for a while. And she got to the point where, like, she was doubled over, sick. She felt like she was being poisoned, like toxic poisoning. I kept saying, let's go to the hospital. She's like, no. And I went out and got, like, the little enemas you can buy, all that shit. Nothing worked. And finally she conceded, and we took her to the emergency room, and the doctor had her it was so horrible, had her get her on her hands and knees and use a long speculum, a shovel, to just dig it out.
Holy Jesus Christ.
Wow. And the one thing she said after it was all over was like, never tell anybody.
Wait, how long did it take?
I think once she got into the room, it was about a half an hour. Because once they kind of get half the blockage, then immediately, boom, you're set to pop.
Oh, my God. Was it really, like, what if eventually you would shit, right? It was all impacted? Like
doctor, it was too big to come out.
It was just impacted and just fucking blew out her upper intestine.
You should have gotten high off that.
Upper colon. It was just, he said it was like a massive fucking cork.
Oh, God.
You can die from that because you're backed up.
Sure. You start getting the headaches and all. Yeah.
Yep.
What do you do if you're on a deserted island and you fucking can't shit?
Oh, you're done.
Deserted island. How
actually
fucking
happened.
old are you?
Well, that's hilarious. It happened on Survivor.
Both the question and the response were hilarious.
A guy on a teeny island with one palm tree.
Exactly, that's what you
And a big bloated stomach full of shit.
That exact thing happened on one of the Survivors. I forgot which one, and the guy had to leave the game because he was going to die. They had to get him to a hospital.
Couldn't you put like fucking Metamucil in there or some warm water or put your finger up there? There's got to be a way to scoop your duty
What about
out.
colonics?
I think it was too high for a finger to reach.
But why did you sit there and push till it happens?
I was like, let me help
Can.
out.
It's probably above those sphincter muscles.
God, fucking Vicodin. I don't take Vicodin.
I've taken Vicodin a little bit.
If you're on the desert island and you're impacted that badly, and there's nobody with a speculum to dig your shit out of your ass, you
And a little
wade
shovel.
into the ocean and pray to get eaten by a shark.
I know. You imagine if that's the one thing you're looking forward to in society, a guy with a shovel and a fucking table to get on your hands and knees on?
Well, you could get into the
Island we never saw.
You could get into the water, spread your ass cheeks, and hope for the Bermuda shit-eating fish. Just maybe
bunch of piranhas to nip at it.
Yeah,
My kingdom for a shovel in my asshole.
Brother Weeze tells a story every once in a while. He was in such a state on the bowl he couldn't get it out, but it was half out that he had to cut it loose. He cut it loose with scissors. Yeah.
Scissors?
What?
Wait, he stood up to go get scissors, or did he have them in reach?
I guess he waddled and got scissors. He couldn't get the whole turd out. So
That is insane.
How did he wipe? It took him 3 weeks to wipe.
But he figured, fuck, I'll just like
Scissors.
I
Why
can't
did
sit
he
here and
grab it?
Yeah,
with
use
his
your finger.
hand?
Yeah,
Just get in there.
Oh, he also I don't know.
Shout at it.
I don't know if this is I don't know if it's the same story, but he did also say that it was one time it was so hard. Maybe it was after he cut it. It wouldn't go down the fucking toilet, so he had to go in there
and squish it up.
What does Weeze eat? Spackle?
I don't know, man. He swears it's true, but he cut it loose because he couldn't sit there anymore. He's like, "Fuck this! I'll come back and try to get this done later."
You know which ones hurt? The fucking knobby-headed turds.
Yeah.
They look like
yeah.
fucking. They look like the Michelin
Turtles.
Man, but thin and brown. It looks like,
Like a potato
50
that's been
small
left out.
donuts put together and then fucking shaped into a log.
It's
Kevin,
so weird how sometimes your shit comes out. And it's just like you go to wipe your ass and there's nothing there.
Nothing.
Man. It's like, how did that happen?
Just a speck of
worse
blood and a
than
little
that.
semen.
Clean.
I think
What?
worse than that is when you get the breech shit going, where it's turned the wrong way.
Breach, yes, breach. I know exactly what he's talking about. You can feel it moving through your whole insides, like holy
It's
shit.
as opposed to pointing head down, it's on its side.
Yes,
It's like you got a
yes.
breech situation.
It's like watching Tor Johnson walk into a room.
I was drinking.
Those are the only times I pray now is when that stuff happens.
I was drinking
Yeah.
this goji berry juice, and you're not supposed to drink too much of it. You're supposed to drink like 1 ounce of it. It's got strong antioxidants. I was drinking like a fucking glass of it, right? And I kept getting these unbelievable, like I said, like it was like a dirty turtle tank. That's what my shit was like. Just, you know, like your turtle tank when you don't clean it. Those motherfuckers just eating and shitting everywhere. It just came out of my asshole. It smelled like a stinky, neglected turtle tank. It smelled the same way until I stopped taking this fucking goji juice. I was like, I don't care if I get healthy. Fuck it.
By the way,
Healthy stuff.
It was
by
like
the way,
just
Kevin,
horrible, explosive, broken fire hydrant diarrhea.
Is it good for you, though?
Yeah, it's great for you.
get a copy of this
Cleans you out.
broadcast and play it for those people that say
Yeah.
the show is immature and juvenile.
Yeah, exactly.
They just
Dare
talk
they?
about shit for fucking 20 minutes.
Well, Kevin, what's the big plug? We got to take a break here. We got the Smodcast tomorrow at 7:10. That's a little weird.
Smodcast tomorrow night.
Smodcast, right?
On 202 The Virus, and we cast our Zach and Mary, Seth Rogen and Elizabeth Banks.
That is
Nice.
Those guys that call in with it, and there it is.
Very cool.
All right, well, Kevin, it's always a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you.
Always a pleasure, sir. If I don't see you in studio beforehand, I'll see you on the set.
Hey, you rule, dude. It was an honor to talk to you. Big fan.
Hey, Kev, where are we shooting?
We're shooting Pittsburgh, sir.
Good.
Yeah, not too far.
So this is real now with Jimmy because it kind of started as a little bit of a bit, but it's real now, right, Kevin?
It's very real. But as long as Jimmy Brown, he can't come in the next day to the show and be like, that was not worth the trip.
No, not at all.
No, you bash Kevin Smith. I will bash you.
Never bash Kevin.
No, you got his word.
No, I'm fucking good, man.
Yeah, we're not stupid.
God damn it, I told you to bring me the formula. That's a guy who needs the formula.
He's writing the line in for you.
Writing the line.
That's funny.
He's available for ad-libbing.
I'm fucking good, man. Believe me. I'll help you. I'll go over the whole script, make a few changes.
Yeah, he's really helpful.
Not in.
All right.
Any poker games in the future?
I think I'm going to play another one in the next 2 weeks in Jersey.
Cool.
Do you play well high?
I'm sorry?
Do you play well when you're high?
I didn't that night.
Making some stupid moves.
Ari Shaffir is a killer poker
7
player.
deuce off. This will work sometime. It's got to come out on the flop eventually.
You're eating a jack? What do you
Ari's been winning big money playing in L.A. tournaments.
Yeah? Really?
He
Yeah.
wins
Big
all
money.
the time.
Where you play Commerce?
Commerce, yeah.
Yeah.
Commerce Hustler.
Yeah.
He's a killer, man. He
It's fun
takes
as
home
shit.
like big cash.
Nice.
10, 12 sometimes.
I started. I forgot to tell you. I started playing online as a goof, and
Good.
I had like a 2-7 offsuit, and I decided to go all in, right? And it didn't work out, obviously.
No.
And then you watch everyone leave the room. That's my new thing. Just go all in on the worst hand and see how pissed people get. You just see people disappear before your eyes around the whole table.
Wait, why
and
would
then you sit there by
Why would they
yourself in
leave?
this room?
In that room.
They
Yeah,
don't,
that's where
because
you
they
don't-
want. No, they don't want to deal with people that don't.
They don't want to play with a lucky fuck that will get like a
Was it fake
7-7
money or real
deuce
money?
on the
They
flop.
want to play with real players. So if you're going all in with 2-7, they don't want to.
You're too wild.
Yeah, they don't want to
crazy.
deal with that. They want a real game where people are thinking it out and stuff.
fucking
It's funny where
Gus
like
Hansen over there.
blackjack is the only game where you have to count on the other people with you not to fuck up and do
Right.
anything crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're at
That's
a table,
fucked.
that's nuts.
I've been at a table where I wanted to kill somebody.
That's crazy.
Why?
It's like, don't fucking hit that fucking
Yeah.
13. The deal is showing a 6. Don't fucking hit it.
And then your theory is they mess up the deck for everyone else?
Yeah.
That's retarded.
Wait, don't hit
Well,
the...
It is
That
retarded.
doesn't
'cause
change
when
any
it works out in
odds.
your favor, then what do you say?
But statistically, it doesn't.
How do they fuck?
It drives players nuts.
It drives me
them nuts.
Look,
Asian people
here's
go
the deal.
crazy.
If I got a fucking
You are absolutely
$6,000 bet up top, and some motherfucker with a quarter is sitting there fucking my hand up, I could fucking tell him to hit or not hit on whatever I
How do
fucking
they fuck
want.
you up though?
But
Like,
it doesn't make sense. He's right. It doesn't make sense.
Statistically,
But
it
everybody
doesn't matter
believes it.
at all.
Yeah.
And everyone
Everybody
gets mad.
follows that
Yep,
though.
yep.
Everyone
The next
follows
card that
that
comes up is completely random, whether it's the first card or the third card or the fourth card.
What
It
do you
doesn't
think
matter.
the origin of blaming the person for your losses?
It's the same people that blame, whites for slavery.
I think that origin.
I don't know.
wait, what, Kev?
I think that origin goes back to the beginning of time.
It really does.
It's even blackjack. That's just like it was his fault.
The first fucking person that went up, and the first person that pointed at a wild animal and told his friend, "I think you could fuck that," and then he got his dick ripped off, and he goes, "I'm blaming you." That's what a shock that I go there.
Yeah, but you're
No, completely unpredictable of me just to go into a
But you're
cheap
going to be on
fuck
set
joke.
with Kevin Smith. How cool is that?
That's
Jim?
going to
course I
make you
will.
mainstream.
All right. Hey, Kevin,
Mainstream
always
Jimmy.
a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, gents.
And
All
we'll,
right.
we'll see you soon in studio.
Tomorrow
hopefully.
night, 7:10, the Smodcast with Kevin Smith and Scott Mosier.
There you go. Thanks,
Later
Kevin.
on, guys.
Take care, buddy.
Later, man.
Hey,
Greatest
He's
fucking
pretty
Kevin,
I love
man.
Kevin, man.
He
He's
really
Yeah,
is.
he's hilarious.
It's very funny.
I think I got an idea. Can,
Oh, yeah.
You want me to confirm that?
yeah, confirm.
Yeah.
I'll hold up the sign.
Yeah, he plays a.
You gotta make her. Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's like 2 weeks ago.
I just want to. I want to let the audience.
He plays
in on
poker at his comic book store sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sets up a table and invites over like message board people and fans
That's
of his
so awesome.
fans of his movies and shit. And we would sit there fucking until the sun comes up and just play
Play cards.
cards and fleece our fans of all their money. It's fantastic.
He's a very accessible
Oh,
celebrity.
he is.
And
he
he's a
is.
real celebrity, man. He's
Real,
a
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
famous
He's
dude.
huge.
Yeah.
He's got a gigantic cult following.
Yeah.
in
He's
movies.
genuinely
but he
funny.
seems so normal.
Yeah, he
like
is.
a regular dude. That's
a
so
regular
rare.
dude.
Totally is.
Absolutely.
So
His
rare.
speech on what happened with Superman. Did you ever see that?
Oh, yeah.
It was fucking brilliant. It was just awesome.
Fantastic.
The story about what happened, how he couldn't write
Well,
Superman.
There's DVDs of him just going around and talking at colleges, and he's fucking hysterical,
Yeah,
man. He
real
tells
See
natural.
the one where some kid says something stupid about
Oh,
predictable
and
care,
he
just
just-
levels
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
He fucking owned him. Just owned
Just
him.
your big
And he did
pants.
it, self-deprecating at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
It was very
Yep.
funny. It was like a
Listen,
comic.
I want to
Yeah.
go to break because I want to set something up here. She can't hear, right? We think we have an idea for Stalker Patty.
Yeah.
I want to make Stalker Patty believe she's on dope.
Okay.
It's real easy. You still got one of those strips?
Of course I do.
Okay, I got the regular ones.
The real ones.
And
Listerine.
we're going to attempt to get her to do one of these, say her breath's bad from all the coffee, blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to pull the big reveal of what she really took.
Although she really is just eating a regular breast strip.
Dude,
Yeah.
How healthy is she?
She's fine.
No, we don't want her to actually do it.
She's a
No, but I
world-class
mean,
athlete.
what if she has a heart attack? What if she freaks out?
We'll just tell her it's a lie. She's
I mean, for real, when people don't do drugs
for
and you
blowing
tell
our
them
bit.
that they're on drugs, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
We've also
well, you guys already been
It's all right.
suspended
No one
once
ca-
for
no
a
one
month
cares
for fucking
about
with
her.
Condoleezza Rice. I don't want you killing some fucking
But
homeless lady.
We've also taken a jackhammer to her cunt. So I mean, and that didn't cause a heart attack. So
Wow,
Except
you
for the
showed
jackhammer.
so little respect for her vagina.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. You're actually
Not even the behavior, her cunt, right? The fucking cunt hole.
lack of respect because you wait us.
When you say that, or cunt, I very rarely call a girl's pussy a cunt. It's always their behavior that's a cunt.
It's the meat around it.
Exactly.
That is the cunt.
I rarely say that. I rarely say that word, but with her, I mean, she doesn't respect her own vagina. So
No?
52 years old and never had anything in it for the most part.
Is this bad? I call a vagina a hairy toilet.
That's not bad. Toilets are pretty.
the
Everybody
old
has
hairy
one.
toilet.
Fuck.
So we're going to try this next, okay?
All right.
We're going to try that next, and we got other things with Joe Rogan, who's at Caroline's tonight at 12:30 with Ari. It's Opie and Anthony. Joe Rogan in studio with Ari. Caroline's tonight, 12:30. It's Opie and Anthony, XM Satellite Radio.
Can't tell you guys how much I've been looking forward to coming here and doing this.
That's a
been
blast,
too long,
man.
man.
It has been too long. I'm never in town enough. I fucking look forward to it like crazy. I'm down here for the UFC, and I'm down here to do a gig with Ari tonight, but I was looking forward to this more than anything.
Yeah, just
I
hanging,
always have a great
bullshitting.
fucking time with
You want to
guys.
go solo at noon? Not noon, at 11?
I don't think we can. I think we got to get out of
We
here.
got till 12, and then we got to be gone by
Oh,
12.
we can do it till 12? Well,
Yeah.
do they pick us up at 12, right? I think they pick us up at 12. Yeah, we got to go back to the hotel
Where's
and
the
get our
fight?
shit.
All right, no worries.
In New Jersey, we got to go to Newark.
Saturday, yeah, tomorrow night.
So the weigh-ins are today, though. That's the thing. So I gotta
Wait,
get
at
to
the new
Newark.
joint?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going there
Yeah.
tonight for
Yeah.
a hockey game. I can't wait to
Oh,
check
really?
it out.
Is it
Yeah.
sold
That's
out?
crazy. They got a hockey game there tonight, and then they're gonna have the fights
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
They got to break and put up the octagon. In a
Are they
day?
gonna fight on the ice?
Maybe it's
That's
UFC
insane.
on ice.
And it's totally the same place for sure.
Yeah, unless there's maybe there's two different areas. I haven't been down there. I had no
Cincinnati
idea.
was on top of a hockey ring.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But
But
there
I'm
wasn't
saying
one game
the,
right then,
the
yeah.
octagon takes a while to set up.
Yeah. Hey, let's get Stalker Patty in here real fast.
Hi, Big Kev. Can someone tell Big Kev his hair looks like Hitler?
It does a little bit.
I
think it looks good.
Stalker
Very.
Patty, get her a mic over here. Patty, we got some ideas for you today.
We got some kind of nice jeans.
Hi.
What
By
kind
the
of
way-
jeans are those?
Just regular jeans, cheap ones.
Diesel?
Those are nice.
Thank you.
They got like a cool thing to them.
Patty, are you?
Like
You're
acid
fucking.
washed a little
You know
bit.
what it is though? Your hips are stretching them out like a fucking shoe tree.
Are you
Your-
kidding? They
Your
fit.
fucking ass is getting wider every time I see you,
Anthony,
Patty.
it's come on.
But it is.
fatter.
I'm not fat. I
fatter.
only weigh 116 pounds.
I'm talking about your ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Patty.
what?
Do you need money?
Why?
Just asking. Are you short on funds?
What
Yeah,
is
a
it this
little
month?
bit. Why?
Is it rent?
How much money do you need? You think?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to make it. I'm embarrassed.
Oh, don't be shy. We're all friends.
Yeah.
You're amongst friends.
You're among
here,
friends, Ricky.
Ricky.
I don't know.
By the way, are you drinking? You're drinking coffee.
I get the my
Yes, I
bodyguard
am.
reference.
Yeah. Hold on. You're drinking coffee though.
Yeah.
People are saying that you have really bad breath.
Yeah, it's all the coffee.
Do you
Do you
like-
have any more of those breast strips?
I have a few in front of me. Do
Give
you,
me one too. I want one because I
I
drank
want
one.
one too.
Do you brush your teeth and
Of course
floss and
I
stuff?
do. I went to the dentist the last time. I was perfect. I didn't even need another visit at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He
good.
said you don't
Dr.
need to visit
Zell.
forever again.
What?
See my angel.
He tried to drill her teeth, but they're too small for the drill to hit.
Patty, have you ever tried the breath strips?
No, I've never had those. I use lifesavers.
Oh, really? You want to try one of these? They're really good.
No,
To do what?
thank
Lifesavers
you.
are sugar. They don't help your breath.
I don't know if I like it.
Well, why don't
I
you
don't like
they're
a
good.
lot of
They're interesting.
sweets.
They're not sweet. It's
Let me
like
try
a
one. Look
Listerine.
No,
like
it actually
mouthwash.
It's not a
it
sweet.
instantly makes your mouth feel fresh.
Yeah, it's like a mouthwash, but it's in like a little strip. You put it in your mouth and it
It
kills all the
dissolves.
bad
These-
bacteria and
I
it
can't
makes your
believe you
breath
don't-
smell
Patty,
good.
it's a sponsor. Play along.
Yeah, put it in your tongue.
See?
Like that.
And watch.
Is it like candy or
is
something?
actually-
No, it dissolves
It does taste like
instantly.
And it gives
Here.
you like it makes your breath just
They're
feel
really good
much
for your
better.
breath. Try one.
Peel that
It's
I
like
never thought I had
it's
bad
like a
breath.
communion
I'm
wafer.
Right there, just
sorry.
one. Just one.
She loves the taste of communion wafers,
Just
Father.
one. There you go. That's fine.
Now
But
let
it feels
dissolve.
weird, right?
Did you give her a whole one?
Tastes like
Yeah.
You
winter
gave her-
green.
Yeah.
Why did you give her a whole one?
Give her a second.
Did you just?
Did you?
No.
You should have
Hold
given
on.
her half.
Let her swallow it.
It's
It's not bad. It's a little bit of a.
What's wrong, Patty?
I don't like it.
I don't think that giving her a whole one was a good idea.
No.
Guys.
Probably half would have been good for the first time.
I think this is
I'm
a
getting
bad.
tears in my eyes.
Well, that's the beginning, Patty. It's going to get a lot worse.
Patty, we have to tell you something.
What?
Oh boy.
This wasn't my idea. What you got was actually a medical marijuana strip. That's what it is. And what it is, it's like liquid THC, which is the active ingredient in marijuana, and it comes in a little form like a breath strip.
You just ate pot.
Gave it to you.
No, I did.
No, you ate pot in its purest form.
In its purest form.
Which is not even the pot. It's the drug that makes pot a drug.
And it takes.
I hope not.
No, you did. You did. And
I
you're
have
not going
a
to feel
heart
it.
condition with an
No,
irregular
This is probably going to be
rhythm.
good for you. It's
Why?
probably going to be good for you. It's going to
this will relax you, mellow you out.
It's going to come.
You're going to have to talk us through this.
Like,
Yeah, that's the beginning.
You'll start feeling tingly.
It is.
Nothing
You're
to
gonna
panic
start
about.
feeling
Your heart's going to
tingly.
be fine. But
You're going to be fine.
We
but
figured it was.
we'll talk you through it. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be here with you
You're
the whole
going to take
time.
a little trip, Patty.
You're not going
What
to.
do you mean, a little
It'll
trip?
be a good trip.
It's gonna. This
You
is
know
how
what I mean.
I'll explain to you the effects. It's gonna take about 15 minutes before you really start to feel it.
Yeah.
Like right now, your body is recognizing that there's a new agent in your body, new chemical agent. It's moving through your central nervous system.
Yeah. Do you want
That's
to?
what's going on.
You want to
It's
sit
going
down?
through your bloodstream, and your brain is processing it.
Show
And
us
in the next
what's
15 to 20
going
minutes,
on.
in the next 15 or 20 minutes, you're gonna start to feel really euphoric, and your body's gonna start to feel wonderful, and your imagination's gonna be racing and running, and then you're gonna be high.
Tell us what you're feeling so far.
I've never been high before.
Well, you're gonna be.
You're gonna be real high.
You are
really, really high. You're gonna be safe. You're not gonna be hurt. You don't have to worry about your health at all. It's very, very safe.
Right.
It's not in 10,000 years of use. It's never killed a single living human being ever.
Yeah,
That's
right.
everything
We
you
don't know
hear
what it
about
does
that
to
is
ants,
just
though.
propaganda.
Patty, you're a virgin. You're 52 or so. It's time for some new experiences. That's all. Tell us what you're feeling so far. It's been about 5 minutes.
Do you feel anything yet?
You probably should be feeling a little something at
Because
this
the mouth
point.
thing goes away, and then it really
Yeah.
starts to take effect.
Yeah. Well, right. You're gonna feel like a little like relaxed.
What do you feel like?
You
I
feel
feel
relaxed.
like I want to sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Why
Yeah.
don't you grab that microphone?
would do it.
Take the microphone and just sit down on that seat right there.
Move the seat.
Feeling
Relax.
numb.
You probably should sit
You're
down
feeling
too. 'cause
numb.
if it's your
Feeling a
first
little
time,
numb.
And Mike is heavy,
Yeah.
isn't it?
All
It's
right.
your first time. You should sit down.
Why don't you sit down over there? You all right?
the door.
Are you okay? Wow, look at her eyes, man. Look at her eyes. Look at her
All
eyes.
right.
Look at her eyes.
Are
Patty.
they changing?
You can so tell
Yeah,
she's
a little
high.
bit.
Look at
Come
that.
under
You're
the
really
come on.
high.
Pupils are really
Come back
small.
over
Oh, my
here.
God.
Let's look at your eyes under the light.
Look at her
Joe's
eyes.
Joe's a
Slow.
professional at this.
Slow.
Oh my God, she's so high. Look at her eyes. It's crazy. Holy shit! Look at her eyes.
Patty, what's
Take
going
a seat.
on?
Take a seat, Patty.
To be honest with us, Patty, what are you feeling right now?
Scared.
Yeah, but do you feel high?
I feel weird.
Are you getting?
You feel like it's coming on, like it's starting to happen?
You know what it is? It's like a sugar deficiency. When I get low in my blood sugar,
Yeah.
I get that same feeling.
Same feeling, just
Yeah,
like that.
and I do get low blood sugar a lot. You know, when you get dizzy and you have to sit down. Why are you laughing? That's not funny. Why are you laughing?
What?
Why are you laughing?
All right, how does it feel?
Wow.
How does it feel now through your legs?
Yeah.
Because
That's why you're sitting.
Explain, like, stand up again, because you get a much better feeling when you're standing. Don't.
Well, wait a minute. Let's not encourage too much
Yeah,
movement.
careful.
Yeah, carefully
Be very
stand up.
careful. Very
Slowly.
You could
careful.
fall off.
Slowly.
Do you feel a little wobbly? Why'd you sit right back
Oh
down?
man.
Why'd
I
you sit?
can't.
You
What?
listen. You don't have to get up.
You having
can stay in
trouble
that
standing
seat.
up?
It's going to wear off in about 3 hours, and you're going to be fine. So
Yeah.
just sit in that seat. Just relax. No
Yeah.
big
Just
deal.
relax.
The show's going to go on, and
But
you'll
it's
just
gonna
enjoy it. You'll be
It's
okay.
gonna get worse before it gets better, though.
Yeah.
So you're gonna feel like you
guys.
might see some hallucinations.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
what?
Are you seeing anything?
Well, it's stuff that is in your
Yes.
imagination.
Yeah. Just describe what you're seeing.
What do
right
you
now.
think
That's
about?
a little different.
I don't know. Usually, I've been having trouble seeing.
Wow,
but now
you
my
are
vision's
fucked
a
up.
little
She's so
clearer.
fucked
You are fucked
Clear
up.
vision.
You can't even.
She's got the clear vision.
You're
That's
not
the
even
first-
coherent.
Look at her eyes.
Like what were you just trying to say? You aren't even making sense.
Do you see her eyes?
No, I'm saying everything is clearer.
You are slurring your speech so bad.
I like where she's going with
Holy
this.
shit.
I like where she's going with this.
You're
Now,
slurring your
You said
speech.
clearer.
Everything's clearer.
Clearer.
Nobody
yeah.
heard anything you said, though.
What?
You're talking weird.
We heard you say clearer.
No, I'm saying.
Patty, what does this feel like? You sound.
It feels
You
weird.
sound a little strange, Patty.
I feel tired.
Patty, are you tired?
Well,
Patty, what does this make you think about?
Why don't you lean your head back a
Do
little
you think
bit?
about your childhood?
No. I'm in the here and now.
All right, Patty. So, focus.
Wow. Dude, how
focus.
fucked up is she?
She is so fucking high right now.
This is crazy to watch.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Are you okay?
Patty, what's wrong?
I'm fine.
You just cursed, Patty. You said, "Holy shit!" What did you feel?
What's the matter?
You
Patty-
felt the next stage of it kicking in, didn't you?
Patty, just relax. Now stand up. Just stand up.
Let her stand up. Let her try. Let her do it.
Just let,
Oh my
Try
god.
to stand.
Try to stand.
Try to stand.
How's that feel?
I gotta sit back down.
That's the
and
fourth dimension.
Sorry, I'm
You're
getting
going to the
dizzy
fourth
when I
dimension right now.
stand.
Wait, what?
You think she's going there already?
Yeah, what happens
looks
when
like
you
it.
stand up?
I feel dizzy and I gotta sit down.
All right, remember, your heart's fine. This is going to put you in a nice, relaxed state, okay? So your vision is much better at this point.
Well, yeah.
And you feel tired.
Oh, what's the matter?
Well,
You
not
feel sick?
tired any, no.
Did you feel sick? I saw you like burp a little.
What's going to happen?
No.
It makes you feel like you have to evacuate. Like you might have to shit. But that's perfectly normal. That's part of the high. I'd have to shit.
Well, I don't have to
Oh,
do
good.
number 2, but I do have to
Watch your
do
mouth.
number 1.
Oh, my
But
God.
I
That's how it
just,
starts.
But you're,
That's how it starts. It's phantom number 2s.
Yeah.
You go to take a piss, and then the shit would just come tumbling out of your ass. You know, where the fuck did that come from?
You are so high, Patty.
Well, she's on her way. You could tell.
She's got the
You
open
could tell.
mouth when the mouth starts opening.
Yep.
Because you're like her.
And you're breathing all funny.
Patty,
Yeah.
you're fucked up. I told them to give her you a half.
Yeah, a whole one is really.
I've never taken a whole one.
Why are you
Yeah,
laughing, Patty?
Ari is a grown man. He's 190 pounds, and he can't handle a whole one.
Why are you laughing, Patty?
I can't help it. I just.
Hey, Patty, now listen to me. I think you're getting close to like.
Wow.
They
You're
want you
paranoid.
to be able to hear better.
They're all paranoid.
Now,
That's why you can hear all of us.
now, Patty, do me a favor.
What?
Joe Rogan is the expert in this stuff, so listen to him. Listen to him. He's going to talk to you a little bit.
Well,
What is this?
That's the thing.
Oh my God,
What do you
Patty!
mean, what's that?
You are so wasted.
That's a microphone with the battery pack.
You talk to it.
Oh.
Oh man,
weird watching
crazy
her like
Patty! I don't.
I can't believe you're doing this.
It is
On the
weird to
show.
watch somebody go from totally stone sober to completely fucked up.
Well, how about someone who's never done anything in their entire life, and now they're doing it on the radio?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
this
Their
is
first
cool.
experiences
This
on
could
the
be
radio.
your best moment on the show ever.
You're not
Never.
a virgin. You're not a virgin doing drugs anymore, Patty.
That's pretty crazy.
Are you getting horny at all? Or?
No, I just feel kind of dizzy.
Do you? But you said you feel clearer.
Well, I see clearer, but when I get up, I feel.
Well-
Wait a minute. I hear my echo.
Stand.
What?
No, you don't.
What?
There's nothing wrong with the equipment.
What are you talking about? You hear an echo.
Patty, stand up.
Stand up.
Let me see how you feel. Just stand up a little bit.
Joe, what's
Patty,
your,
be very,
You-
very
you
slow
okay?
and deliberate in your movements.
hold on.
How do your legs feel?
Hold on.
Oh, she's back down.
Joe, is it true that she would hear an echo or something? That's kind of crazy.
It's possible, you know what? Her brain might be over flooding with information. It's just rebounding off the synapses. That's very possible.
Really?
When I used to do it all the time, and the echo to me was always like the start of the really good high.
Yeah.
What did you do? The pot? Did you smoke the pot, Jim?
Yeah, I only did the breath strip once, but it was too intense.
Did
I
you
did
do a
lot
whole
of
one?
drugs.
No, I would never do a whole one. It was always a half. Only a half what I do. Only a half.
I could imagine.
Never do a
doing
whole
a
one.
whole one.
Never do
My
a whole
first
one.
time.
Never
My
do a whole
first
one.
time doing a
You did a
whole
whole
one.
one.
That's
Wait a
fucking
minute. I
crazy.
Never
can't
do a
tell
whole
who's
one.
talking and who's
You did a
not.
whole one.
That's insane.
Saying
You did a
why?
whole one.
You did a
Why?
whole
Because I
one.
hear all
Never
echoes. I
do
don't
a
know
whole
who's
one.
saying what.
Never do a whole one.
Patty, focus
Never
on
do a whole
me.
one.
Right here,
Did
focus
a
on
whole
me.
one, Patty.
Are you
Too
feeling
much. You did
okay,
too much.
Patty?
I'm feeling weird.
You did
Why?
a whole one.
You
did
Oh,
a whole
don't
one.
point,
You did a
Jim.
whole
Why is
one.
everybody just staring at
You did a
her?
whole one.
Why
Patty.
would you do a whole one when we told you only do a half?
You did a whole one.
I thought I was taking a breath strip.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You did a whole one.
You knew what you were doing.
You certainly you did.
You feel okay?
You knew it was going to happen when you woke up this morning. You knew how this day was going to progress. You've known about it your whole life.
Oh my God.
You're looking weird.
You dreamed of this day.
I
You knew
know.
it was coming. You knew it was coming.
Feed your head, Patty.
Today is the
Feed
day
your
it all comes together.
Wow, you are you are stoned.
Patty, what's
My
up?
arm is light.
Of course it is. I know that's
because all the blood is in your brain right now.
Yeah, let it just go with it, Patty.
Lift it up. Lift your arm up.
Lift it up. Try to lift it up.
Now hold it up.
Why are you dropping it fast like that?
One thing you should be really careful of, don't close your eyes and lie back because you might just go to sleep instantly.
Which
Like
is
a
okay,
deep,
by the way.
Deep sleep.
Yeah.
It's crazy. A lot of first-time users on cannabis, the first time they do it, when they lie back and close their eyes, even just for a second, they'll wake up like 3 hours later and they
people
can't
get
believe
really-
it. And people will be saying, dude, we were poking you. We were trying to wake you up. We couldn't wake you up. So
Put a ball bag on your face.
Don't lean back because if you lean back, you could be asleep from 3 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
Like completely unconscious.
You don't have
So
to work.
stay away.
You don't have to work today, do you, Patty?
No.
Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Listen, don't freak out. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
Don't close
stop
your eyes.
freaking out.
I do have to meet my friends at 5 for dinner before going.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
you might want to text message that chick.
What kind of dinner are you having? You already ate a whole one.
No, I didn't. I didn't eat. I think I ate.
Oh, my
an
God,
egg
she
this
can't even
morning.
talk.
I ate an egg this
You
morning.
can't even talk. You can't talk, Patty.
Patty,
I
What's
ate
the
an
matter with
egg.
you?
Why
You
can't
ate
you
a whole
talk?
one.
I am talking.
What?
Your voice is all like
It's getting
slurring.
slow
and-
or something.
Now I'm shaking.
Your voice.
Are
I
ya?
can hear nothing you're
Yeah,
saying.
I'm
Put your
like-
hand out. Let me see your hand.
Oh, whoa.
Wow, put your hand out. Let me see. Hold your hand out.
All right, Patty, try to stand up now. Keith, we got Keith the cop in studio. He'll make sure nothing happens to you.
Wow.
Yeah,
Let
let's
Keith
just
go
keep
near
her.
you just in case you start
Stand
to fall
up.
over.
She's almost, guys.
All right, stand
Hard.
straight up. How you feeling?
I want to sit back down again.
All right,
Okay,
sit back
that's
down again.
normal.
Sit back down again.
That's normal.
That's very normal, Patty.
Wow, Patty, hold your hand out again. Let me see you
Hold
shaking.
your hand out again. Let me see you
Oh my
shaking.
God.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Number 9.
I knew she shouldn't have done
Number 9.
And I'm
whole one.
relaxing
Number
too,
9.
and it's shaking.
Why
I
is
never
it
shake like
shaking
Patty
this.
J.
like
Fox.
that?
Patty, are you nervous?
Yeah, I hope it doesn't have health problems. You know.
Well said.
No. There's
Listen
no
to
health
Joe.
problem.
Listen
You're
to Joe.
seeing people
You don't
stoned
have to
like
worry
that.
about it.
yeah.
It's not dangerous at all. In 10,000 years of people using it, no one's ever died from it. Everything you hear about it, it's all bullshit and propaganda.
Yeah.
Because the government doesn't want you to experience this.
Just feels good, Patty. Lay back. Just let it
The
take over
government
your body.
doesn't want you to become enlightened, Patty. That's what it is. The government wants to keep you dumb. The government wants to keep you quiet.
You should.
The government's responsible for a lot of things.
Doesn't want you to smoke pot, Patty.
Yeah.
Are you
Doesn't want you to take the pot breath.
She took too
Patty,
much.
Patty, what do you
She
think?
definitely took too
Hold
much.
on, let's. Patty, what do you?
I told you guys.
What do
I
you
told you.
What are you thinking about, Patty, right now?
I'm thinking how weird this is.
It's okay though. It's just ride it out. It's good. It's good for you.
Yeah,
You
don't
should-
have a bad trip. If you start thinking bad thoughts, you're gonna have a bad trip,
Patty-
and then
No,
you'll
I'm
end up.
just
Then you'll end up,
concerned
you know.
about my heart.
No,
Don't
your
worry
heart's
about it.
okay.
You don't have to worry.
It's fine.
Patty,
You're
It's
amongst
actually
friends.
very, it's medicine. I mean, in California, the reason why they make these things is because it's thought of as medicine. It's medical marijuana is
Yeah.
actually a state law, and they give it to people, a lot of people with heart conditions, because it relaxes them.
Yeah, so don't even worry
It's
about
not
that
dangerous
part
at
of
all.
it.
It's,
So
it's
it would
actually
be
healthy.
good for Fez too,
It would
right?
be good for Fez too.
Why
for
are you
sure.
slurring your
Absolutely.
words? It's so
Fez
weird.
won't take
I'm
a
not
whole one.
slurring my words.
Yes, you are.
Fez
I'm not.
would
We
even
hear
take
it.
a half.
You are slurring. It's very hard to hear you. You're slurring.
You're slurring so bad.
I'm
don't-
talking and you.
Patty, are you seeing dead people?
No.
All right, good. That's good.
I'm
That's okay. Let us know if you do though, because then
Yeah, if you start
we have
seeing
to give
shit,
you the
we might have
antidote.
to.
Do you feel like spiders are crawling up your legs? Because sometimes you could get that feeling. You get like tingly.
No, just like a numbness.
Numbness.
You know, like
That's-
my arm,
that's
and
how
then
it
my
starts.
and then the shaking in my hands, which I can't stop.
The numbness is the numbness is fine if that's how if it just stays numb, you're gonna be fine. The real problem is when it
Numb.
goes to from numbness to really itchy, like
Yeah.
you're covered in bugs.
Yeah.
and
That's
it's
part of the
very
high.
slow. It happens very slow, where it's like you're numb and everything feels fine, and then all of a sudden you start getting some feeling back, but it's like there's bugs all over you, and they won't stop fucking fucking with you, and they're everywhere. They're up the crack of your ass. They're in your feet. They're under your legs. They're everywhere. Behind your ears. And you just start getting. You just start crazy. You just start on it.
Why are you scratching? Why are you?
You need someone to talk you down.
Why are you scratching your legs?
I'm not scratching.
You look like you're scratching.
If you start getting itchy, just don't scratch.
Scratch.
Just relax.
Don't scratch.
I'm not scratching.
Just don't scratch. You don't ever want to scratch. Because if you start to scratch, it's going to feel really bizarre and uncomfortable. But don't ever scratch. Patty.
We're over here.
Don't scratch.
We're over here, Patty. What's wrong with you?
Don't scratch.
I just saw a rabbit go by.
Just don't. No, you didn't.
No,
just
you
don't
didn't.
scratch.
She just saw a rabbit.
Come
on. What an idiot.
What the fuck did you just say? Wait a minute.
That's
Eric.
That's E-Rock.
Eric.
That's right.
Eric, she said you look like a rabbit.
Holy shit.
Oh my
So
Patty, you are fucking stoned off your ass.
You just saw a rabbit go by? Are you crazy?
It was a white rabbit with a colorful bib on him.
With a colorful what?
A rabbit?
It was a white rabbit with a colorful thing on him, like red, blue, and yellow.
Well,
Oh, you're scratching your knee.
I'm not scratching.
I saw you scratching. If it itches, let us know because we might have to, you know, take care of you.
All right, try to stand up. I want you to stand up. Keith, help her out and walk to the couch and back. Keith, don't hold her.
Yeah,
up.
watch out for any white rabbits.
If you start itching, let us know.
If you need to sit down, let us know. But start walking toward the couch. How you feeling? Whoa. Try to walk a straight line.
Straight line, Patty.
I am walking a straight line.
No, you're not.
No.
Yes, I am.
And you're all slow motion.
She's so fucked
I'm
up.
walking straight.
Oh my God, Patty.
How you feeling? Why don't you lay down on that couch a little bit there?
Just for a second, that comfy couch.
How you feeling?
I need to relax.
Yeah, you want to sing a song or anything for us?
Why, you tense?
Yeah, it's all fun.
I don't know.
Do you know
Ari.
Davida?
Hey, Ari, maybe she needs a friend. Why don't you sit next to her and like cuddle with her?
Friend?
No, I'm fine.
It's not good to be alone during these times.
Never.
You're right? Why are you coughing?
I'm not coughing.
Ari's gonna come over and sit next to you.
Who?
Ari.
There's the rabbit again.
That's Ari.
That's Ari. You are a mess, Patty.
He's over there.
Stop pointing at the door.
He's
Patty,
over there.
Ari's sitting next to you.
What the fuck are you
He's
talking about?
leaving.
Ari,
I'm right here. I'm not going to leave you.
that's
It's
our
okay.
intern.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. I'm not going to leave you. It's all right.
What?
God, Patty, I've never seen a full someone that ate a full strip.
No,
and this is what it's like. You are so stoned.
And you know what? You're only 10 minutes into it.
Yep.
It doesn't even really kick in until 15 minutes. 15 minutes in, you're really going to start to feel it.
Yeah, you're really gonna
Patty,
feel
what's
it.
wrong?
What's the matter? Tell us what you're feeling.
He's staring at me like I got two heads.
He's sitting next to you.
He's sitting
You need
next
to
to
be
you.
comforted.
Who, the rabbit? Whoa.
What are you talking about?
He's sitting next to me like I have two heads.
He's just sitting there comforting you. He's looking around the room and stuff. Will you stop?
Yeah, he's relaxing next to you.
Just relax, please.
Patty, that's a symptom of marijuana use. Is you get really, really paranoid.
Paranoia, yep.
But we're here. You know, we can tell you that everything's okay.
Don't worry.
You're fine. Don't get nervous.
You're right?
No. I think.
You think?
Yeah.
Are you feeling itchy at all?
I was itching a little bit.
Yeah, she's itching her.
I'm not doing.
You're scratching your knee.
Yeah.
Don't itch.
Yeah, don't itch.
People have itched right through their own skin, not knowing. Now you're scratching your wrist.
No, I'm not.
Stop
You
scratching.
just did.
Scratched your
Wait,
arm.
yeah,
You're starting to feel itchy.
Patty.
Please be honest with you. Are you honest with us?
Are you feeling itchy?
You have to be honest.
Be honest. Look, you're scratching your face.
Oh, Patty. All right. Just get through this. Get through this. Don't itch yourself.
Don't scratch. Scratching is the only real danger. You're scratching your knee.
Stop scratching
your knee.
No, it itches, but don't scratch the itch. You can't
I'll just
scratch.
sit on my hands so I can't scratch.
Don't scratch
Now, what
the
about
itch.
the fun part? Are you having fun right now? This is fun, right?
You want to get naked?
No.
Well, you
I've
sure?
already danced around the pole.
Hey, you didn't.
And I didn't know you had those other people in the room when I
Why
was
are you-
dancing around
Is that
the
not the
pole.
greatest
breathing
speech
so
pattern
funny?
ever?
Yeah.
She's the greatest comedy speech pattern of all time. Natural comedy character speech pattern. It's fucking genius.
Why are you tapping your leg?
Yeah, what's the matter?
You're tapping your
You're
toe.
trying to scratch. Stop scratching the itch. Let the itch just itch. Itches have to itch.
Patty, how long do you think you've been sitting there?
There's bugs on you.
In this room. How long do you think you've been in this room?
I don't know, about a half hour.
That's hilarious.
Are you insane?
That is
Oh
hilarious.
my God!
Oh my God, Patty! Has it even been 10 minutes?
No, about 3. You've been here about almost 6 minutes.
Oh my God! Look at her scratching herself. That is crazy.
Stop scratching, Patty.
Stop scratching,
Look at her.
Patty.
She's clawing at her legs. This is insane.
There's bugs all over you.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Are you really itchy?
Scratch it.
Did you come with any of these people out there, by the way, or? Why are you laughing,
She's
Patty?
right.
I didn't come with the rabbit.
What rabbit?
Oh my
Stop
God!
with the rabbit. You just fucked up. Stop scratching.
You are so fucked up. You're
There's
itching.
a rabbit out
Is there a rabbit out there?
Yeah, rabbits are rampant, man. This place is infested with
They're
rabbits.
all shrugging
She
their
is so
shoulders
fucked
and
up.
shaking their heads. No, Patty.
She's seeing rabbits?
Rabbits.
Patty, we're right here.
Never seen anything like this
Waving
before.
to me.
Patty, we're
Oh,
talking
man,
to
you
you.
fucked up.
Fucking rabbits.
Who's waving at you, Renee?
The rabbit.
What are you? The fuck are you
Shut up with the
talking
rabbits.
about? Patty, stop. There's no fucking rabbits. What are you talking
Patty,
about?
stop itching the itch. Stop
Why are you
scratching
itching?
The itch.
Be
You're
honest,
just gonna,
are you
you're gonna tear
itching?
the skin up.
Oh.
Keep doing that.
Yeah,
Bugs on
don't
you.
itch, Patty.
You're making the high worse.
I understand that you're itchy, but you gotta try not to itch and try not to think about sucking cock.
Oh, don't
Do
think
not
about
think about sucking cock and
Oh,
don't
no.
itch.
Think about sloppy blowjobs, gagging bubbles of saliva while you gag on it. Glog, glog, glog. You
Joe.
make that otter noise.
Joe, tell
Glog, glog, glog. Sloppy ball rubbing, just covered. Balls covered in saliva, not fucking easy glide.
Joe, tell her
spit.
Tell her about the true thoughts that come out when you're on dope. She should know that.
Oh, you're gonna think about sucking cock for sure. That's why
Yep.
men invented it.
Are you thinking
to
of
get women
sucking
really
cock?
interested in sucking cock?
What are you
You're
thinking
listen,
of?
you're thinking of sucking cock for sure. By now, if you're listen, it's been statistically proven that you start itching, you think about sucking cock. You can't get away from science.
That's the way it is. You look at you really
They
shaking
have
for a cock.
peer-reviewed papers on this.
Your hand is shaking for a cock.
Just sloppy,
Oh,
sloppy dick
Look at your
sucking finger
hand.
in the asshole.
Shaking.
Just deep nose slamming them up against the belly because you're just fucking deep throating that thing.
Real man's
Just,
cock.
oh, moaning and groaning to let them know every fucking step of the way you're enjoying it too. You love that big fucking hard rod in your mouth.
Are you
the best?
What are you thinking of right now, Patty?
Come on, you got to be thinking about that, right?
No.
Oh,
What?
Jesus.
Best answer ever.
Jeez. Patty, you want another one?
No.
You know, sometimes they say another one will bring you back to sober.
Look around your surroundings.
I don't
there.
think so.
Well, that's what they say. It works different than any other drug. If you take a second one, it'll cure it.
Patty, get
They actually have
acclimated
an
with,
antidote. We have an antidote.
with your surroundings. What's the matter?
What, the rabbit again, Patty?
Patty,
She's
what's the
laughing.
matter?
What's wrong?
What's
wrong?
She's
Why-
got a case of the giggles.
Why are you covering your face?
Patty, you okay?
Why are you covering your face
I
and
just-
giggling and moving away
His
from Ari?
pants are opened.
What are you
What?
talking about? His pants are open.
Who, the rabbit again?
No, the cock.
The
The cock.
The cock.
See, she can't stop talking about the cock.
I told you.
Oh, you're
Patty.
thinking
I
about
didn't
sucking
talk
cock.
about it. Did I say that?
You said the
did.
cock.
Came
said
right
the
out,
cock.
because you've been thinking about it.
You're going to be talking like a dirty whore for the next, 5 hours.
What are you talking about the cock for all of a
Hope
sudden?
you got nowhere to
Look at
go.
her stare at his dick.
What
She's
are you
just
doing?
looking.
Wow.
Look at her. She's staring at his fucking junk.
What do you want me to take it out? You want me to take it out?
Patty, Patty, explain
Patty,
what's
you're
going on.
staring
What
at
seems
that
to be the
guy's
problem?
Patty, what are you doing?
Patty, explain what's going
Patty,
on.
Do you know how crazy it is? You're looking over at that guy's dick, and you're staring at Ari Shafir's dick. That's a comedian. He's not a piece of meat.
Patty, what are you looking at? We don't see
Patty.
what you're looking at.
Why are you staring?
What are you looking at?
His pants are zipped up. What's the problem?
Yeah.
Oh, this is insane. She's gone.
Do you want to see his dick?
No, I see it's there.
You want to see
there?
his
What?
dick?
It's already there. I'm already seeing it.
Seeing what, Patty? We don't see any. What are you seeing?
Patty, I'm looking right where you are.
We definitely should have gave her a half one.
You want to see his dick?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
She's starting to see cocks.
Is it real?
Look at that. She's staring at his dick.
She's staring.
Oh
Why
my
do you...
God.
Wait,
Is
Patty,
it
tell us
real?
what you see. Tell us what you see.
I think it's real.
Tell us what you see.
He's diddling.
No, he's not. His
Patty,
pants are
there's
zipped.
There's nothing there.
He's jacking.
Is that what you see? That's really what
That
you see?
that is a hell of a trip, man.
Patty, come on. Look at it again. Look at it again. Are you sure? Look at it again. Are you sure?
Patty, what do you see right now?
Oh my God.
Patty,
Oh my God.
What do you see right now?
what do you see, Patty? Explain to
Patty,
us.
it's radio.
Do we know for sure he doesn't have his pants
He
on?
put it away. He put it away.
Patty, what do you see right? He's not doing anything. He is sitting there, and you moved rudely away from him.
His pants are as wide open as the door.
Why did you move rudely away from
His
him?
fly is not open. Do you see his fly open? His fly's not open.
Not at all.
Patty, you're seeing
hold on.
things.
Yeah, Patty's looking like she sees a ghost or something.
It's amazing.
Patty, what are you looking at?
Patty.
A guy with a mask and a straight jacket.
Right, and is it a rabbit again, Patty?
No,
Stop
it's
fucking
not a
around.
rabbit.
Stop fucking
Really?
around.
No, I think she really sees this shit, dude.
No, she doesn't. She couldn't.
It's
Wow.
not a rabbit.
It's not real, Patty.
Look at her staring off into space.
She won't stop just staring.
Oh, wait, are you still watching Ari play with himself? Is that what you're watching? Guy's sitting there next to you doing nothing.
No, he's not.
He hasn't been the whole time. You're full of
Yes,
shit.
he did.
No, he's not. We're all
I
looking.
saw it.
You didn't. What'd you see?
We
What'd you
told
see?
you would like
He
see
had his-
cock.
He had his cock.
Oh man,
Are you supposed to say things that you don't normally say?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
It's just gonna come flying.
You
Next
start
thing,
getting a really dirty mouth.
worse words
Yes.
are gonna come next.
What were you seeing, Patty? Honestly, what were you seeing? Tell us. What were you seeing?
A cock.
Oh my God.
You know what? You know.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
You know it's gonna. See, Patty, you're gonna want to suck that cock soon. That's what happens. That's what happens with this drug.
You want to kiss it like a big turtle.
That's what happens with this drug.
It's okay to want to kiss it. It's not. It's just a thing.
No.
This drug makes you want to
Makes
get
you
the cock.
feel really connected to a man when you have his penis in your
You
mouth.
just kiss it.
Patty, you're starting to itch a lot more.
Yeah, stop
No,
scratching.
I'm not.
You could itch as long as you don't, itch too hard. Okay, we'll let you itch a little bit. We'll make sure we don't. We'll make sure you don't itch too hard.
Don't scratch your hair because that's
No, don't stop
stop,
itching your
stop.
forehead.
Not up by the head. Not that's because that's by the brain, and that means that the drug is too intense, and you start scratching, and it's
Yeah.
only going to hurt your
Scratching
skin.
my brain.
No, your head around your brain. Stop because it's all the little things firing. Stop.
Are you getting tired or?
No, now I'm wide awake.
All right, now look around and tell us what you see. No rabbits.
No
cock.
rabbits. No nothing.
No cock.
Right.
It's
No
all okay,
rabbit.
right?
Everything okay?
Anything?
I
Anything
think
weird?
so.
Anything different in the room?
Yeah, Patty, will you at least sit next to Ari? Because he wants. The bottom line is he's sitting there to comfort you because you're really high, and you should have somebody who knows next to you.
Yeah, Ari is actually a substance abuse counselor.
He's not
going to
hurt you.
just in case anything goes wrong with this little experiment.
Too much.
Just making sure you're okay.
My God, she's just staring at his cock.
Look at her hand shaking. Look at her
Why
hand
is
shaking.
your hand?
What are you looking at?
Look at her hand holding the microphone. It's like uncontrollably shaking.
It looks like you're holding a
That was
black
shaking
cock.
too. Look, her hand is shaking. That's crazy.
Patty, what were you looking at before? Don't lie.
Look at her hand shake.
What are you looking at?
Look, there's no cock there, Patty.
I
Look.
know there isn't.
All right, there's
What
no
were you
cock.
looking at?
I'm looking at a rabbit.
Stop with the rabbit. What
Enough
were you
about
looking
the
at?
Wearing a bit with polka dots on it.
Patty, do you think it's real? Do you think the rabbit's real?
Probably.
Patty.
Now, Patty, let's just use logic. Why would a rabbit be on the 14th floor of an office building?
This is XM.
We understand that. That's not what he said. So why would it be in the studio? Answer the question.
Well, because he is.
Patty.
But this is an office building. This is a
It's
regular
over
building
there.
in Manhattan.
Don't you realize you're high, Patty?
You're pointing at a window and it's annoying me. Patty, focus on. Stop looking around.
Patty, you're not hearing any echoes or any of that stuff anymore, right?
No, she's okay.
All right, good.
So, Patty, why were you staring at his jeans before?
Because I thought I saw something.
What?
What?
Well, I saw something.
What, Patty?
What did you
A
see?
thing,
What?
You're scratching again.
Stop
I'm
scratching.
not scratching.
What did
No,
you
you
see?
are scratching. We're here to make sure everything goes okay for you.
What'd you see?
I saw his pee-pee.
No, say it.
Talk.
It just comes freely from the mouth now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most cocks you've ever said in one day ever.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, probably, right?
Do you normally have a mouth like that?
Nah.
No. I'm a lady.
Oh,
Hey, you
boy.
sure don't sound like
You're a very
one.
high lady right now.
You're scratching a lot now, Patty.
Stop
The scratching,
No.
but the scratching feels good, right, Patty?
Their handshake, too.
I don't know. My handshake.
I know.
That's incredible.
What's going on, Patty?
He's tickling me.
He's not tickling you. He's not tickling you, Patty. Oh my God, you're so
Oh,
high.
she's got the giggles.
That must be so strange. This is for the very first time in your life, and you're seeing things that aren't there.
Yeah.
You're hallucinating a little.
This is
Kinda
called,
fun.
yeah.
Not the rabbit's rocking in the chair.
Of
That's
course
Keith
he
the
is.
cop, and he's not rocking
It's
the chair.
hallucinations.
Keith's right there in a chair. That's
You're
not a
sitting next
rabbit.
to
He's there to
Ari.
make sure that you're okay.
Ari, Kevin, and Keith is who you're sitting next to.
Be cool, Patty. You're hallucinating. Just be
Relax.
cool.
Keith is a trained corrections officer.
Yes. He's a peaceable officer of the peace.
He's here to help you and preserve the
Patty,
peace.
will you stop looking at the people outside? We're talking to you.
We're gonna be
I'm
fine.
not looking
Ari's
at
there
the
to talk to
people.
you.
I'm looking at the rabbit,
You're
the
not
bunny,
looking at a
the
bunny.
big bunny.
Big bunny. Okay. You want to sing a song or something? Usually.
What should I sing?
Whatever
Can you
makes
dance? Can you dance
happy.
for us?
What song can you sing?
Can you stand up?
Yeah, stand up.
If we put on some Whitesnake, can you dance for us?
Stand up. Come on, walk over here.
Some
back
old
to
school. Here I go.
Why are you
again on my
walking so
own.
slow, Patty?
Patty.
I don't want to fall.
You don't want to fall. You're walking really, really slow.
She's pointing the wrong way.
Patty, why are you taking so long to walk 10 feet?
That is so crazy.
Patty,
Is it hard to walk, Patty?
how does it feel to walk?
No, the seat.
Patty, how does it feel to walk?
How does it feel to walk?
Weird. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
You probably
Here
should
comes
hold
the
it.
big shit.
Yeah.
You should probably hold it.
Just sit there and go. It's
Sit
okay.
there. We're going to play a song and have you sing.
Let it flow, Patty. It's okay.
All right?
Patty, just let it flow while you're sitting there. It's a part of it. It's okay.
All right?
Just let it flow.
What's wrong, Patty?
Patty, what's wrong?
What's wrong, Patty? What's
Patty,
matter?
why are you
What is
staring
wrong
at
with
him?
you? Why do you
Why?
keep staring at Ari's crotch?
That's
Leave him
so
alone.
rude.
Why are you staring at his crotch?
What are you doing, Patty?
Patty, why?
Act like you've never seen William Frawley before.
Patty, why are you staring at his crotch?
He has it out.
What? He has
He
what
has
out?
what out?
He has his thing out.
It's okay, Patty. It's all right.
He has his thing out?
You're
Yeah.
hallucinating, man. He doesn't have anything out, Patty.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
I'm
I'm looking right at him. He's
Patty,
standing there next to you.
I'll prove it to you. Touch what you think is his cock. You're not going to touch anything.
It's
Watch.
jeans.
Watch.
It's jeans.
Watch. You'll see for yourself. Just touch it. Touch it. It'll prove that you're not seeing it.
Patty, there's
Touch the front of his
nothing there.
jeans,
Just
Patty.
touch it.
It's jeans.
It's jeans. Touch it.
Jeans.
Nothing there.
Nothing there. Touch
just-
it.
just
Touch it.
swat at it.
Touch
Touch
it.
his
Touch
jeans.
it. Touch it.
There's nothing
They're
there, Patty.
jeans.
Just touch it.
It's
There's
jeans.
nothing there.
It's jeans.
What?
Patty, touch it. There's nothing there.
It's jeans.
It's jeans. Prove it to yourself. It's just jeans.
Patty,
jeans.
there's nothing there.
It's there.
What's there?
You're not
You
touching
are
his balls.
hallucinating. You're
Look,
hallucinating,
Look,
Patty.
Ari, pull your pants up. See? Look, he's
It's
pulling his pants
jeans.
up. It's just his jeans.
There's
What
no
is wrong
balls
with
there.
you?
It's jeans.
Now touch it. No
I'd
one else.
rather touch the bunny.
There's
No,
no
there's
Patty,
no
it's-
fucking
there's
bunny.
nothing there. There's no
jeans.
but. It's just jeans. Touch it.
Touch it. Just touch it.
Touch it, Patty. Don't worry.
Patty, it's jeans.
There's nothing there, Patty.
Touch it. Look at Ari. He's rubbing his hands all over his jeans.
Patty, if you just touch it, it will disappear. You won't see the hallucination
Go
anymore.
ahead. Just touch his.
Yeah, you're seeing things, Patty.
It's jeans.
What are you seeing? This is so fucked up.
Patty, talk to us. What are you seeing?
Yeah, talk us through it. Talk us through it.
I see his anatomy
What- just say
sticking
it.
out of his jeans.
What do you see?
His what?
His what?
His jeans.
No, you don't.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh,
No, Patty, no. You didn't just poke his
Stabbed at
balls.
No,
You didn't.
How did you know I did that?
You didn't. You're poking the jeans.
See?
You're poking his jeans, Patty.
See, look at his jeans. There's nothing there. I told you. Look.
Nothing.
He's
Patty.
rubbing
He
his
is
hand.
rubbing his hand on his jeans.
Patty.
Joe, is it true that you see things when you're high that you
Yes.
really wish you could, obtain?
Well, you know what? A lot of people that's a big problem they have with it, the letting go and giving in to the hallucinations. You just got to relax, Patty, and trust your friends. Trust us.
All right.
All jeans, Patty.
There's a rabbit.
Patty, there's
leaning
no
over
rabbit.
me.
Jeans.
I'm sure there is.
He's right there.
Sure there is.
I just touched his nose.
Oh, really? First it was a guy's cock and then
wait
it's
a
a nose.
minute. He's not behind me anymore.
Oh, that's so weird.
He's not behind you, Patty. You're sitting next to Ari. Patty, what are you doing?
Stop
I'm
looking
looking
for
for the
rabbits.
rabbit.
There aren't there?
There's no
rabbit.
fucking rabbit in here.
Jesus Christ, this
That's
must be
funny, but it's
Could you
just not
imagine
But
true.
I
being her right
saw
now?
a rabbit.
Imagine being her right now.
Patty is sitting in a chair facing us. Ari is standing right next to her.
Right.
And she keeps thinking that there's a rabbit in the room or that Ari's... What do you keep thinking you see?
Cox.
God.
You're not seeing cock.
You're not seeing Cox.
You just saw him
I'm
rub his
not.
hand over the front of his jeans.
That's not a
A what?
That's not a cock.
No.
A what? What?
No.
What?
It's not a cock. No, it's jeans.
What's wrong, Patty?
Oh
Why-
my God.
Why are you screaming?
It's there.
It's not there.
Yeah, now it's.
It's not there.
No, what you're talking about, Patty? You are so high.
Touch the front of his jeans.
Patty,
Ian. Guaranteed
do you want
there's
to
nothing.
see?
Patty.
Do you want to see some pictures to show you? I'm going to take pictures right now and show you
Yeah,
that he
you-
doesn't have his balls out.
All right, you see,
Okay.
Joe's taking his pictures, right?
Taking a picture.
He's
I'm
going
gonna
to
show
prove it to
right
you.
now. I'm gonna walk
Let me
over
see the photo.
You saw him take a picture of you and Ari, right?
Yeah, I did.
All right, now Joe's walking over with the camera to prove there's no cock in the picture and that you're hallucinating. Look, what do you see in the picture?
Right there, cock.
No, that's where my crotch is, but that's not a cock. That's just my jeans.
That's just his jeans.
Yeah, with some.
Look,
Are
I'll
they...
show you. Look, I'll show you another one that's clear. How about this one? There we go. Clear, crystal clear.
Yeah, and I see something pink
No,
sticking
that's
out
his-
of his
Patty,
jeans.
that's
Oh,
his-
Patty,
that's
you're
his
so
jeans.
dirty.
Here, I'll show you.
God,
I'm not
Patty.
dirty. I'm a lady.
All right, how about
No,
that one?
apparently
For sure
not.
You can see that.
What a dirty whore. You're not a lady.
She just loves thinking she sees cock all the time.
You can't possibly see his cock in that picture. You can't even see his crotch.
Patty, we're all guys in this room. No one is taking that cocks out with a bunch of guys in the room. Except for yourself. We're all. No one wants to
I
see.
don't have one.
I know that. That's why you keep seeing them.
We need to call the doctor and have him. You need to talk. Someone's got to talk to her.
Yeah.
I tell you, in 15 years in the police, I've never seen anyone trip this like this so fast. It's amazing.
So fast, and so just has no
Yeah.
idea what's going on.
Patty, what are you feeling right now? No, just you in general. What are you feeling?
Little weirded out.
In what way? Explain for the listeners out there.
Nervous.
No one is turning off their radios. They're really interested in hearing you trip for the first time.
Look at her scratch herself.
You're
I'm not
scratching.
scratching.
You're itching your leg, and that's the bad part. Stop. Let it go. Let it go.
It's
I
okay.
don't know I'm doing
It's okay
that,
to itch.
know.
Are
It's
you
okay to
are you
itch.
getting tired or feel like you need to eat or go to the bathroom?
I have to go to the
Just
bathroom.
let it go. You don't have to even get up.
Why are you talking so slow?
I'm not talking slow.
You sure?
Yeah, you kind of
No,
are.
I'm not.
Scratching at herself. Stop scratching.
Do you want to take a nap?
No.
Why don't you just let it go, Pat? If you have to go to the bathroom, just let it go right here. It won't go. Just relax. Let it come out.
You want
No.
you want to just lay back and sleep for a little while?
Yeah, maybe you
No.
ought to sleep.
No.
Are you, are
If
you
I find my way home afterwards, I'll take a nap.
Why are you
then.
scratching, Patty?
I'm not scratching.
You're itching your leg.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
I'm
itching thing is
sorry.
very serious. If
Patty-
you're itching,
If
you
I
better
sit
tell
on
us.
my leg.
Patty, do you have to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, just let it
No.
go. Let it go. Just
Why
relax.
don't we get Renee in here? Renee, why don't we bring Patty to the bathroom and we can take a break? Renee will help you to the bathroom. Patty, walk with the microphone.
Walk.
Go to the bathroom. Renee will help you.
I think we should probably to maybe calm her down, show her a real funny video.
Okay.
Oh, she can't walk with a microphone.
Yeah, microphone.
Well, why don't we get a
Microphone's on a cord.
cordless for her?
Oh, I see. We need a cordless? We can't. We can. We can't.
Why?
Well, how, all right. Why don't you
Take
walk?
cordless to the bathroom with her?
Do you have to make a weddy?
Look at her handshake. That's
Why are you
so
shaking
crazy.
so
My
much?
hands aren't shaking.
Look at your hand holding that microphone. It is shaking.
Oh,
Are you okay?
You're gonna fall over.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
fine.
It looked like you were gonna fall.
At least to the
Yeah, you're
okay. Why don't you just listen to him? He's a police officer. He sees this all the time.
Are you feeling
So
happy?
If he comes over to save you, it's because you got a problem. If he comes over to save you, it's because he sees something.
Wait, she said, did
You
I
have
say
to-
what? Did you say what? What?
What did I say?
Patty, you're talking about you want to be with other women.
Yeah, Patty.
And you want to you just said Patty you wanted to do something and it was very rude.
A few minutes ago, you were talking about. We were asking about your fantasies and stuff, and because Joe said your inhibitions go away, and you said you would like to be with a woman to try it out.
I didn't say.
We weren't just talking to you about that.
Before you said before a guy you would want to be with a woman first.
Right after you went on your cock tirade, you
Yeah.
said cock like 50 times in a row.
Patty, your memory is shot now too.
Do you remember saying cock? You know you said cock a bunch of times, right?
I thought I saw it.
You described it as pink.
Yeah.
Well, you just kept talking about cock, cock, cock. Even before you said you saw it, you were
looking.
saying the word cock. It was like crazy.
I don't normally talk like that.
Yeah, so what do you think that's about?
Can't even talk.
I don't know.
Wow. The
All right, why don't
drug
you-
brings something out that you really want.
Renee, don't
That's
just
what it
make
is.
sure she doesn't fall down. Patty, why don't you go to the bathroom? We'll continue with you. I want to see how you do in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Here, grab the wireless. We could. We want to. How you feeling as you walk, Patty?
Slowly, Patty, slowly.
Huh? She is walking. She has only walked 10 feet so far.
I felt so bad. Halfway into that, I started feeling really guilty. I'm like, this is
that
so
on
wrong. It's
out
just
there?
like
Because I got to pee too.
picking with the mentally disabled. It's like, what are we doing? We're playing a trick on a retard. It's so evil.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break and we're just trying to figure out if there's anything else.
Show her 2 Girls 1 Cup.
Has she seen that?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And let's
I think
make believe
she's
it's.
seen it.
The,
Oh, you gotta get
Yeah,
that.
make
on the
believe it's like a
internet.
Disney movie.
no, I
we're
just want to
watching.
get her out of here so we can figure out if there's anything else we want to do.
We gotta get that
Ari
on the
with his
internet.
dick out of his pants was beyond
That's
classic.
hysterical.
That guy is all
awesome.
ball.
He has dick out his pants.
It looks like a basset hound.
Yeah.
You should, if you go to my website, you can see his troubled asshole. Well, we couldn't talk about it on the earlier show, but we took this
Ari.
video of Ari taking a shit in the green room in Austin, and his asshole, he had like horrible hemorrhoids. His asshole looked like a Big Mac. It's fucking horrendous.
I saw it.
And it's on my website. And it's in infrared. It's in like night vision or whatever that is. So it's green. It just looks so shocking.
Fucking alien.
Ari, is it popping out today?
It's probably normal today. We can show it.
Would you show Patty?
Yeah, I'll show Patty.
Well, it's not
Oh,
going to
my.
shock her. Well, you know, he'll show her anything, but it's not going to shock her like it would have if she saw it back then. His
Okay.
asshole has
With the
since
meat lips.
relaxed.
All right, we'll get into that next. Quick
She's
break.
coming
But you
back.
got to see it.
She's coming back right now.
Time to piss.
Yeah,
Huh?
I got to pee badly. I'll run in.
I need to pee also.
All right.
It's his asshole's so
Patty.
disturbing, Opie. You have to see it.
Patty's making her way back in the studio. Patty,
Here you go, Patty.
where have you been?
No, I didn't get there.
What happened?
As far as the door, we couldn't find the disc.
An hour.
Patty,
Yes.
you've been on what?
An hour?
You've been gone for an hour.
We
We
just
thought you
keep-
left.
That's not on there. Hold on.
Oh my God.
What, Patty?
What time is
It's late. You were gone for a fucking hour.
The
We thought you
show's
left.
almost over.
It's almost over. Ron and Fez are getting ready to start their show.
What did you do?
Where have you been?
Well, I didn't. I got as far as the door.
What? What are you talking
Oh my
about?
God!
What are you
You are
talking
just
about?
babbling now.
You were
You were
talking to
telling
us.
us you had to pee so bad that you couldn't even sit still.
Are you supposed to lose time?
That's
Yeah.
part of it. If you're
Yeah.
really fucked up,
Yes, you got to be really.
you have to
fucked
know
up,
you were
though.
gone for an hour.
Jesus Christ.
We
How-
were
Keith,
so
you sure
pissed
she's
off
okay?
at you.
Wait, Patty, how long do you think you were gone? Seriously, be honest.
5 minutes.
Keith, what's your expert
Wow.
opinion?
Yeah, I've seen people lose track of time, but maybe 5-10 minutes tops. I mean, an hour.
That's crazy, right?
It's unbelievable.
You really think you've only been gone 5 minutes?
Well, I thought.
You thought, huh?
Yeah.
This might be a problem. I told you, half a strip was
I
fine.
know.
Never
She
should've
shouldn't have
given
done
a
a
full
full
strip.
strip.
You took a
So much
whole
more
one.
than.
You took a whole one.
When does this wear off?
If a whole one
boy.
might be hours, you never should have taken a whole
Tomorrow.
one.
It can now be an all-day.
Why don't you just sit
deal.
down and relax? Why don't we?
You never should have taken a
sit her
whole
down.
one, Patty.
Slowly sit. Whoa,
Slow.
whoa, slow. Whoa,
You never should have taken a whole
Whoa, why did you do that?
You never should have taken a whole
Never,
one.
never, never. Why did you do that?
You never should have taken a whole one.
Never.
Here, Patty.
Only a
Ever.
half.
Half would have done the trick.
Wait, I see a moon.
You see a what?
You see a moon.
You see a what?
His moons are out now.
Whose moons are out?
Who? What?
His moons are out.
Who? What are you talking about? Tell us what you see.
I see his moons.
His moons? What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
His moons.
Who is
Whose
his?
moons? The guy's moons.
What
guy?
guy? What moons? What?
His moons.
What does that mean?
What are you talking about?
He's got his butt out.
What?
Who has their
Hold
butt
up.
out? What do you see? Tell us what you're seeing.
Pants are pulled down and his
The
moons
rabbit?
are
Who,
out.
Sam? What are you talking about?
No. Him. I don't remember his name.
What are you talking about, Patty? Patty, what are you screaming for?
You all right?
Patty,
Go away.
what are you screaming about?
Go away.
Oh my God, she's seeing things.
Wow.
Crazy.
What are you screaming about?
Your trip is getting a little weird, Patty.
Patty, you're getting weird.
Crazy.
You're getting weird.
You're getting weird. It went from fun to a little weird.
Go away.
We're not going anywhere. It's our show.
No, them. No, him.
Who's them?
Who's them?
Who's him?
Who's him? What do you want to go away?
The butt.
The butt.
The butt.
The butt.
Wow, how weird must it be to be her right now?
The butt. What are you seeing, Patty?
I just see a pair of moons. And
What's
it's
a
not
pair of
even
moons?
nighttime.
What does that mean, Patty?
it behind.
What are you? You're just being weird.
Somebody on Pal Talk just wrote shit on her.
I am.
Sometimes the simple things are the funniest. The simple explanations are often the funniest.
Shit on.
Patty, go to the bathroom. We're going to take a break and we'll continue.
And
Did we
don't-
find the key?
I don't think so. Well,
And
no.
let us know what you see between now and when we come back from break, okay?
Whoever said that line on Pal Talk just capped off the bit.
Oh, I know. That was hysterical.
All right, go ahead, Patty.
Shit on her.
I got a tinkle.
It was well within position.
It was the perfect thing to say. Oh.
Shit.
All right, Patty.
That line epitomized the Opie and Anthony show in a fucking nutshell. It doesn't matter what's juvenile, it's just what's fucking funny.
Shit.
Just what's funny.
Patty is slowly but surely walking toward the studio door. I've never seen anyone walk slower in my life. Renee is holding her up
This
as
is
they walk
awesome.
toward, past the bleachers toward the bathroom.
She's about to fall over, too.
For the folks that are listening on radio that don't get to see this, Ari was bent over naked and had his naked butthole inches from her face.
And she was screaming like she was seeing aliens.
It was fucking awesome. It
I
was
wish I could've
fucking
seen her
awesome.
face.
I mean, he literally had it, the crack of his asshole, right inches from her face.
Before that, she poked his ball bag like 5 times.
He kept convincing her it wasn't real.
She actually
you gotta
called
really
it-
commit to touching it.
But she goes to make them go away.
Make them go away.
All right, if you haven't seen Ari's balls, they're like grapefruit in an old lady's pantyhose. They're fucking huge.
You're
They don't-
taking ball. It looks like a fighter pilot.
Show him your left ball. He's got a crazy left ball. It's
very
on
long.
my website too.
What
We
is
took
wrong
a
with your
video
ball?
of his
Joe
left
Rogan.net.
ball.
It's a genetic thing.
Look at his left ball.
What do you mean it's in genetics?
It's fucking
goes.
enormous.
Oh, God.
He's got one. His left ball is like twice as
Jesus
big as his
Christ.
right ball.
Is that a tumor?
That's just
You've
lefty.
got to check
How
out.
much?
Right?
How much?
He's got a nickname for it.
How much cum do you produce?
A lot.
All right, listen.
He's got to fuck with a Glad bag on.
All right, we're going to try to figure out what to do next. We're going to take a quick break, wrap up with Patty and Joe Rogan, and call it a week. Okay?
Time to tinkle.
Opie and Anthony.
Yeah. Every time I come here, I envy this. I wish I could do this with you guys all the time.
Oh,
So much
hell
fun.
yeah.
It gets to be
You
a
guys have the
grind
best
after a
job.
while.
Yeah, right.
Trying to figure out shit every day. Who you kidding, Joe?
That's good. We
Hey,
love having
Stalker
Joe
Patty,
on,
you
man.
doing all right? I see you itching a lot over there.
Yeah, you're rubbing your hands together.
Still,
You're
the
all,
itching, man.
Itching a lot.
You want to just take a nap?
Why don't you just lay back?
Why don't you lay back? Joe, will you tell her? Trust me, laying back and taking a nap, nothing wrong is going to happen.
Just lay back.
You know, sometimes it's best to just go unconscious.
Yeah,
And
just
let
mellow
it-
out.
Just mellow out.
There you go.
Pop the chair up.
Yeah, pop the chair back and, just let it happen. Just go to sleep. Just relax.
Okay, go to sleep.
When you close your, most likely, as soon as you relax and close your eyes, you're going to go out and you're going to go to sleep so fast, you're not even going to know what hit you.
Yeah.
Most likely. But
let
you'll
her-
be fine.
No. You won't wake up to a nightmare.
Nightmares
No,
are
we
almost
promise.
over.
Although Fezzi is scary at times, so.
Hey, I heard that.
My awful Fezzi impression. I know. You don't even have to mic E-Rock. We got Sam in studio to talk about the WWE. Patty, seriously, just relax. Trust Joe Rogan. He does this shit for breakfast.
Yep.
Trust me, you'll be fine.
You pop
that
a-
was my last one, too.
You pop a vitamin, Joe freaking does all sorts of stuff.
I gave my last one to you.
You should be flattered. Are you?
You should be.
She's asleep already. She's sleeping. She's getting there.
She's out.
Patty?
Wow, that's so crazy. She's totally out.
She's out.
Patty?
Whoa, she is out.
She's getting there.
Holy shit.
Patty?
She's getting there.
Dude, she's fucking unconscious. Patty. She closed her eyes and she went to sleep for real.
All right, get her a blanket.
For the folks at home, this is no bullshit.
Yeah.
She closed her eyes and she went out. She is fucking out. Completely asleep.
Patty.
This is crazy.
Get her a blanket. She's snoring. Patty?
That is amazing. She's completely unconscious. She's
fucking-
asleep.
She's asleep.
She's totally asleep.
She's out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if there were some other people that could do that to you?
Oh my god.
Could you imagine if you could trick like someone who's not that bright and obviously a little fucked up into something like that? Could you imagine if there was someone that was so fucking smart they could talk you into that?
They could just fuck you up
They
like
just fucking twist your brain up so bad you'd be like, I'm
Yeah,
sleeping.
alien. We got that guy. His name is George Bush. Man. Patty, grab the pillow. Grab the pillow. Just you got to trust us on this. Just sleep. All right, just sleep.
Comfortable enough.
She got scared when we put the blanket on.
No,
Could
she's
you
okay.
imagine
She's
if
okay.
somebody could do that to you?
Sam, where are you? We got to talk about the WWE. I guess they got a big thing happening, huh?
Yes, the Survivor Series is on Sunday.
Very cool.
The 21st annual
Just
Survivor
don't-
Series.
Don't yell because we have so much.
Is Eugene still in the WWE?
No, Eugene just left.
What? Why?
What the fuck?
But,
Eugene was a special retarded wrestler.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Wait, they got rid of Eugene?
yeah.
He was
Why?
the only.
I don't know. He wasn't working out.
What?
He
Yeah,
wasn't.
probably people got too pissed off behind the scenes.
Wow.
Really told people.
Hornswoggle McMahon.
Maybe he got a little too crazy.
So
What
what
do
do
we
we
have to trust each other?
He wasn't really retarded.
Oh, really?
No,
He was
It was
just
fake
playing retarded.
retard?
He would just clap
I
a
was
lot.
thinking maybe did like that would be kind of cool. If you could see if retard strength is for real. You know, there's only one way to find out. I mean, that shit's been around forever. You know, they recently found out that there's a bunch of human synapses in your heart, and that you actually can, like, there's something going on in your heart. They think it might be in control of emotions, like some crazy scientific discovery.
Wow.
What if that is true? That thinking with your heart, we've always thought like that.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
Use your heart, follow your heart. They're like, maybe there is a way your heart thinks, and maybe retard strength is real too.
And that's where it comes from.
We need to find out. There's only one way to find out.
That's real. I used
You
to
gotta
babysit
get
a
a real
retarded kid.
Really?
Next door neighbor, yeah. He was
I
like,
would definitely say retard strength, just based, and it might just be based on the fact that the lack of fear, because of lack
Maybe.
of knowledge.
It's like 28 days.
Yeah, you just have no
It's all
idea.
rage all the time.
It's just rage. And then
Anger and lack of
bleed on
fear.
you.
Let's
throw
anger
up
being retarded.
retard blood on your face. And
Let's get
non-retarded.
let's get Sam back to filming Patty. But Sam, so the WWE Survivor Series.
Survivor Series is Sunday live on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Hornswoggle McMahon, Vince McMahon's illegitimate leprechaun son, is
Oh my God!
Jesus Christ!
fighting the Great Khali.
You got to think that he smokes a little of the fucking wacky tobacco. That Vince McMahon comes up with some shit, Joe.
That's
He's
hilarious.
basically a midget who dresses as a leprechaun, and he's fighting the Great Khali, who's 7'6" and 420 pounds.
That's fucking awesome.
I would do a little angry Vince right now, but I have to sing tonight.
It's really amazing when you see what an empire that guy's built on just people like fake fighting.
Yeah.
It's amazing. That's
It's not
an
fake, Joe.
empire.
Yeah.
Joe, it's not
Okay,
fake.
I'm sorry.
not fake.
Performance.
It's sports entertainment.
It's real. It's all happening. Those guys
Let me
get
tell
hurt
you
more than real fighters.
Pal.
Those guys get hurt, man.
Yeah. What else you
Yep.
got?
Yeah, it's this Sunday live on pay-per-view at 8. All the world titles are on the line. ECW, WWE. World
All of them?
title. All three of them.
I'm hearing that Vince might be on our show in the very near
card ever.
future.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
If
Powerful.
this segment
goes well, he will be. So why don't you step it up a little bit there, Sam?
What about your belt? Is that up for grabs?
No, that was. I think WWE considers me a lifetime world champion.
Oh,
because they give those belts to
wow,
special.
come on.
Yeah, special radio.
Top.
But yeah, the WWE title is on the line.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels versus Randy Orton.
Shawn Michaels,
obviously.
Yeah. Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
The world title.
Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
I like that.
Undertaker and Batista.
Undertaker still?
Yep.
Wow.
He's
Wow.
fighting Batista.
Undertaker.
The rubber match.
Jesus.
Undertaker's still doing it.
He's been around for a while, right?
That's
I remember him.
amazing that those guys. Those guys. That's much more dangerous than even real fighting.
Wasn't Undertaker buried alive ever?
Yes, he was once buried alive.
But he's cool.
He's cool now. He debuted at the 1990 Survivor Series.
You ever see that video online where Brock Lesnar does the flip and he lands on his fucking head?
At WrestleMania.
Is that?
Yeah.
What was it at?
21, I think, or 19 maybe.
How was that the craziest fucking thing ever?
He'll never.
Yeah.
Landed on his head, 300 pounds.
Yeah, and he didn't break his neck either.
No, he's fine.
Yeah.
That's a gorilla. That's a huge dude.
But yeah, there's a ton of matches going on. Another traditional Survivor Series tag, 5-on-5. Raw and SmackDown guys all coming together. It's going to be an amazing pay-per-view.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty badass, dude.
It's going to be awesome.
Whatever happened to Jimmy Superfly Snuka? Does anybody know where he is?
Yeah, we had him on our show.
You had him on?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Right, we got some Jimmy Superfly for...
Hey, brother.
Oh, you want to hear some, Jimmy?
Hey, brother.
All right, so
Loved
Sam,
him,
very
man.
cool.
When I was in high school, Jimmy Superfly Snuka was the shit. He would make that hand signal and dive off the fucking couch.
Well, he hit his head a few
Superfly.
Oh, yeah.
Joe, he hit his head a few times.
Oh, you think?
Oh, you got to hear him.
We didn't get anything out of him.
He's on a tour now. You have to play a game with him called Brains or Tapioca Pudding.
We have some Superfly. We're trying to find it real fast. Here for
All
you.
those guys are
All right,
crazy.
thumbs
The
up.
Iron Sheik, he's crazy
Joe,
now.
listen to this. Listen to this.
Okay, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. This is a Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and you, you're listening to Opie and Anthony. This is Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and you're listening to Opie and Anthony. It's the Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and you're listening to Opie and Anthony. Superfly Jimmy Snuka on your radio dial.
On your radio dial. The last word he gets in the
Radio
full
dial.
voice.
I bet he's still a tough guy to knock out, man.
Oh, hell yeah,
Yeah.
man. That guy was huge.
He
Was he a big
certainly
guy?
was.
When he was the best, when he was the... Did he ever win? I don't think he ever won, right?
I wonder
Jimmy
why they never
Superfly.
gave him the title.
Yeah.
Maybe he was unclipped.
Well, Bob Backlund was the champion back then.
Oh, Bob, what a goody two-shoes he was.
That's why he was the
He
champ.
was the Rusty
Always did the
Staub
right
of
thing.
wrestling.
Always did the right thing.
What a goody gumdrops.
Always had that, like stiff lower lip style, like, oh, let's get to work.
Yeah. Well, Vince, he always kept breathing. Like, fucking...
He was a real wrestler, though.
Yes, he was.
Supposedly he was like an accomplished amateur wrestler.
And where is he now?
Good point.
Exactly.
Where is he now?
All right, here's Iron Sheik audio.
Selling his
Listen to this.
logs on eBay.
I love this guy.
Listen to this one.
This is Iron Sheik, World Wrestling Federation, 3-time champion, All-American AAU champion. Pleasure for me to the Anthony and Opie bring me here to New York to I say hello to all my wrestling fans and everybody know I'm the real Middle Eastern come to the greatest wrestling country and most famous city in the world, Manhattan, Madison Square Garden. I come 3 times champion. I want to say hello to all my wrestling fans, especially all American and also my Iranian friend. خدمت همه شنوندگان ایرانی عزیز سلام عرض میکنم. همه دنیا آرون شیخ خسرو وزیری رو میشناسن. Pleasure for me to come back here again one more time to I talk to the Opie and Anthony, and pleasure for me always.
Wow.
Pleasure for me, Opie,
awesome.
Anthony and Opie.
Champion.
Champion. Greco-Roman wrestle.
Isn't it crazy that guy's got a massive career just by being that fucking wacky?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to book him and everything. I want to listen to him talk every time. If I'm scanning through the dials on the radio and I hear the Iron Sheik talking anywhere, or if I'm watching TV and I see him on TV, I'm gonna stop.
Oh yeah,
I want
absolutely.
to hear what that fucking crazy guy's got to say.
I hear what that nut is saying.
They don't get that. They don't get that in corporate America, unfortunately. That's
doesn't
it.
make
Survivor
sense.
Series, the
Look at
big-
the internet.
I know.
You would think with the
I
internet,
know. You would
corporate
think they would
America
start
would go
waking
right
up.
into shit-eating videos.
Thank you.
Just
Yeah.
go right into 2 girls, 1 cup. 100% of our interest.
All right, let's get Sam out of here. So the big plug is
Survivor Series this Sunday night at 8
There you go.
Eastern.
All right,
Pay-per-view.
Cool. I think it's time for line of the day.
Line of the day.
Why has Patty been sleeping the whole show in studio? By the way,
I
have
Patty,
no idea.
What are you doing?
Patty,
Patty?
What are you doing?
Patty.
Oh, you hear her snore? Were you hearing her snore?
Yeah.
Why are you just sleeping in our studio?
Patty, what's up?
Well, you heard me. Why are you just
Get a mic on her, please.
please?
Patty, all right?
Make me lay down
What are you talking about?
just a few minutes ago.
What are you
What?
talking about?
Made me lay down a few minutes ago.
Yeah, right.
No, you came in here. God, I don't know, 2.5 hours ago and said you were tired and can I take a nap?
You sat on the chair and you fell asleep.
You've been
And
sleeping.
you've been snoring through the whole show. There's audio of you snoring.
Listen to
through
the
whole show.
replay. You'll hear yourself sleeping.
It's crazy.
You all right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you could fucking not sleep in the studio while we're on the air.
It's kind of a sign
It was
of
funny.
disrespect.
We
Yeah.
all enjoyed it, but you lay there for literally 2.5 hours
Patty,
unconscious.
we ended up miking you because you were snoring.
I don't snore in my sleep.
Well,
How would you know if you didn't sleep?
You
did
were.
today.
I did?
Yes.
I do have asthma, but...
Well, there you go. For 2.5 hours.
Of course you do.
you've been
Why wouldn't
snoring.
you? Fucking chihuahua.
Why would God stop with the rest and not
saying
finish
weird
smashing
shit.
you?
Exactly.
You know you talk in your sleep, right?
No.
You do. Of course you do.
I do?
Do you understand this weird little shit you were mumbling while you're sleeping? It was creepy.
Like what?
I don't know,
You-
something about rabbits or something.
You said you mumbled the word cock about 8 times
Yeah,
while you were
at
sleeping.
least.
It was creepy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you... Excuse me, but something's wrong here.
Yeah, you fell asleep in the studio. You're supposed to come in
Snore through.
and talk or whatever, and you fall
How,
asleep.
don't you remember I said, I asked you, you don't remember what happened? I lifted this up. I said, do you need money?
Yeah.
You remember that, right?
Yeah, I do.
And then you said, I'm not feeling too good. I need to lay down for a while. And that was 2.5 hours ago. We never got to do the bit with you, trying to
On
get
the
some money.
hot seat.
We were going to put you on the hot seat.
It's a big hippity hop with a dildo on it.
Yeah.
You remember this, right?
I mean, I've seen hippity hops, but
What?
not
All
one
right,
like that.
But Patty, you remember?
No, of
hold
course
on.
not.
Of course not. You remember us talking about this like you need money, right?
Yeah.
Then what happened in your brain? Because then all of a sudden you decided to sleep.
Well, somebody must have helped me because I'm laying down and I have a blanket on me.
You don't remember pulling the chair up. You don't remember lying back. You don't
No,
remember.
I wouldn't just make myself at home.
Well, what
just
do you
like
remember?
That.
What do you
would be
remember?
rude.
How do you remember lying down? What do you remember?
What do you remember then?
I remember you gave me a breath mint and then I felt weird.
A breath mint.
Yeah.
You need one.
What?
You
Your
had
breath
coffee
smells
before.
like coffee.
You had coffee breath. You could have used a breath mint, but it wasn't that bad.
What do
It
you
was
mean?
coffee.
What do you mean you felt weird?
Yeah, then you helped me to the bathroom and back and had me lay down.
Why would we? Why would we make you lay down?
And then he had I saw a rabbit come in. I saw a monster sitting over there with a face. And then,
What are you talking? You just saying shit.
What is wrong with you?
What the fuck are you talking
Monster
about?
face.
I want to smoke with your
Stop
smoke.
it.
Patty,
Come
what are you talking
on.
about?
So a monster with a face.
What you saw a monster and what did you see?
A rabbit.
A rabbit and a monster?
And what else? What else?
I have the weirdest dreams.
What else
don't
is
I?
Crazy dream.
Yeah, it was like Alice. in
Did you not get
Wonderland.
much sleep last night or something? You need to catch up on your sleep?
Oh, I got enough sleep.
Were you cramming last night?
You know.
Why did you just go out like that? You just fell asleep and had a dream. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Didn't you give me something?
What, we would just give you something? Are you crazy?
What do you mean give you something?
You know how illegal that is?
Yeah.
Why would we just give you something?
Give you what?
You gave me a breath strip.
And then what happened?
And you said it was laced.
What?
What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, never mind. Forget it.
What's the matter with you?
Do you guys think that Bond should go to jail?
Who?
I don't think he should go to jail, but I mean, it is a tainted record.
For sure, right?
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like, you know, I
But you
know
know
you
what?
had to lie about it, but
The jail thing's a little
Yeah, they had
weird,
to lie.
but
They
the
put 'em
jail
in-
thing is about perjury.
Yeah, that's
it's not about
right.
steroids.
Clinton didn't go for perjury, so
The president.
Well, you know,
President
you know, it's
go.
like
He's
It's
also the
crazy.
white
that
president.
This is on the cover of every fucking newspaper.
I
right?
know. And there's
It's like a big story. There's a war
fucking
going
war
on.
going on. That's what I think all the time. It's like there's a war going on that has been going on longer than we were in World War II.
It's so crazy.
Like, what the fuck is that about?
Is it really longer than World War II?
Yeah.
Than America?
It's completely insane.
Yeah. It's like World War II was over.
Even like really,
Fucking
really,
Pearl
really,
Harbor to dropping the bombs, all the shit in between. That's how
That passed.
fucking long we've been, over there.
even like really conservative, like pro-war people at this point are like, okay, seriously.
Yeah. Come on,
You're
do
fucking
something.
it up for the whole war image.
Really got to do something. And then I heard,
Yeah, we want to be able to do more wars.
more
so
war. We love war.
Yeah,
This
well,
is
I
a
think
bad
it's,
war.
We've had enough.
Cancel this war so we could get a good war,
Yeah.
a good high-rated war. We, I heard also that the money that they're trying to get out of Congress, of course, billions of dollars for the war effort. Congress isn't passing it because they want some kind of date to pull out. So what they have to do is reallocate money, which means bases here in the States will close. They figured out how many they could close, take the money they would have used to keep those bases running, and ship it over there. And it's billions of dollars, and it will last for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Billions of dollars only lasts a couple of weeks. War is fucking expensive. It is so fucking expensive to have a war. And then I think when we weren't at war, how did we have any fucking money troubles in this country? Because all that money was just here.
Laying
It
around.
was like laying around. Billions upon billions just coming in every week.
They just printed up more money. That's
Yes,
all.
yeah,
It's
just
an abstract
you
number.
know, 'cause it is such an abstract number. It doesn't really mean
Does
it's
it
fucking
feel abstract
credits.
when you keep hearing
How many
about
credits do you want?
Yeah.
When you hear about the United States currency as opposed to other world currencies like falling and falling and falling,
Yeah.
does that make you? It doesn't make any sense, right?
It not
'Cause
to
everything costs the
me.
same.
It still costs the
Gas
same.
costs a little more, but sneakers are the same.
Yeah.
You know, a
It's
cell phone is relatively the same.
But if I go to Canada to buy something, it's going to cost me more American
Right. So
dollars
it's just
than
like,
it used
what is
to.
that for?
I don't
Just
care. I'm not
keep
going to go to
in the
Canada.
US? Yeah.
I'm not going there to buy
Weird.
shoes.
It's so abstract. The idea of like in comparison to what's worth more
Yeah,
and
yeah.
who's more popular. It's weird.
Yep.
We're ready for line of the day, Joe.
Oh, line of the day.
Patty, you all right?
Yeah, she's fine now.
You
You're
think
weird,
you're okay?
You're a weirdo, Patty.
Wait.
What was this monster?
It's nice that you can just come in and get so comfortable that you just
Monster,
lie
forget
down.
the rabbit.
Forget
Yeah, what
Forget
monster
the
with a
monster,
face?
forget the rabbit.
It's just the dreams that are going away now.
What other
Yeah.
kind of dreams did you have?
That's gotta be weird.
Wait, forget the monster and forget the rabbit.
She just had a vivid dream.
Okay.
Forget the monster rabbit.
What else did you dream about?
That's about it.
I have
Monsters
a
and
dream.
rabbits
Not cocks
and
or anything.
scary things.
Right. Right, okay. Line of the Day is brought to you by BodogFantasy.net. Free live scoring, stats, bios, and news that will help you win big this season in fantasy football. All at BodogFantasy.net. Here's a runner-up line of the day.
You know what's the creepiest thing? As a comic, as soon as she starts, the first thing you want to do is make some sort of molestation joke.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
She's talking about
Yeah, I
she's
know.
13 when her dad
Isn't that
died,
horrible?
and your brain goes, "Don't do it.
Just stop.
That's the first place I want to go if someone says two Jews walking to a bar.
Seems like just hours ago.
That was awesome.
Big Kev's Geek Stuff tomorrow night.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
What can we expect? Briefing?
Scheduled to appear Sam Jones and Melody Anderson from the 1980 film Flash Gordon.
Wow. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Stop it.
Yes.
That movie was fucking awesome at the time.
There a lot of controversy when I was on the show about that movie and if it was better than other movies. And so you're going to clear
we're
that
gonna
up.
settle that hash tomorrow.
All right.
Is it true you paid to have him flown in?
What's that?
Did you have him flown in?
I am having Sam flown in, yeah.
Are
Didn't
you
use
paying?
his jetpack?
Are you paying for his flight?
Yeah, I paid for it.
Wow.
Wow,
What airline?
I don't remember.
Coach or first?
First.
Holy
What? Am I a
shit.
cheap ass?
This guy is still an actor, or is he?
He does stuff still, yeah. He does.
Stuff.
Directing.
Stuff.
Wow.
How much was it? Like
the art house
1,500?
circuit.
I can't remember.
Big Kev's Geek Stuff. We
Thank
didn't
you.
realize how rich you were.
Well,
Now you know.
you know.
Here's another runner-up line of the day.
UFO landed right out there. Like, wow, yeah, they're probably from another planet. Whatever. It's not DMT. DMT is 100,000 times crazier than that. It's like mushrooms times 1,000,000 plus aliens. That's what it's like.
Our friend Joe Rogan right there. with
That
a
wraps
one
it
of the
up
day.
too. That like sums up
Yeah.
what that is as much as you can.
And of course,
with aliens.
And of course, Joe's going to be at Caroline's with Ari
Tonight.
It was great today.
12:30 a.m. Friday night 12:30 show. 212-757-4100. Only doing one show, so don't be a jizz bag and think you're going to show up tomorrow and fucking see it. It's tonight, you cunt faces.
Whoa, that's how to get people to come out in droves.
That's the only way to drive the point home.
Pat, do you want to leave the studio or what? Anything else you want to say? No. We were hoping to do that bit. I don't know what happened to you. You went to another place, but
could have made some cash.
Next time we'll have you, go on the hot seat for money.
I wish I could just fall asleep with everybody in the room yelling and
I know.
screaming.
Be nice.
I can't
Oh wait, I
I
did.
hear a fucking dog outside and I can't go to sleep.
Why are you itching? She's itching or
I
something.
fell asleep right here.
Did you win?
No shit. I did this.
Yeah.
I was fucking beat. And I did this. And the next thing I knew, I woke up, there was soft music playing, all the cameras from Pal Talk were on me, and everyone was gone. I just fucking nodded out in the middle of the show.
Wow.
And I was gone down for the count.
You know how you talked about Iron Sheik being on the radio?
Yeah.
No one turned off their radios, and all they heard was
They just heard this.
I think it was about a half hour.
And when I woke up, I looked around and it hit me like, oh fuck, last thing I remember, I was doing the show, so I must have fallen asleep during it. It was horrible.
I think Patty had one of those moments today, Patty.
The chair's too
You
comfy.
You don't remember falling asleep, I guess. You kind of did an Anthony
I
today.
remember you telling me to sit back and relax, so
Yeah.
I did. I closed my eyes.
And how long ago was that?
I don't know, about half hour ago.
You crazy
What?
fucking bitch.
She's still laughing.
so nuts. You've been asleep for like 2 hours.
More than that, almost. I'd say 225, 235.
Fucking James Taylor was a pussy magnet in the 70s.
Isn't it crazy?
A
Just being
pussy
sensitive.
magnet.
I know. Now he looks
and
like
now look
Duvall.
at him. Yeah, now he's just looks like an old vicar.
That's right. Fire and rain, sports fans.
My handicap. That's vicar. That's
An old vicar.
Oh, yeah, fucking.
God bless him. He's looked the same for 25 years.
Yeah, but he went
Yeah,
through like a
withered.
portion of the 70s where he was just like fucking buried in pussy.
There's fucking wimpy songs. You got
Yeah.
a friend.
Oh,
Shut up.
sensitive.
That shit tuned right into that pussy muscle.
Yeah.
The vibration of the
The oscillation of the pussy muscle.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! It just tuned right into the pussy.
Gush, gush.
So he found the exact rhythm, the exact sensitivity. It just it implies cunnilingus slowly and softly for hours at a time. Just, like he just lick your pussy for days
With music.
Yeah,
Wasn't that
with soft
song about
candles
just
and
wanting to
massage.
Just
You got a
wanting to
friend?
not sex?
Yeah, but that's
just-
not what he's saying.
Oh, obviously
Ari,
not.
what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Jesus, Ari.
Don't you know?
When I beat off
let's
to
just
it,
be
I think of
friends.
just friendship.
You say that to your girlfriends all the time. Let's just be friends. Just be friends. God, I just can't help it. I'm around you. My dick gets hard. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want this to get in between us. I mean, we're friends. So
There it is.
just how about if I just jerk off in front of you? What about that?
I don't know.
Listen,
Best.
he's the best at that. At just being a dude who's completely off the fucking deep end.
He was even menacing.
Insane.
Even menacing as. He was menacing as Mr. Wolf.
Yes, yeah.
I
As the guy who cleans up.
Yeah.
Cleans up the messes.
Hey,
The
that's
wolf.
what I bought an
Will be
NSX
coming
because of that
directly.
movie.
I tried
We,
the right thing, but I'm weak. I'm so fucking weak.
He's great, man.
And we all know how he feels, don't we?
Psycho. That movie, Bad Lieutenant. What a fucking
yeah.
crazy
Guys,
movie.
They're gonna shut us off.
Fuck.
I know we could go to 12 if we would have taken breaks today. So.
Okay.
We didn't
Can I
take
give
any
a
of
quick
those
plug
pesky
before we go?
breaks.
And now people are gonna go, that was just get out early. I swear to fucking God, we have only a couple minutes left.
Tonight, tomorrow, I'm at the Comedy Connection in East Providence. Please go. And I think Borgata, January 18th, 19th, theborgata.com.
Powerful
Saturday
Jimmy
is almost
Norton.
sold out.
Powerful Jimmy Norton.
Flannery's this evening
For Anthony.
at 14th and 7th.
Yeah,
That is where
I'll
I will
checking out
be.
Anthony's band.
Yeah.
Mr. Potato Head getting back together for a few tunes.
After Joe does his 2U
Yeah.
If you
thing.
guys want to go to the UFC, please let me know today.
Yeah, we
I'll
will.
see what I can do for you.
Hey, here's your
I think I
line of the
should
day.
sign
Bodogfantasy.net. Thank you.
Here comes the line of the day. Line of the day. But it always gives me bad dreams.
It's related to DMT as well. It's all thought to be a part of that whole chemical soup, 5-methoxy-DMT,
That's weird.
and then DMT, melatonin. There's a bunch of different things that your brain produces.
That
when
is a
you're
natural
sleeping.
thing, though, melatonin.
Yeah, totally.
Because
natural.
melanin gives me nightmares.
Oops. That's
Yeah,
it.
I was chomping at the bit for that one, Jimmy.
That's it until Monday. Patty, sorry we couldn't get to you today.
Yeah, we'll get to talk to you next week.
Oh, all right.
Here, talk
Yeah,
into the
smile,
mic.
though.
I'm sorry we didn't get to do anything with you today.
All right. I want to do the dumb walk.
Okay,
dumb
good.
walk?
I think you did today. But
By the way, on the Long Island Expressway, for you people in New York, if anyone sees a Ferrari 430 coming up on you, get the fuck out of my way.
Wow.
I will be doing about 150
for about a mile.
out of my fucking way.
It'll open up for a mile. And then
I'm
it
just
could-
going to open up like chaff, like the chaff on a fucking fighter. It's just going to be PBA cards.
I'm just saying,
flying out the back.
I'm just saying the traffic will finally open up and you'll be able to do that for like a mile.
No,
right
this
before your
time,
exit.
at this time it's pretty open. But I just the people get the fuck out of my way.
That trek out there
You're
is
right.
so insane. The traffic headed out
Hate
towards
it.
Long Island is
Makes you cry.
that's the craziest traffic
Friday rush
in
hour.
human history.
It's the entire extent of the fucking Long Island.
The real problem
Traffic.
is the fucking tolls.
Yeah.
The tolls are crazy.
Well,
that
that's the,
slows
everything
up. Any
Well,
tolls
going to
anywhere. That's
Jersey.
the one thing that California has over the East
Yes,
Coast. is the tolls.
freeways.
Yeah.
Freeway.
There's no you go somewhere you gotta pay.
Yeah,
That's why you
fucking
need-
cross the bridge. Fuck you.
That's why you need
paid
Easy
for that
Pass,
bridge
too.
a million years ago, you cocksuckers.
Oh fuck!
You know, I mean, they make money off those things now.
Yeah.
They just don't want to let it go. It was initially the way it was proposed. It was that the people would pay, and that until the bridge was paid off, and then once the bridge was paid off, it'd be free.
Right.
That motherfucker never got free.
No, there's still
Jim,
pocketing
thanks,
cash.
brother.
Yeah, we got to
Take it
wrap
easy,
it
man.
up. But I don't even know if any of this is going to make it. Okay, take it easy. Bye.